Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jake, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing Ryan Garcia's spooky new look, Shakur Stevenson backpedals, and the tank hate won't stop. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the live today. Want to thank everybody for joining me on this Friday evening. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I've been working on tried to work on a few little AI pictures for y'all today, but I fortunately didn't get the time to get a lot of them done. I'm starting to get some requests from my AI art. It's a lot of people that enjoy my sense of humor. But I'm definitely gonna keep working and getting better for that with that stuff for y'all because people like it and it enhances the quality of my channel. And I get to be creative. This channel allows me to be creative and do things that I probably otherwise would not be doing. So would y'all say it's been a slow week in boxing? Or I wouldn't say it's been a slow week. It's just the drama surrounding boxing, to me, in my opinion, it's kind of like a non-argument to me. Like I kind of feel like the Brian Norman thing is a non-argument. And then you had Auntie Skull come out asking for 2.5 million, and that's a non. It's like that stuff is not even worth entertaining to me or even arguing about. I mean, of course, I'm gonna talk about it because I'm in this space and that's the topic of discussion. But they're easy open and shut cases to me. 2.5 million. Come on, Auntie Skull. I think he came out and said he was just talking. You know you're not about to get that. Nobody even paying you no attention when you even say that. And then you got Brian Norman Sr. running around. I'm not gonna say that. You got Brian Norman Sr. running around being disrespectful and cussing folks out and calling people idiots and admit that he lying and calling you dumb for believing his lie. Like it's just crazy. It's just crazy. That's right, Jab Queen Boxing. No, we just don't care about some of the BS going on. Exactly. Exactly. But I do got a couple things, we could chit chat and rap about. I'm gonna pull up. We could start off with this one real quick. Cause I know how y'all gonna be. I already know. I already know. I already know y'all don't like this person. But we gonna go through it together because I don't have a full understanding of what's going on. And we gonna analyze the situation together. Now, I want to do something different today, right? I'm gonna click the link early, pin it to the top of the chat. And I definitely want my co-hosts up here, but we gonna watch these videos and we gonna live react to them together. I'm not just gonna react to y'all sitting in the chat. For those that want to come up and live react and get a 2 cents as we going through it, I'm gonna drop the link right there. Let me see if I can pin it to the chat. See if I can pin it to the chat. Y'all be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. Make sure as we going through the live today, you support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 Cents Boxing. Or you can just drop a super chat with your 2 cents. Make sure as you check my videos out throughout the week that you drop a special thanks in the comment section. If you're watching the replay of this live, be sure to drop a special thanks or shoot the Cash App. Y'all help support the channel. This stuff does come with expenses. It is not free. And like I've always told y'all, all the donations go to improving the channel. And as you see, the channel is improving. So what was I finna do? Oh, pin a link to the top of the chat. Just start running my live. What y'all got going on today? Why you mad, Toya? What's going on? Let me pin it. See, that's what I'm saying. It don't be letting me pin the link to the top of the chat. I don't know why. It's weird. This is weird to me. Why are you not letting me pan to the top of the jar? Let me do it from my phone. I don't got time to play with the computer. Shout out Ty Drayford on. Now I think this is going. What up, Ty? What's going on?
What's up? I was just trying to see how to pin the thing to chat. I can't figure it out either. Usually it has the like pin thing up there. But
Yeah,
go
I'm
ahead.
about
What
to
was you
do it
gonna
from my
say?
phone. This is gonna be real interesting because we're about to review this Clarissa Shields beef. And I know we was in the chat talking about it earlier, and we have contrasting opinions on this.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be good. Let me pin this to the top of the chat real quick. Cause see, y'all gonna see what I'm saying. I sound like she washing dishes.
Oh no, I was putting something away. My damn perfume top always gets stuck when I be trying to slide it. I be trying having to hide it, but my daughter be stealing my damn perfume. Anyway.
Shout out to Big Dog Willie starting to support early today with the $2 worth of cap in the super chat. He says Tankomaniacs is scared of hair grease and Jake Paul. Shout out to Big Dog Willie. All right, let me change that banner. There we go. We got the call in number 281-845-2103. If you want to call in and get your 2 cents. But let's get it started. Hold on, let me pull everything up. I need a producer. What's the people that click the buttons and stuff for you? I need one of them people. Let me see. Ooh, let me mute this video because it's loud in my ear. All right. Is it not gonna let me pull it up like that? All right. Can y'all see it? Ty, can you see the screen?
I'm steady talking. Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, y'all. All right, I put it. All right, so this is where the video starts. This is a video from Fight Hype, and I guess they're recapping the beef with the tweets. I haven't looked at it. I haven't seen it, so this is live in real time. So apparently, this is where we start. Most valuable promotions. Nikisha Badirian has outlined what Clarissa Shields has to do if she wants the biggest payday of her life. Now, Clarissa has not said nothing to these people, Ty. This is what they tweeted out. She writes back, I laughed so hard seeing this. I'm a 5 division weight champion, 17-time world champ, 4-time undisputed. I don't have to go down to nowhere. I've been making millions. And talking about 190, you forgot I was undisputed at 154. It's called conquering bitches. Try it. All right. Do y'all hear that music?
I don't hear any music. No.
I hear this music in my headphones. It's hella loud.
Are you just playing it? Because we don't hear anything.
No, y'all see the video changing?
Yeah, we see the video, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
know, like, because I
Yeah, I
know you
muted
said
the
before something
music
about
because I didn't
music.
want the music to
Okay.
play because I don't want it to pick it up by the thing. But
Oh,
as
okay.
you can
Okay.
see, See, this is where Clarissa gets in trouble though, because now she brought Alicia's name up.
Now she's just lying. But go ahead.
So, Ty, let me ask you a question, right? You've been reading the tweets. Is this not giving throwing rocks and hiding your hands, or am I tripping?
Um, I don't know. I always thought that Amanda took the high road when she was being jabbed upon by Clarissa. I mean, as it all unfolds and as it's all like in a timeline, I don't know if this is the exact timeline, but I guess I see your point. I think to me, Clarissa is still very bitter. And I don't know why. Like with all these accomplishments, why are you still so mad? She just seems mad all the time. Even with the video I posted in the Discord of her at the gym arguing with the man, it's just every time we see her, it's just not in a positive light. She always has some sort of negative nonsense going on. She's like a very negative Nancy. I don't like that for her. I don't understand what that's all about.
And I could see that. And that's what I say. I understand that about Clarissa. Like, I can't say I would be her friend. You feel me? Like, I can't say I would be Clarissa Shields'
Yeah.
friend. But this is what I mean. Like, you say you don't see where the anger come from. It's like, I get it. Let me see if I can put it into words. Like y'all here, if Clarissa Shields, if you want your biggest payday, you need to come to MVP and do this. And she like, I'm the one that came in here and advocated for more women's pay. I'm the one that came in here and got the first you know what I'm saying? Made the first $1 million in women's boxing. I'm the one that came in here and was going for the 3-minute rounds and all of that. But then you got Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor and all them, they started getting backed by Jake and having more money being involved, that they are able to advocate and do more things because of the support or the money they have behind them. But Clarissa Shields was the one that was in the beginning trying to be, oh, let's stick together as women boxers and be empowering and all that. And then what happened, it seems as though they started to kind of like, I don't want to say turn against her, but they started trying to put other fighters over her and act like she wasn't the pioneer of a lot of this stuff. That's what I think about it. And so now when they throw the little rocks and hide their hand or they take little shots and then she responds, people only see her response. And then now they like, oh, Clarissa this and Clarissa that, because of, like you said, she always negative. She got nasty attitude and this and that. So when she is right, nobody wants to acknowledge it because they already don't like her. And throw on top of that she challenged Keith Thurman.
Well, yeah,
So
that's where things really started to go downhill for her, in my opinion. I have actually seen a lot of this, and I've actually seen some very nice nasty between the two of them, if I am being honest. But it just appears, like you said, hers is more on display because she's more nasty than nice. You know what I'm saying? And I think that
mm-hmm,
although she
mm-hmm.
may have pushed for these things, whoever got them done got them done. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. She wants her credit, but humble yourself. I mean, and again, this may just be me being biased because she got a nasty attitude. It is not hard to be the best when it ain't but 4 or 5 of you bitches in the game. I'm sorry.
I feel
It's
you.
just not. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. You have these accomplishments, but it's almost kind of like
But
by
but but
default.
but but then why nobody else won't do it?
What? Why nobody else want to do what?
Why nobody? I'm just saying, like, if it was that easy, why nobody else won't do it? Like, why nobody else won't be the 17 time and all of that? Like,
Because
I
it's
get it. It's
literally
not her
three
fault
of
that
them.
she's in the. No, I get it, but that's not her fault. That's the era that she's in. The same reason we say about the other fighters. Like, it's not their fault that they won't ever be all time greats because they're just not in the era where with the level of competition where they will be
Yeah,
able to qualify for that.
and I would concede that she's not maybe in the era. She's like an in between era, just like almost like a Bud Crawford. You know, they're kind of like in this in between era where it's like, the competition isn't all bad, but the competition that is there, I am defeating them. So kudos to her for that. But my point, I guess, is this. And then no, when she really started going bad for me is when she started talking about Layla. Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if you would have survived that field with
Layla
Ann Wolf
started
and
with
Layla.
her though.
No,
You know Layla
no.
started
Layla
with
said
her,
she got a
saying she
nasty
not the
attitude.
quote. Layla says
She
she
not.
not the
I
quote.
mean, come on. Why would you say the
She
same
ain't
thing
knocking
out
nobody
loud?
out. But I'm just saying Layla took shots at
I
her
see no
first.
lies detected, though, Toussaint. I see no lies detected. She not okay. And again, it's probably my bias with her nasty attitude, so I will check that, and I will definitely work to get better on that. But I am telling you, sis is not it.
I know.
I'm
Listen,
just
I
not impressed.
understand.
She
I
got a
understand. And I don't
nasty attitude.
disagree. I don't disagree with nobody that feel that way. All I want to point out is that even if I don't like a fighter, I don't like somebody, when people wrong, they wrong. And I just wanted to point this out to show that they do be throwing rocks and hiding their hands, and then they come out sincerely. We aren't looking to disrespect anyone as a team. Like, hell no, you just gonna tweet out the blue. If Clarissa Shields want her biggest payday, she need to, like, who you talking to?
Can I step in
As
on
if I'm
this?
not. Oh yeah, hold on. Let me. We got Big Dog Willie on the panel.
And I'm not. I'm going to be very.
What's up, big dog?
I think a lot of it
What's
is
up, big dog?
sexism. It like
Who?
aggressive. Like they look at her as an aggressive black female, and people going to hate on that. When it's like that's just how people view her. You got a little light skinned
Yeah,
girl. What's her
yeah.
name? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, Big Dog Willie. You
Yeah,
said
we
the
can hear
light
Okay.
skin girl. You talking about Alicia?
Yeah, Alicia. Yeah,
Alyssa
Alicia.
Baumgartner.
Alicia.
Alicia?
Alicia Baumgartner. You got Amanda Serrano, and you got Katie Taylor, who are light skinned complected, and they're not a threat to society. But then you have Clarissa Shields being who she is, coming from hard places, and that's the way she is. And they look at her like she's like some kind of cancer or some kind of being mean and shit. That's some sexism and some colorism type shit. So
I don't see it that way, Big Dog Willie. I think that her own attitude contributes to a lot of the hate that she gets. I have absolutely no I don't think it has anything to do with the complexion of her skin, because nice is nice and nasty is nasty. You can be the meanest, nastiest light-skinned chick and nobody's gonna mess with you. Or you can be the
that's
sweetest nice. It's all how you present yourself. I don't think it has
But
anything to do with her being dark skinned.
we gotta look at it like this, and let we like. I think it has a lot to do with her being dark skinned and how she looked growing
Oh,
up, and
that's
she was a
ridiculous. Oh, this
fighter.
is
And she
absolutely ridiculous.
no,
Come
no,
on,
no, it's
girl. All
not.
right, we can do better than that. We
No,
can do better than
no,
that
it's.
as a society. We're not going to sit up here and
Oh,
act
we
like it's
are.
because she dark and people don't like her. It's because of her
no,
No,
that's not
attitude,
what
bruh.
I'm
no,
We're
saying.
not
that's
going to negate
part of
That's
that.
it.
what I'm
That's
saying.
part of it. Ty,
No,
that's
I'm
part
not
of it.
saying that. I'm not saying that's why
Man,
people don't like her, Ty. I'm saying that's why her attitude is nasty. I'm not saying that's why people don't like her. I'm
her
saying that's why
attitude
her
always
attitude is
been
nasty.
nasty though.
Hold up.
Clarissa always been nasty. That's not the problem. Everybody be trying to do
Shout
this
out
colorism
Dondrick
stuff.
Mims. Shout
Stop.
out Rick.
Okay, let me say, I'm gonna say
And,
this right.
Listen, hold on. Let me say this. Her attitude. The argument is not if her attitude is nasty. Absolutely. The point I'm just trying to make is you gotta recognize when. All I'm saying is let's sometimes recognize when people throwing their rocks and hiding their hand, and let's not every time she try to defend herself or speak up or say something just automatically shit on her. That's my whole point, because it's not. Always her. Do she start shit? Yes. Is she perfect? No. Do she got a nasty ass attitude? Absolutely. Is she somebody I would be friends with? I don't know her personally, but based off of her internet persona, probably not. However, I do be seeing them throwing rocks at her and hiding her hand like I just demonstrated. And we ain't even got through all of the tweets yet. They you hopping on Twitter talking about if Clarissa Shields want this what she need to do. And she like, what? And then when she respond, we aren't looking to disrespect anyone. It's some passive aggressive shit. Why are Serrano, Taylor, Bob, like why all of them worried about Clarissa Shields? All of them, y'all all over there in one promotion. Y'all should be talking about fighting each other. Why is MVP promotions
didn't she
even
just take a picture with Katie Taylor?
I mean, they
Wasn't
don't.
that her that
She's
took a
trying to
picture
show.
with Taylor Taylor?
She's trying
No,
to show that they don't really have no beef. But then when
not
people
they.
No,
start
that
doing
was a
shit like
passive
that,
aggressive dig at
that's when she
Amanda.
They,
responds.
no, but
Like, I
boxers
think
do
it's
that all
true,
the
bro.
time.
I
They
think
always
it's
do it
Boxers,
all the
true.
time, but
So
Clarissa's the only one that can get away with it. Like, even if she's in the wrong, she's always gonna get the benefit of that because she is dark skinned. So we always gonna use because she's dark
man,
skinned, but
fuck all
nobody's
that, yo.
that's not. No, that's
I'm
she
not
not.
got
giving
the
her no
horrible
pass. I'm
attitude,
not giving
bro.
her no
Because
pass.
no, I be letting everybody go. Let me say something. If she really wanted to make money, she would go to MVP because that's what all the big women fights really is. So it's like they're even if they
Like
are
none
being
of them
passive
could
aggressive, they're
even
telling
fight
her the
her.
truth. All
Who's
right,
gonna
go
None
fight
of
her?
them are.
Who's gonna fight her?
She's
I don't
a
know. We
heavyweight,
gotta see
Andre.
what weight class is she gonna be at because heavyweight doesn't have anybody, so she's not gonna get any fights
But
there.
who's gonna fight her? I hear a lot of clout chasing coming from all them other girls,
She's
but
not gonna
none
be
of
able
them
to.
gonna fight them. No one's gonna
Well,
fight her.
how she's
None of
gonna
them.
fight if she's over there? Who is she signed with?
Andre,
It
let me ask you
doesn't
a
matter.
question though.
Nobody's gonna fight her.
Hold
We
on,
all know
let me
that.
ask you a question. First of all, how you know she's not making the money she's fine with? She's not. That's the
She
thing.
probably
She's not
ain't making
scrambling.
no money. Like,
She's
come
not
on. What are we
she's
talking
not
about?
scrambling to go over there. So
They
if
had
she's
8
cool with
people
the
at her
money
last
she
fight.
making, she cool with the money she making. That's all I'm saying. And she can't really fight none of them anyway. They too small.
That's
Oh
because she
my
moved
God,
up
too soon. I
from
never thought I'd see the
147.
day
She
you start
moved up that
glazing, bro.
far.
I
She
don't
didn't
know
have to go
what
to
is going on
heavyweight.
tonight.
She moved up from 154.
She moved up. She didn't have to.
But
What you mean? It's nobody for her to fight. So she undisputed in all the
Well,
weight
Shadeja
classes
Green is
already.
coming.
Yeah, she is
Shadeja
undisputed in
Green
all the
is
weight
coming.
classes. Who else you gonna fight?
That's not hard to
She gonna
be
beat
when
the
it ain't
brakes
but
off
two
of
of y'all in them damn weight classes.
For real, like man, look,
Jesus.
I think Clarissa is nice, but I don't think she's the GOAT. I do not. I think this class of women is not that
What?
good. So I'm just
I
I mean that's my opinion.
So
It's
That's
better
my
than the
opinion.
last class of women. What are we talking about?
I'm of the
hold
same
on,
opinion.
hold on. I got 2 new people on the panel. Shout out Boxing Hacker and Dub Brightside on the
How did he
panel.
get up here? How did Boxer Hacker
So
get up here? He's like,
Yay, what's up,
I'm
y'all?
gonna
Jesus.
How
let
much
Rich
to
get
get
his 2
boxing
cents
hacker
off.
kicked off? Because I'm about to not do it today. Come on.
Oh, let me
Hold
get
on.
my 2 cents real quick. I'm
nah,
waiting
let
till
me
Hold on.
let me
Because Boxing Hacker's a Shields fan. Boxing Hacker's okay. I'm gonna let Rich go. I'm gonna let Boxing Hacker go, and then I'm gonna let Dub go. Rich, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I think Clarissa Shields, man, is the GOAT because that's what she called herself. Nobody was saying it before her. And another thing, that's the reason why a lot of women stuff don't sell because y'all too sensitive. Like you see how they acting off some little shit like that. It's too sensitive. People want to see that controversy stuff, man. Nobody don't want to see everybody friends and all that shit. So that's why I think
And Rich, I'm glad you brought that up because I
doing what
was
she
saying
can.
like, why? Because they women, they gotta click up and be empowerment and be friends and all. Like just because they women, y'all don't tell the mailboxes to do that.
That's why I said sexism.
Yes,
That's
they
why you
do.
see.
They do.
That's why you
They
see.
tell them to go to different promotions all the time. That's a lie.
That's
That
why
is a
you see.
lie.
That's
No,
why
it
you see.
is.
That's why you see NBA right now as men. They numbers was low because everybody want to shoot threes, have fun, not play defense, and
They
everybody just
travel.
friends. Everybody friends now. You know what I'm saying? Back then they was in competition, so that's when people was more anticipated wanting to see that shit. You know what I'm saying?
No, they was friends back then too. Don't let them fool you, bro.
They
Don't
was
let
they
No,
them
was
lie.
but on the
I got
friends,
my
court,
but
they're
they
on the
was
court.
friends.
They're
They
they're
was
enemies.
friends.
they were
They was
friends
friends.
On
everywhere,
the
bro.
court,
Don't
they
let
were
them
We
fool
know
you.
enemies.
they was friends, but when on the court they was
Just because somebody getting
competitive.
clothesline don't mean it's better basketball, bro. I want
They
to
was
watch wrestling. I'm gonna watch
No, no,
wrestling.
no, 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 no. Basketball
I'm
nowadays suck. Let's not
I'm
go there.
I'm talking about
Hold on.
competitive,
Shout out
man.
Jab Queen Boxing with the $5 in the super chat. She said, showing love and support on this Good Friday. Let's remember, 420 is 2 days away. Shout out Ty Drake Jab Queen Boxing, my bad.
That's okay.
All right, go ahead. Ty, what you know about 420? Ty, what you know about 420?
I'm talking about Devin getting his ass whooped.
Sure you are, Ty.
Oh, okay.
Ty talking about getting high.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Boxing Hacker. What's your 2 cents?
Salute people, salute. Hey, yo, Tucson, I want to just salute you because I heard your debate. Well, I don't know if it was a debate, but your conversation on Finance Channel 2 days ago. And I think you were 100% correct. When it comes to this Clarissa Shields thing, she gets so much unfair criticism. It's crazy. The Layla Ali and Clarissa Shields thing started from Layla Ali on the Breakfast Club. It didn't start from Clarissa. It started from Layla. It always started from Layla. Layla's always dissing Clarissa, but she never disses Amanda or any other female that's not of dark-skinned descent. I don't know why that is, but ask Layla that. When it comes to her and Alicia Baumgartner, I like Alicia Baumgartner, but guess what? When this whole talk started, they named Amanda Serrano. They asked Alicia Baumgartner. They were like, hey, Alicia, all these women like Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Clarissa Shields. How many of these women do you want to fight? She said all of them, and the people started pushing Clarissa Shields more, even though Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor are closer to Alicia Baumgartner's weight class. Why is she chasing a heavyweight when the two women that are close to her weight class she can fight easily, and they're on the same promotion right now? You know, she's steady like sneak this in Clarissa, and people always blaming on Clarissa's just being a hater. Clarissa, the funny thing about Alicia Baumgartner, before they asked her that question, before this all started, she became undisputed on Clarissa Shields' undercard. Let's not forget it. She did a card with Clarissa Shields. You know, they were cool, and then she was the one who backstabbed Clarissa. It wasn't the other way around. You know,
First
and when
of all, you just made a whole contradiction of yourself because you just said the media had them asked her who she wanted to fight. She said everybody. Then everybody in the media made them go against each other. See, no, you shut up because I'm tired of you.
Wait. I didn't say that. Don't make my words up. Don't make my words up. Let me finish first. I still got my 2 cents. Hold on, let me finish. So when it comes to Alicia Baumgartner, why is she not pushing that? And then when it comes to this whole thing about Amanda Serrano being this nice person bullshit, listen, Amanda Serrano knows what she's doing. Like at the end of the day, the whole GWOAT label belongs to Clarissa Shields. It doesn't belong to Amanda Serrano. She knows that, and she always wants to like throw stones to hide her hand. Like, oh, I'm the sweet person. We can do this, but then you know what's triggering the whole situation.
This is a perfect example of what you're talking about.
First of all, Amanda Serrano has never said anything about being the GWOAT. People have said that about her. That's who's supposed to call you the GWOAT.
And she always.
Yourself. And furthermore, she has never accepted that name. She's only said thank you to anyone who has said that to her. What's she look around, running around here to all these goddamn fans? Oh no, that's not my name. My name is not that. That's Clarissa Shields' name. She be talking all goddamn day. If people want to,
so you guys need to tell me you don't see Amanda Serrano throwing rocks hiding her hand?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me get
I'm the highest paid boxer.
I don't see that.
Come on, y'all.
Dub right side. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Whatever somebody say.
But hey, look, they doing they doing their thing tonight. So I'm gonna let them keep cooking. I ain't got no problem, but I will tell you. And shout out to my sister 2 cents. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Much love and respect. Ty up here. Excuse me, the Jab Queen of Boxing. My apologies. Big Dog, Dondrick, Rich, Hacker. Listen, when it come down to it with Clarissa. First things first, I don't think this has anything to do with sexism. It has nothing to do with colorism, any of that nonsense, in my personal opinion. Hell, some folks just ain't likable. And I think that Clarissa, she could do a much better job of being more personable. But at the same time, I'm a fan of Clarissa Shields. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with her. I think she is the GWOAT. You know what I'm saying? So at the same, people... It's boxing, man, and we like the theatrics of it. It builds the fights. Will she ever fight any of these people?
Yeah,
no,
but
I don't believe so.
Let me say this. Let me respond to you. I hear what you're saying. You like boxing. It builds the fight, but people hate her. They hate Clarissa Shields,
Exactly.
they hate her. And this is what I'm telling you as a woman.
Hate is
This
a
tweet
strong
right
word,
here,
bro. I wouldn't use
this
that.
tweet right here sent Ty, you should hear how these men talk about her. It's crazy. And that's why when I was on Fanon, I was like, we mad at Clarissa Shields because she said she could fight, she could beat Keith Thurman. You
Yo,
know she can't beat Keith Thurman. I know she can't beat Keith Thurman. She knows she can't beat
Then why
Keith
it
did
doesn't
she
Thurman.
say
matter.
it? Shut your
Let me say this.
goddamn mouth then. Why are you
But
clout
who?
chasing?
But it
Let me
doesn't
say
matter
this,
though.
y'all.
Why do we even care? It
Cause
doesn't
if
affect
you
my
say
manhood.
stupid
She wants
stuff,
to
you
fight
say
Let
Keith
me
you
Thurman.
just
finish.
judge
Hold on,
Barker.
y'all.
The
Hold
hell
on,
of a
hold on,
boxing
You
time.
judge
hacker.
Barker half to every
Y'all,
day.
I don't want to mute y'all. Let me finish. And what I was telling Fanon was she didn't call out every nigga personally. The issue that we're really having here, in my opinion, is the male fragile ego. I feel like that's the issue that we're having here. Should she
And
be
that's what.
challenging Keith
Thank
And
you,
Thurman?
colorism.
thank you, thank you,
And
thank you,
You know
thank
colorism.
you,
what?
thank
And
you
what
for
I'm
saying
about to
that.
say, let me
Let
tell
me
you
say
something
this
big
too,
up
and I'm gonna give
what
y'all
I'm
the
about
floor.
to say. It's probably gonna
Hold on,
be
time.
with
Hold
those
on,
little
time.
feathers.
I'm gonna let you
Stay
go.
in your
Hold
place.
on, time. Time. Let me go.
Lucia
I'm gonna let you
Riker fought a man,
go.
right?
Now,
Nobody had no
let me say
problem.
this about this tweet. Let me say this about this tweet. And I'm gonna give y'all the floor. Time. I'm gonna let you have it. This tweet right here. When she says sincerely, at most valuable promotions and at Alicia Baumgartner aren't looking to disrespect anyone. Amanda, how you know that? You don't. You just mentioned two people and you ain't got nothing to do with this. Amanda just threw herself in this situation, y'all. And then if Clarissa Shields get on her ass, y'all gonna be saying it's Clarissa Shields' fault and she being some type of way. Shout out
Right.
Thomas Hill on the panel. Thomas Hill, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Salute,
Hey,
Mr. Hill.
I really came up just to say, you said, what you know about that 420? Chocolate's why one of the bombest strains to ever fire up on the 420. I'm just
Chocolate
saying, chocolate time. They made a
Second.
song about it. Like to hear it, here it go.
This is nothing but slander. This is nothing but slander. I know nothing about nothing y'all talking about.
So, all right,
Listen,
Thomas.
at the end of the day, you. Oh,
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, Thomas. Go ahead.
Thomas, you done?
Oh, yeah. I'll say this, man. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with Banner. I do feel like there are times where she does take things a little bit too personal and then she makes it personal. But at the same time, man, you know, she done put in her work. I like to see them in the ring. I don't know if we'll ever get to see that because of how big she is compared to the people that she's barking with and barking at her. But it would be nice to see them settle things in the ring, men and women. And I'm all, that's my 2 cents.
And then look what it say. Making a fight offer isn't us disrespecting her in any way. Did they make a fight offer? They said if Clarissa Shields were her biggest payday, this what she needs to do. Who are you
Come
talking
on now.
to?
First of all, Tucson, let's add some context because neither one of them actually said that. Wasn't it her promoter that said that?
Exactly. So why is Amanda Serrano even talking? MVP
Oh, man.
Promotions tweeted
Y'all
it.
be reaching, bro. Listen, at the end of the
Ah,
day, it's this. Shit, I don't know why you glazing Carissa today. It's making me nauseous, Tucson. It really is. But listen,
I'm not
I do
blaming
not. You
her.
are, bro. She got a nasty, stinking, funky attitude. And
And I
this is what
don't
happens when you
disagree.
are somebody like that. You run around here,
I
I'll
agree.
fight Keith Thurman. You now if he knocked you on your ass, everybody's gonna be looking at Keith Thurman like he crazy. Why you hit a woman? Why she run up in my face? Why she running around here acting like she could beat men? Like sometimes we can get so just overindulged in ourselves that we don't even we're not even connected to reality anymore. Yes, she is all those things that you said, and her accomplishments, like I said on Fanon, they get overshadowed because of her attitude. It
What
has
did she
nothing to do
say
with
that
her
was so
skin
bad?
getting dark.
What did she actually say that was so bad, Ty?
I'm gonna
That
tell you what he
means
said
that she had a
about
bad
I'm
Everything
attitude.
gonna tell
she
you what
said
he
is
said.
disgusting.
I want
Like,
my
Because
first
she's
of all,
not the
let's
first woman to fight a man. You know that, right?
no, I want
Lucia
my
Riker
Boxer
literally
Hack, I
became
want my
popular
fade
because
with you. How
she
about
fought a
that?
man. So what did Krista Shields do different?
No, Boxer Hack, I still want to fight.
Boxer Hacker.
No,
It's
let's
about
talk
her
about it.
confidence
No,
Since
and
she's so
no.
attitude.
nasty, I want to know what Krista Shields
She is
did said to
nasty.
anybody that
First of
made her
all,
seem
do we need to
nasty.
pull them tweets back up? I'll fight Keith Thurman. All of that, them tweets. The other day when she was at the gym arguing with some
Lucia
damn random
Riker,
man, she's so
a white
combative,
woman,
yo.
fought a whole man. Ain't nobody had one problem. Did y'all
Oh
forget
my
that?
god.
Lucia Riker fought a
Oh
whole
my
man.
god.
She didn't say she
Do
wanted
what
to fight
you
a man.
like,
She
Boxer
fought a
Hacker.
man.
Because if I ever
Ain't
lay
nobody
eyes
had
on
no
you, it's gonna
problem.
be another
She
woman
became a
fighting a damn
legend.
man.
She became a legend for fighting a man. Ain't nobody had no problem, but she's a white woman, right? But the dark skinned
Nobody even
sister,
talks
oh,
about
she
her.
had a
Only
bad
person that bring her
attitude.
up is
Oh,
you.
let's talk
Are we
about
really
it.
gonna be that
What did she
simple? Are we
do?
really gonna be that
What did she
simple that
do?
we're
Because
gonna
But who's
bully
that?
her
Who's
saying
that?
because of the
Becky
color of
Sherman
her
is not a
skin?
bad
Who's that
thing.
white girl? Who's that white girl? The MMA fighter back in the day
Lucia
that want to
Ronda?
fight Floyd Mayweather.
Y'all
That want to
niggas
fight
Oh,
Floyd
crazy.
Mayweather.
I was
Ronda
just about to
Rousey.
say her.
Ronda Rousey,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nobody say anything about her, did they?
Nobody hated Ronda Rousey
Ronda
I
is
until
was
she
just about
trash.
to
lost.
say
Nobody
Ronda
her.
hated
lost a
Ronda
fight to
Rousey.
her shadow.
Let's talk
I don't
about
want
it.
to hear
If we
nothing
want to say
about
she's
Ronda
nasty, let's say
Rousey.
what makes her
Ronda Rousey
nasty.
was garbage. She was a great
Ronda
white
Rousey, but
hype. No
with
one cares about that. That's not
Yeah.
what we're talking
Ronda
about.
No, but
Rousey,
we're
I'm
talking
Ronda
about
she
Rousey
people,
was
just
very
about
fight
women.
popular,
We're talking
bro.
about
her.
Let's not
women,
do that. She was
she's
about
very
not
people. Some
popular.
women
marketable.
get. Okay, go ahead.
She's not marketable. That's the problem. People don't understand. She has an attitude that makes you not want to market her.
What's the
And
attitude? What did she
shut
do to
up,
show
boxing
attitude?
hacker. Shut up, bro.
Because all
Just
y'all
shut up.
keep saying she has an
Boxing
attitude.
hacker,
What did
just
she
shut
do?
up. Shut
It's
up, bro.
colorism.
I'm
Just say
not
it's
talking to
colorism.
you,
That's
bro.
all it
Every
is.
time I talk, you got something to say. Just shut up, bro.
Boxing Hackers telling it. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Say what it is.
It's
What's
exactly
the
what it
It's
is.
attitude?
not.
Boxing Hacker and I
Yo,
agree. That's exactly what it is.
It's
I don't
colorism.
care
That's
about
all
y'all
it is.
agreeing. I
hold
don't
She
care
just
on,
about
wants
y'all.
fair
She's
space.
not marketable
And
like
she was
that.
a trash woman. White women, y'all don't do the same shit.
Oh my
Just
Jesus
saying.
Christ! I ain't gonna never get to say nothing because
Hey
every
man,
time I
y'all out
say
of order,
something, you want to
man.
say
Hold
something.
on, hold on. We gotta
Mute
have
them
some
and
Come
order
boot
on
on,
this
them.
show.
Doug.
Can we
Talk
get
to
some
him,
order?
Doug.
Can we have some order,
Mute
please?
them and boot them.
all right, all right, all right. We're gonna let Dondrick and them go, and we got Coach Eddie and Terrence Best videos on the panel. I see this as a super hot topic tonight. We're gonna keep discussing it, but I do got some other stuff I want to get to. I thought we was gonna get through this quick, but I see we got some very contrasting opinions. If you're trying to get on the panel, it's full. Call in at 281-845-2103
Talk
to
that
get your
talk,
2 cents
Terrence.
off. We gonna let Dondrick go. We gonna let Coach Eddie get his 2 cents off, and then Terrence Best videos. Go ahead, Dondrick.
Okay, Coach Eddie.
Amanda Serrano. Now I don't like Amanda Serrano because she be on it. She do be associating with people who be dead wrong, like punch drunk. That's her guy. I don't. If you rock with him, I'm not gonna rock with you. So I don't agree with that. But it's sometimes people like I like her. I like the way she fights, but don't get me wrong, she doesn't have the personality. I think now that she's been a little bit more approachable, and like 'cause a lot of people didn't like her because she was real tomboyish, which they didn't like, and all these other girls are girlish, so they did hold that against her. But I'm like, it's the attitude with her. Like I see that now. I didn't like the little clip they had when they were doing the wide mouth piece. I hated that. I like that's very Serena Williams like when they made her look like a monkey and stuff. I didn't like that. But Serena was different. I think Serena was clear cut the best tennis player ever, female tennis player ever. So that's my opinion. I think you can make a case that other fighters were better boxers than her, and it's going to be a
No, you
debate.
cannot. No, you can't. There's no debate.
I can because what I
There
saw.
we go with the donut glaze.
See, you can't even say you got an opinion. Look, just like Shakur fans and Tank fans and Devin fans, you can't even say nothing. Jesus,
Now,
I
who's the
never
best
thought
female boxer
I
ever,
never
though?
thought today 2 cents would be on that side with boy.
That's what I'm saying, Dondrick. They got to her. What can we do?
Listen,
They
Yes,
got
but
to
it,
her.
who's better than
what y'all,
What's
Clarissa then?
happening?
what
My
y'all gotta
problem is y'all
understand
keep
about
rapping, but
no,
nobody's
this
saying
I
nothing.
like
Who's better
Ann
than
got
Wood
Clarissa?
better. I
hold
like
on. Let me
Layla
say this,
better.
and I'm gonna let Coach Eddie go. This striker, I've been following
Layla.
Clarissa Shields since before she went to her
You
first
heard him,
Olympics.
Layla.
I'm aware of her whole journey.
Who the
I've
hell did
been
Layla
following
fight?
her. Hold on, Coach Eddie. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
They see people say Layla.
I can say who I want because I beat you up in real life too.
Yeah, see,
Hello.
if y'all
Hey,
want to
Oh
set it
my
up,
God,
if
is that
y'all
where we're
want to
going
set it
now?
up, I got a gym, I got
yeah.
2 boxing rings,
Ain't you enjoying
and I
that
got a
tonight,
gym. We
coach?
can we can
Right.
set it up.
Yeah,
Put
I
him in the
Okay,
definitely
gym,
will.
coach. Hey,
hold
put him in the gym.
on, Coach Eddie. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I want to talk about what's in your thumbnail, Ryan Garcia. I did
Oh,
look
yeah,
at him.
topic.
Uh,
I got
hey,
videos for
I
you.
don't care about all this other stuff. You know, I ain't downplaying or whatever it is, what it is. But at the end of the day,
You
Ryan
have no
Garcia is
thoughts on
gonna
Clarissa?
Ryan Garcia is gonna be a problem for a lot of people.
Say it
You
again,
know,
Coach Eddie.
All right.
yeah, I don't like Ryan Garcia at
Got a
all.
TV in the
I
background.
think
Y'all
he.
got
Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
yeah. Somebody got
Oh,
a
somebody got
TV.
a TV on.
It's Terrence, as usual.
Yeah, say Ryan Garcia is going to be a problem for a lot of people. I don't like Ryan Garcia at all. I think he's a degenerate. I think he's a lot of things. I can go down a list of things I think he is. But when you take a fighter who has speed, and has power and that's not afraid and has a decent chin, you can go a long way. And he's got Derrick James with him. You ever notice all the Mexican fighters, they go to the Soul Brothers to learn how to fight. De La Hoya did it when he got with Floyd Mayweather Sr. Tyson Fury did it when he got over there with Sugar Hill. A lot of these guys, they get to a certain level and then they go seek out a black trainer. Usyk did it. He had Bashir was the one who trained him from the start. Start making money, he got rid of the brother man. So like I say, Ryan Garcia is going to be a problem because he's not. Derrick James is adding wrinkles to this guy's game, and he's training him just like he did Errol, just like he did Charlo, and the boy's going to be a problem. If he's focused, and that's pretty much all I got. Like I said, I wish it wasn't true, but like I say, speed and power is something that you can. That's hard to deny in the boxing ring. If you got speed and you got power, you're dangerous. And if you have a good chin, you're even more dangerous. If you're not scared, you're even more dangerous. So he has a lot of things going for him right now.
And if you ain't got nothing to lose with a loss, you even more dangerous.
But speed and power. Speed and power. If you got speed, you got power. That's a problem for anybody. Speed is a problem. Power is a problem. You got both of them. And now, not only that, you got Derrick James who's schooling this kid. Who's got him turning, who's got him pivoting, who's got him, just training him. He's making him a better fighter. It is what it is. So he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a force to reckon with. I don't know how good his chin is, if it'll hold up, at 147. That's to be determined, but we'll see.
Y'all see him in the video. He looks even when they asked Oscar De La Hoya after this, they was like, what do you think about Ryan? Oscar was like, you should have seen Oscar's face. He was like, I don't even recognize
him. I saw that clip actually. He did.
You see his face?
Oscar was like, yes. That
Oscar looked high.
Oscar looked like, what
do that boxing?
Oscar looked like he was celebrating 420 early. Oscar looked like he was tweaking in that damn interview.
Ryan getting KO in 5 if he fight Boots. Give a fuck what.
If he fight who?
That'd be a good fight though.
If he fights
Teofimo Lopez.
Boots gonna whoop his ass. I agree with that.
I would like to see that fight. That'd be a good fight.
KO in 5.
Matchup. Let me tell y'all why.
I'm with you on that, Rich.
Right? How y'all say Boots get hit a lot, even though he winning every round. But Ryan got the speed and the power that those hits that he do take, if he get caught, he might be trouble. Now, I believe that Boots beats Ryan, but I definitely think it'll be an interesting matchup. Terrence Best Videos, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What up, 2 cents? What up, panel? Real quick, I just want to touch base on the other topic. What Hacker you are saying about colorism, I'm gonna kind of disagree with you. For most people, if you think about it, think about Floyd. When Floyd wasn't Money May, you had a lot more fans, believe it or not, because people saw a gritty guy beating the shit out of people. He had a lot of fans, and when he started being more brash, and maybe some people, especially maybe white folks, don't like it when black people are brash and confident. And I agree with that part of the racism, but some black people don't like it either. When you're brash and you're braggadocious and things like that. Some people just don't like that. And that's when I started to turn a little against Clarissa, when she started saying things like she could beat Thurman. It's one thing, you said the white lady fought a guy. Okay, she fought him. I bet she didn't go around saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna beat one of the top." Wait. Can I finish, please?
Go ahead.
Let me just finish. So when that white girl, whoever the white girl was that said this, she actually did it. She probably was quiet, sent a contract to the guy and said, "Fight." If she really wanted to fight and think she could beat Keith Thurman on man, just send a contract, talk quietly, and get the fight on. Then I guarantee you, men won't take it no type of way. They'll be like, okay, let's see the fight. But when you going around just as y'all always saying to get clout, because she really knows she not gonna fight no Thurman. If she fight Thurman, he gonna beat the shit out of her. So she when you running around trying to get clout like that, sometimes guess what? People don't like you. And so it's a lot of people that do not like Clarissa Shields. Has nothing to do with colorism. They really don't like her because of she's being brash or whatever. And there's a lot of black people that don't like. So you can't just say it's racism. And that's all I gotta say about that. And okay, go ahead. You go ahead. I answer your question. Yeah, I'll
Terrence,
answer your question,
did
Sam.
she
Yeah.
did she say she
I
wanted
think
to
I'm a
fight you?
faint. I agree with Terrence. I think I'm a faint.
Did she say Ty, this Terrence, did she say she wanted to fight you?
No, she didn't.
So why you so offended?
Because I just know that it's clout chasing. She's not serious about it. Why she ain't send him a contract?
Let her chase clout then, man. Let her get some money in her
Well,
pockets.
Okay, well,
Let her get some money in her pockets then.
I,
Damn. You
well,
act like
Let
fight
she
him
me
chase,
then.
you act
Well,
like she
Rich,
chasing
well,
clout.
Rich,
Like,
let me
hey,
well,
say
hold on.
Rich,
Hey, turn.
well, Rich,
Turn.
tell her to
Wait,
send a contract and
wait,
get the
turn.
real clout.
Hey, turn.
Yeah,
You acting
yeah.
like she chasing clout like some people do in their own division. You
Uh
know,
huh.
shit like that, man.
None
hey,
of the
hey,
people I follow are clout chasers, bro. They want the
hey
real
Terrence, let
smoke,
me
Just
let
like
me
saying,
Bud.
respond to what
them
you're saying
people that
though.
be
Stop
in the
it.
same division,
Stop
they
it.
chase clout and
Like
do all that
Bud.
other shit.
Bud about that business. If
But
you
about
ain't
that
about that
business.
business, I ain't a fan of yours. That's why I
But
like
about that
Shakur.
business.
Bud
That's
about
why I
Hey,
like
that
Shakur and
business.
Bud.
Yeah, me too.
hey
But
Terrence.
about that business.
Lord have
Yeah,
mercy.
go ahead, Hacker.
Talk
Hey,
about
so
how
when it comes
Shakur
to
fighting
about
July
the whole
12th.
Floyd Mayweather thing, remember one thing: Floyd's
Hmm.
popularity did grow, but it wasn't because of the more people loved him. It's because more people hated him. So if you really remember, like when he beat
Yeah,
Oscar De
but
La Hoya, he was clowning Oscar De La Hoya through the lead up to the fight. So like
hmm
all Oscar's fan base were all against Floyd, and after he beat Oscar, a lot of people thought that Oscar won, and they wanted to see Floyd lose his next fight and his next fight and next fight. So yeah,
hmm
his own loyal fan base, plus all these other people who just didn't like him, who say he was a runner, he was this and that.
but
So when it
Hacker, do
comes
you agree
to
with that statement though? What I'm saying, when he was before he became real famous and started being real more brash, do you think he had more fans back then?
before he was
I'm
more
just
bad,
asking. Did he have
no.
more fans back then? You
No,
said
he
no.
had more fans
Okay.
when he was brash. Yeah.
Hey, y'all,
When he
let
was
me
Oh,
know.
okay.
brash.
Drop it
All
below
right.
in the
So
chat what y'all think about Ryan Garcia. Let me know and drop it below what y'all think.
Can I say something about Ryan
also,
Garcia?
when it
Real
comes to this
fast
whole
here,
Clarissa
man.
Shields thing
No,
about
no,
fighting
Dr.
a
Hacker.
man,
Dr. Hacker, let it
hold on,
go,
hold on.
please.
Let me finish,
Please,
Dondre.
Let
no,
Dr.
When
no,
it
Hacker
comes
no.
finish.
to
Hold
when
on,
it comes
Dondre.
to
Let
about
Dr.
fighting the
Hacker finish.
man, right?
Go
Lucia
Go ahead,
Riker
Dr.
is known for fighting a man. So like people make this weird analogy, like, oh, if she's challenged a man, it's hurting my manhood. No, it has nothing to do with my manhood. What the hell? She's a fighter. She has the right to choose to fight people. Lucia Riker is literally known for fighting a man. And it was very publicized that she was going to fight a man as well. So no, it wasn't some secret thing. People know, like that's two of the things that she's known for. She's known for
But I'm
training with
but Hacker, what man did
Freddie
she
Rose
want to fight?
fighting a man, and her 50 and
Hacker.
0. Yes.
But Hacker, what man did she fight? Do we know who he
No,
was?
we don't know. We don't know. He wasn't a
Was
popular
he
guy,
a
I don't
was
even
he
know
a
who that
and she
champion?
is.
lost. And she lost. She fought Power guy.
But nobody cared. But you say
Hold on,
one
No, no, no. She's
a
a no,
welterweight
no, no. As
champion
a female
like
fighter,
Thurman.
Lucia Riker
Yeah,
is one of the most popular female fighters.
I
So
don't know
don't
who
say
she
nobody
is.
cares. People who follow
I
female
don't know
fighters
who
know
she
who
is.
Lucia Riker is. Don't say that.
Can we go on to
You know.
something else,
And
please?
so
Go
there's
ahead,
no so
Dondre.
like when we say, oh,
Shut
she
Hold
up,
on,
shouldn't
one
fight a
dog.
second.
man. If she
Hold on,
wasn't
one
a dark
second.
skinned sister, I promise you the backlash she's getting wouldn't be the same thing. I promise you.
Go
Hey,
Because
ahead,
you
Yeah,
Dondre.
know,
you
and
you
I
know
know
agree.
what?
And I
Well,
agree
she's
with
I
not
that
can
getting
only
too.
speak for
the
myself,
I
and
same
I
agree with that
thing.
disagree
too.
with
You're
that
not
because
getting the same backlash in
I
his
wouldn't
fight.
like her with that attitude at any shade.
Hey, you know what,
No,
box
No,
hacker?
no, because I
listen,
seen
Hold
that
on,
white
we've
hold on.
seen
woman. I
other
seen that white
women.
woman with the
White
same
women do it.
attitude.
It's
Yeah,
night
Dondre,
and day.
Hey,
It's
Big
night
Dog
and day.
Willie.
Who
Dondre.
built Big Down
I seen
Willie?
that white.
Who?
I seen that white woman that was in MMA with the same attitude.
No, hold on. Go
Hey,
ahead,
you
I
Dondre.
mean,
know
a
what's
lot of people
crazy?
think
You
I
know
hate her
what's
because she
Hold
lost.
on.
And y'all
Go
out of
ahead,
order,
Dondre.
man. Y'all out of order
you
again.
know they
Hold on,
really
the
clout
panel
Hold on,
can't.
Rich.
chasing
Hold
off of
on, real
you.
quick,
Hold
real
on, Rich.
quick,
Hold on, Rich.
real
Let
quick.
Dondre know.
Nobody can't understand nothing that's going on if everybody talking at the same damn time. Be in order, man. I say it respectfully.
Go ahead, Dondre.
No, I think first of all, Clarissa is not. I don't care about nobody saying. I think she's a beautiful woman. I just think just her mouth is just anything. Can we go to the Ryan Garcia thing, please? Jesus Christ, I don't want to keep talking about this because it's just like
No,
we
we are
don't.
talking about. I wanted to see what y'all think about how he looking.
I think he looks amazing. Like I think if you notice, he's a lot tighter with his footwork,
Pause.
with his hand. I'm grown, bro.
What is
I'm
going
grown.
That's
on
not
around
awkward, bro.
here?
Boxer Hager, mute your mic, bro, because you gonna say something else. And I'm gonna fly to Philly and catch your ass.
Go ahead, Dondre.
All right, I think he's gonna be a problem for anybody but Boots. I think he's a problem for Brian Norman. I know Dub, it sounds crazy, but I think he's gonna be a problem for anybody at 47. I think he needs to stay away from Boots. Thinks he needs to work his way up and let Boots go to 54. And then I think him, Devin, Who else? Who else just moved up? Tiger Johnson, right? Didn't Tiger just move up? I think Tiger just moved up. I think all of them could be.
Yeah, Tiger just moved up. He looked good at the weight.
That could be a great weight class for those younger guys. I think Boots should move up to 54 because I don't think he should be at 47 too much longer. So I don't think that him and that Ryan fight is going to happen. But I think his hooks are tighter. His footwork is a lot better because a lot of time he was sloppy with his footwork. I think he looks great. I think he's going to be a problem for whoever he fights, even because Rolly is just Rolly. He just get paid, get beat up. So. But I think
I seen him with an uppercut. I seen him with a right uppercut. Like
that's a problem.
He got power and speed in both of his hands, but he never utilized it. And if Derrick James got him using his jab, setting up power shots, y'all like folks is in trouble. His footwork is better. Look at him. Look at him. He pivoted. Boom. Long as he don't get in the ring and start panicking and doing that crazy stuff, it's gonna be a wrap. Rolly is out of there. I don't know what Rolly finna do to beat RYAN GARCIA. Shout out Sin Ironheart on the panel. Sin Ironheart, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Oh man, I'm loving what y'all talking about right now. I really wanted to get in on that Clarissa topic. That's when I really called in. But I wanted to touch on to what you were saying about Ryan in terms of his training. I definitely agree with I think most people that do see that. I think Derrick James is like toning down Ryan's talent because Ryan got that phenomenal left hook, phenomenal right hook. Really, he fast with both hands, like you just pointed out, 2 cent. And his punches are kind of fundamentally sound. Like he throws them from the right place, and that's why he gets the crisp result in both hands. And I think that somebody like Derrick James who could tone that down and get him more and give him a more foundational blueprint along with his natural talent. I think that like I said, Ryan is definitely a threat to pretty much anybody that he gets his hands on. I did see like with the last fight, with the Devin Haney fight, that he did not utilize the jab. He does get overzealous in the heat of the moment, and he leaves that face wide open, kind of like Amir Khan does when he throws those shots. So that's what I worry about, and that's just something that naturally happens to fighters in the heat of the moment. But aside from that, my fault. But aside from that, I think that like you said, I think he's a threat to pretty much anybody. A good addition to add to 147 if that's where everybody's moving to.
Now let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think RYAN GARCIA looking like this? Like, what do y'all think the odds of the rematch happening? Is this a for sure
I don't know, but
thing?
that's hilarious. That is hilarious.
I think that fight's coming, but I don't think.
Yeah,
I want to see what Devin looks like. I want to see what Devin looks like at 47 because I believe that this is the weight class he's supposed to be in for probably about 3 years. So I want to see how his body adjusts. I want to see if he can tighten up his defense as well because he's working with Shane Mosley. So hopefully he's listening and he tightens up on things because I think if that rematch is going to be big if these boys show out their next fight, and this could be a new welterweight class, and this could bring it back to where it was before the Erlen Terrence. You know what I'm saying? So I think, I hope both of them are good.
Yeah, I hope Ryan. I mean, not Ryan. I hope Devin made some full recovery and he able to come back and get back in the division. Because I mean, let's be for real. We got our issues with Bill and Devin, but I mean, people watched him, people followed him, and he was entertaining. And he gave us something to talk about. I don't want him completely out the sport, just like not compete no more because he can't. You know what I'm saying? It ain't been the same without the Hanos cleanse around. Fly Frequency don't even come on the channel no more. Fly Frequency, where
But
you
hold
at?
on, because Hacker is here and he ain't said a damn word about Devin Haney.
I always talk about Devin.
You can't pay him to say nothing about Devin.
No, I have to talk about Clarissa first, man, because there was too much Clarissa hate going on. I have to.
Okay, so you ready to talk about Devin? Are you excited about his card? Talk to me, Devin. Talk to me, Hacker.
What, the Phil Fury? I'm always, of course I'm excited for that card. I think Devin's going to win.
Yeah, I think Devin's going to win.
Yeah, I think Devin's going to win.
I don't know about all that.
I don't understand why people saying Devin going to lose, but
I mean, you never know. You never know after that kind of outing, the last outing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think he should be okay. Hopefully. Yeah. What do y'all think about Ryan Boots undisputed 147?
Man, Boots gonna beat the shit out of him. Boots gonna beat the living shit out that man.
What'd you say, Ty?
I said, let's not gloss over this card that's coming on, May 2nd. I want to make sure we give Devin his just due.
Yeah, I mean, Ryan gotta get past. Ryan gotta get past Rolly and Devin. He might not get past either one of them.
Did you just see Ryan? You think Rolly finna be a problem?
Man, that's just
Hey,
people on the
he
Knicks.
got a chance.
Hey, look,
Hey, two
Rolly
cents.
still hit,
One thing
man.
about
Y'all
Yo,
sleeping
2
on
cents.
Ryan
Rolly
the
Rolly.
was
front
great on the
runner.
Knicks, man. Don't get
Ryan the
it
front
twisted.
runner. He's a front runner.
Ryan is not a
Yeah.
front runner. Ryan is
Yes,
not.
he is too.
No, he ain't.
Rolly a
Devin is
Telling you.
a
talented
front runner.
dude. Rolly's a
Devin is a
talented
front
dude
runner.
that drops the ball. Rolly can hit it with both hands. So he just drops that
Yeah.
damn ball. So like it could be an upset. There's very much room for an upset where Rolly could have that damn moment, you know. But you know, like aside from that, you know, we're
And they got
banking
history.
on Rolly effing up, you know.
Yeah, and they
That's
got
all we
history.
banking on.
History changes everything, you know.
I touch on that real
I am
quick.
History,
interested to see how
you can,
I am interested to see how Devin performs. I want to see if he's gun shy. I want to see how he reacts to being hit. So this is definitely going to be interesting, and I am only buying that card.
you want to buy that card?
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
probably
only
pay for
buying
both.
that card. I'm
I'm
not
not
buying
Can
buying
I
no
say
goddamn
something?
Canelo
I'm
card.
not
I
buying
refuse to
the Canelo
support
card.
Canelo.
No, but you get Ty. You can't just buy one car because you got to get the deal with the bundle.
I'll
Damn
bet.
that,
I'll
and
pay
it ain't no
50
damn deal.
something.
You
Fuck the
still paying for
bundle.
the zone, and then you're gonna charge me for them other. I'm not paying for that crap. I'm buying
Let's say $8
the
for
Devin
both.
card,
They should have had
$90
Canelo
plus
on the same card. I
the
don't know why
price
they
of the
separated him.
zone.
You got no Canelo undercard? Who's on Canelo's undercard?
No,
A
no.
whole bunch of bums.
Mungia.
Oh, Padley.
A
Um,
bunch of
Padley,
bucks.
was Padley
Hey,
coming
Nah,
in?
Mungia's
Padley been
nice. Don't disrespect Mungia, man. Mungia, but like he don't get credit
Oh
for
yeah,
that
I'm
performance
sorry.
he put on Canelo.
y'all
He
see
don't get
that?
Hey,
credit for that.
Wait.
why ain't anybody talking about Mungia? Why ain't anybody talking about his chin? Why ain't anybody question whether he's
Who
done or not? That
well,
dude
who
has been
cares
in some.
about
That dude has been in some wars. You know what I'm
but
Oh
who
saying?
my
cares
he
God.
about
got
him
swept
at
in the
all?
last fight.
Who
Mungia.
cares
Yeah, you're
about
right.
my
I
guy
ain't
at
seen
all?
nobody else. I haven't seen nobody else go in the ring with Canelo and make Canelo miss 4 or 5 punches in a row, just slipping,
First of
crafty.
all, Canelo
Like
was taking it easy on Mungia. So let's
y'all
be
say that,
fair. Yeah,
but Canelo always be trying. Canelo's always been at the threshold with his last damn 11, 12 fights. Canelo ain't been getting better. He just been fighting motherfuckers. Pardon me. He just been fighting people that's not as good as Floyd, and people been saying that
Well,
he's
it's
getting better
Canelo's
off of that
no,
illusion.
he took it easy
Canelo's
on Mungia. He was in the
Canelo's
middle of the ring,
defense.
Man,
cha-cha
that
on
nigga,
Mungia
he was trying his
before he went to
best.
knocked out.
That nigga was trying his best, like he
All he had to do
always
was
do.
hold him up.
Don't
Fuck out
worry,
of
Ken
here.
Palmer's gonna take care of Canelo. Don't worry about that.
Straight the
Wait,
fuck
can
up.
I say something about
Niggas
the
act like
Ryan
Canelo that
Garcia?
nice.
I didn't
What
get to
part?
say something about Ryan. Ryan Garcia, first of all, the last big fight that Derek had, we know what happened. So I don't know why y'all all acting like Derek is some king, some superstar, some great boxing
Derek is a Hall of
trainer.
Fame
So
trainer, so you
so I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say well, we saw what Bud did to Spence, and he trained him. But anyway, as for Gar, as far as Garcia and all of this stuff that he's doing in the gym now, who cares? Because time you get punched in the time he gets punched in his face, he gonna resort to doing the same shit that he is, and that's throwing the left hand and trying to knock people out. If it's a pure boxer, they're gonna beat him every time. Derrick
Hold on. Okay,
James training is
let
not
me.
gonna do nothing. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say something to that to counter that. Because I remember Ryan saying some of the most disrespectful things to Terrence Crawford. He said, "You a bum. You a bum. You a hype job. And if you got a problem with it, see me in the ring." The direct declaration. Terrence ain't said
Come on,
shit to Ryan. Out of all those people that he was talking to, he
come
ain't run
on.
up on Ryan
Are
like
you
he did
serious? Are
Teofimo.
you are you
Nothing like
serious
that.
right now?
Yeah,
Are you
I'm dead
serious right
serious.
now?
What do you mean? What else I got to go off of?
So you
Yeah,
saying
that's
Bud
a
is
stretch
scared
right
of
there.
Ryan?
Finish the guard talk.
So
That's a
Bud is
stretch.
scared. So you're saying Bud is
What
scared
else
of
I got to
Ryan
go off
Garcia?
of?
That's a
Is that
stretch.
what
That's a
you?
stretch.
Are
Hey,
you
look,
serious?
No, but
Are you serious?
he damn sure ain't eager to face him. Terrence scared of everybody.
I bet you
Bud
Garcia
scared of
don't say it
everybody.
to his face. Say it to his face then.
yeah, you know, Ryan
Say
Garcia
it to
walks
his
around
face.
security too,
To
though.
my
They're gonna be
face.
at the same place.
Ryan Garcia be doing that Tekashi
gotta get
69
one
stuff.
mic.
Talk
We gotta
shit
get one
Huh?
without
mic.
security around them.
Yeah, I know.
Man don't go nowhere with all his
Ain't
security.
no
Man.
way he'll say that to Bud face.
Yeah, he
We
ain't just
all
gotta
know
walk
that.
up and say that
And
shit.
Bud is not no scary dude. I don't know. You must be from
Yo,
Nebraska too. Bud is not no
Six-
scary dude. I don't know what the hell y'all think.
69
He just
Listen,
ran
y'all
up on a
was
need to
bitch
talking
and
listen
shit,
Tio.
but
before
he had all
Band
that
Up come out
security
here.
just for Ryan.
Let me say this. Let me say
I
this
didn't
real
say
quick.
nothing, Band Up. I
Let
didn't
me
say
say
Tio
nothing,
was
Band
not.
Up.
let me
Band up in here. It's over now.
Let me say this one time, and that's all. I mean, I know my man Dub ain't spoke, but I heard some wah, 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 and only one person got that power and that authority. And then they said, "Can I get one mic?" That's the host. Let's give that person definitely the respect that they deserve.
Hey, I'm about to start muting y'all. That's it. I'm just gonna have to do it. I don't want to, but y'all all in the video cutting off people, talking loud. Can't nobody get a word in. I'm gonna get y'all asses muted
Well,
with
you
that.
said you don't do that though.
No,
You
but
said you
I'm
don't do
going
that.
to because y'all
Well,
messing with my
if
reputation.
you
That
if
I
you
don't know why.
disrespecting the show, making it a bad show, nobody can't understand. She got, hey, who gives a damn? Shut your ass up.
You're right, Dub. You're right, Dub.
but what we was talking about? Listen, Ryan Garcia gonna be a problem at 47. I think he makes the
That's
division
crazy day of my
interesting with
life.
Boots there. If Devin comes back, and we don't, maybe Devin might come back and be more powerful because he's not cutting 45 pounds. We don't know. So maybe he might be stronger at 47. We'll see. Even though Devin look hella skinny. I've never seen him look. Don't he look skinny? Like he's bigger in weight, but he looks skinny to me. Maybe he's just less body fat. I don't know. But what do y'all think about Shakur Stevenson coming out and apologizing to Turkey Al Sheik about the misunderstanding that they had about the contract negotiations and how much he was going to be getting paid for that fight?
I
Salute to
think it's
him. He
good
did a
for
good
him. I
job.
think he needs to learn how to be quiet and have some
Yeah.
accountability. So you don't have to speak on everything. You know, like I'm saying, everything. You don't have to
You
speak on
said it
everything.
best
So
right there. You said it
and
best.
when you run your mouth all the time, sometimes you got to apologize. There's a lot of times he speaks for no reason. There's no reason to even talk about
And we
it. You
talk
already
about
know
we
it's
talk
crazy.
about millions too. We ain't just talking about no petty money. We talking about millions.
Yeah, just
We talking about a whole different ball game.
he did the right thing, 100%. Like you, at the end of the day, like if you know that he should never spoke about it in the public anyway. I think they should have just kept negotiating. And
Talk
so
about
as soon as he made it public, he
And
apologized
I
in
want to
public
say
too.
something too.
He
I
didn't have
don't
a
think
choice.
that towel boy comment was meant to be racist. I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't. It
It
wasn't. It
wasn't.
wasn't racist
It was
at
just
all.
Kamal pushing bullshit.
Yeah, that was bullshit.
That was
So
Kamal pushing.
can I speak on this? Yeah, Shakur runs his mouth way too much, and so I mean that's it is, and he had to say sorry to the breadwinner. So, or the person who has all the bread, I should say. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, what else can you say about it? You can't harp on him because he did what he's supposed to do. He ran his mouth too much, and then somebody told him to shut the fuck up and apologize, and he did that. Hey,
The man need to stay off Twitter. The man need to let all this listen. Focus on your craft. Shut the hell up and make the fights that you're looking to make. Stop talking about everything. I understand you can get some type of promotion off of that, but you paint yourself in the corner every time you start talking, brother.
exactly.
Let it go and just make the fights happen and let your work in the ring speak for itself.
Exactly, Dub. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Yeah.
This why I want to ask.
Shakur's a legend, man. He loses when he wins fights and all over social media. He's the only person lost when he won 3 fights in a row. Like it's crazy. I think he's a legend,
No,
man. He
I agree
deserves
with
more
that.
credit,
I
but he
agree with
probably
that
won't get
though
it till it's
too.
too late.
I agree with that
I
too,
agree with
but
that too.
I also agree with Boots' situation
He's the
too, because
biggest
Boots
loser,
beat the
man.
shit out of them. What?
Say that
Go
again, my
ahead, Rick.
fault.
I said I agree with that too, but I also agree with Boots though, man. Boots beat the shit out of 2 different guys, and they still complain about what he did. So I agree with that too.
Well, that's
I mean, that's
because
all.
people gonna make
That's a fact.
that
That's a
He beat he
fact.
yeah, that's
beat
because people are gonna make that cushion because he ain't got no name yet. He's in that same weird space where Errol Spence was when Keith Thurman and all them boys was trying to freeze him out and they was trying to wait till they saw a weakness and got the nerve to fight. That's where Jaron Ennis is right now, where Crawford done ran off to another division as soon as he came up for disputing that he was undisputed. And now they're going to make the scapegoat like, oh, he hasn't proven himself to anybody. He hasn't beaten anybody, so on and so forth. And that's going to be there until somebody steps up and really gives him the opportunity, which will probably be Ryan.
Yeah,
That's
we
Well,
just
what
how I
they
see
gonna
it
do
so
is
far.
they gonna say he ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody until he's damn near 37 years old. He finally lose a fight, and then they gonna say, "See, we told you he was a hype job." You know how they do. But I want to
Yeah,
share this video real quick. We can get back to it. Somebody got a mute. Who is that? Everybody mute. I think that's you, Rich. Okay, there we go. I came across this video earlier. I just want to share with y'all with Earl the True Spence Jr. with his son. I thought it was nice, cute little video.
What?
Can y'all hear?
Yeah. Hey.
Nigga need to hang it up.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Wait a minute. So this man get a video with his son after not fighting for the last 2 years. Devin Shakur get put in a little container on the show. Bud
Oh, I got
Crawford
you.
is
I
Jesus
got you.
walking across the water.
I got you.
What
I got
are
you.
we doing? What
I
are we
got
doing?
you.
Hey, that Jesus walking across the water is amazing, dog.
I got you, Dub. There you go.
Shout out to EJ, man. I fought with EJ, so.
But yeah, I was just the other day. I don't think he was on here. I put this picture up and I was like, "Where is Earl?" And then I seen this video pop down my timeline, so I thought I was sure. I thought that was cute. He out there with his
Can
son.
can can you also put the Terrence Crawford homages too? Because those was comedy.
Oh, you like the Terrence? I'm gonna put him up. But yeah, I know I heard Earl say before he would never want his son to fight. But I just thought that was a cute little scene. Him out there with his son. I think his son might be a little bit too big for that pull up, but that's none of my business.
We
But y'all
back
can
at
continue.
I was thinking the same thing.
we back at Terrence Crawford. I mean not Terrence Shakur fighting on July 12th. You think he gonna be main card?
I don't know. When is Canelo supposed to be? I thought he was supposed to be on the Canelo undercard. They
Nah,
said the Canelo Terrence Crawford fight, but I
nah,
haven't heard that anything about that fight really happening.
nah.
So
They
I don't
said
know.
it's a ring magazine fight. July 12th, Madison Square Garden.
Where's the one with him
I
in the
wouldn't have
hair?
borrowed boxing hackers' eyes to watch that fight.
What do y'all think about the new ambassadors of Ring Magazine,
You mean
excluding
Abdullah
Shakur?
Mason? Abdullah Mason. Who else is it?
Yeah, who?
Keyshawn and
Let me
Abdullah
know.
Mason shoot. It was Abdullah Mason
Steve
shoot and
Harrison, right? That's good.
and Keyshawn.
Keyshawn. Thank you.
And Keyshawn. And
No,
y'all thought Turkey was
Keyshawn.
done.
Yes.
Who?
Y'all
No, hold
thought
on. And let me
Turkey
ask
was
you a question.
done.
Be quiet, boxing hacker. Who else is an ambassador?
Hamza
Anyway,
Shiraz.
and
To
anyway,
my knowledge, it's just no. He's not an ambassador anymore.
who?
Oh, not
Anyway,
He's not an
anymore.
ambassador
Not
anymore. It's just
anymore.
those
Oh,
three,
okay.
if I'm not
anyway
mistaken.
is the ambassador though.
Why you say that? Like Shakur got to be part of it. Like Tio not part of it. Ryan Garcia not part of it. Devin
Well,
Haney
wasn't
not
he
part
over
of it.
there
And
first?
those are all up and coming
Wasn't
prospects. Like why y'all come? Like why? And I don't
Yeah,
like why y'all
like
grouping him in with
Shakur.
the
What
prospects.
Shakur
I
got to
think
be
that's
part of
weird.
it for?
They're contenders actually. Well,
Yeah, they all really contenders besides Keyshawn.
yeah,
Oh,
Keyshawn
speaking of Keshan,
champion.
I got another
Shushu's
video we about to
Shushu
review.
might be a prospect.
Let's review this video real quick. Speaking of Keshan, but y'all go ahead. I'm about to pull it up.
and Shushu shouldn't be no damn process. He damn near 30 years old. I don't know what's happening over there.
Y'all thought
Oh, I
Turkey
want to
was
say
done.
something about Keyshawn. I'm sorry,
Y'all
Ty. I
like
didn't mean to cut you off.
Turkey's cooked. He ain't got no
Let me see
money.
if I can put Keshan in the bubble real quick. Hold on, y'all.
I wanted to
A
talk about
bubble.
Keyshawn. I want to see if y'all seen. Has anybody seen that
Band
crazy
up. That was
ass?
a low blow, band up. That was a low blow.
What band up saying? Hold on, let me see.
Look at him.
Oh, band up. Don't make me start roasting Crawford. Please don't do that.
Hey, have y'all seen Keyshawn? And how do y'all feel about Keyshawn saying that he wouldn't fight Teofimo because he's racist?
I don't
Keshan
have
need
a
to shut
problem
up.
with it.
I think that's a bunch of bullshit. I think he's
I don't have a
scared of him.
problem with it.
I
You
think
said you don't have
Keshan's
a problem with it.
Keyshawn and knock
Nope.
Tio head off.
You don't have a problem with him being racist, or Keyshawn not fighting him?
Keyshawn, not anybody that would give him a bag. Now, if he's giving somebody else a bag and you're African American, go ahead and take it. But if you are the headliner, hell no, don't fight him. Like
Keshan.
Tank or
You
Shakur,
think
nah, he
Devin should
can't
remain
get those
Ryan?
type of fights.
So Devin
I
should
think
remain
that's
Huh?
a.
Ryan?
Well, it doesn't make sense because that Ryan's the one who said the more racist shit than Tio.
I think that's
Wait,
just not only is it a good
but
fight to
Hacker, I'm
make.
talking about it's his whole family with Tio, bro. It ain't just Tio. His dad racist. I mean, come on.
Man,
But
they
but
ain't
but if you
Oh,
racist.
but
well,
if you could
then.
whoop their, but look,
Oh,
if you
you
could
said
beat
you
them,
was in your family.
No,
Mhm.
but
see,
yeah, if you
no,
could beat them
Keyshawn,
though, my
his
fault. I
yeah,
ain't
family,
mean
but
they
y'all
always have
chopping
black
but
up, so I'm
Key,
not trying to talk
but
over nobody. So pardon
yeah,
me
but
if I
Keyshawn,
start.
Oh, go
Hold
ahead.
on.
Go
Now,
ahead.
Go ahead,
you go out
Stan.
and come back in saying I ain't hard. I think your signal messing up.
All right, but yeah. I'm gonna sign out and try to call back in.
No,
Okay.
I don't think Teal's dad is racist. You know where they're from? I think they're from New York, right? Like a lot of like Teal's
No, they're from somewhere else.
like that, you know. I don't think they're racist. I just think
Nah, they is racist out there.
yeah, that thing they're just ghetto. I think Teal's dad's really ghetto. That's all it is, man.
I
His
don't know
father
about
has a
that
drug
happening.
problem. Let's do that.
Yeah, he's that. I don't think his dad's racist. I
Yeah, but
can't see it.
but Ty, that's when the racists come
But
out when they using
Of
some
course.
substance.
Of
The
course.
but
truth comes out. Those
Ryan
are the real racists.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you,
Oh, okay.
Terrence. My thing is this.
Oh,
How
okay.
can you say that you don't want to fight him because he's a racist? Because if that's the case, then Devin shouldn't rematch Ryan. I feel like the best way to show a racist what time it is to whoop his ass in front of the whole world. What's better than that?
No. Well, with Devin, I guess right now I'll say it was okay because he's not putting, as far as I'm concerned, he's not putting money in T.O.'s pocket. But if he was to fight like a Bud,
I'm talking about
nah,
when he
hell no.
rematches Ryan, because as y'all
Yeah.
said,
I mean,
Ryan said the most racist shit. So what
yeah,
are we doing? If we
exactly.
mad
the,
about Tio, then we
yeah,
mad about Devin,
no,
right?
no. The
Ryan said more
difference,
racist shit than Tio did.
no. What I'm saying, guys,
Excuse me?
is
Hold
Ryan
this
on,
is
said
what
more.
I'm
Devin. What did you
saying.
say about
I
Sasha?
agree. I agree with
Yeah.
you. Ryan said more racist shit than Tio did. So they should be more
Yeah,
mad at
so then
Ryan than
y'all
anything.
outraged about Tio, y'all are
Uh,
outraged about Ryan, correct?
Yeah, of course.
yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Just keep
Ty, what
saying
I'm
it. That's
saying.
all I want.
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is the person they're fighting, if they're bigger than them, don't give them a bag. That's all I'm saying. If they fighting, if they're gonna get a bag off of them, go ahead and get the bag off of them, but don't give them a bag. That's all I'm
Tio's
saying.
bigger than Keyshawn, and Ryan and Devin's bigger than Ryan. All
Well,
I'm saying.
right. Well,
He's
then
the
I guess
star
that's
power.
okay
He's the
then.
star power,
Then
right?
that's
Devin.
okay then. As long as you're not giving them
Devin's
a
put money
bag.
in Ryan's bag though. You get that right, Terrence?
But
Say that
Keyshawn's
again.
full of shit because didn't he just get sent a thing of bananas from the nigga he just fought?
No,
No,
he
he
got
said
No,
that
that
was
wasn't
T.O.
real.
That
That
was
wasn't real.
T.O. Drake Ty,
He
that was
didn't know
T.O.
that
that
at the
did that.
time, but he didn't know that at the time. He assumed that it was his opponent because I
Uh,
remember this meltdown on stage when he went over saying,
right.
"Oh, you racist! You're a racist piece of shit."
He ate those
So
bananas.
he's full of shit.
He ate the bananas.
Hey,
That's
hold up.
bullshit.
I just
That
wanted to
nigga be
say,
bullshit.
as far as Keyshawn's stance, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to say that I think that that's some sucker shit. I think that if it was anybody else, he would have tried to beat him. Cause I feel like boxing is a perfect place to be racist or to be the asshole that you want to be. And if you are that, then I
No,
would
that definitely ain't
gladly
true.
say that again. My fault.
No, that's not true. But
I
go ahead.
mean, well, that's how I feel. I feel like as a fighter, I would love to know that my opponent was a racist or something like that because I'm sending him that. I'm trying to end his career, especially if he's actually if he has a little status. And I think that Teofimo does have a little bit of status where Keshan could put himself in a more lucrative position if he beat Teo. So I just find it funny that he hasn't had no big fights yet. Why not fight somebody, especially on that premise? If
I don't,
boxing is
I don't,
already a
I don't,
volatile sport, why do
I
we
don't
have
think.
feelings? Hold on, real quick, but yeah, why do we have feelings towards somebody having a different perspective, especially one that's an offensive perspective? That should fuel the fight, as opposed to make me not. I don't think that of nothing anybody offensive could say. Oh, pardon me. I think I said it the wrong way, but I don't think that there's any offense that nobody could put on me that wouldn't make me want to fight them more in
More
that
offensive.
profession. Yeah,
Now I have a
right.
question
So
for you. I
Yeah,
have a
but
question
what's
wait,
up?
for
hold
you.
on. Let me say something real quick. I remember when they asked Keyshawn that he want to fight Tio again. Keyshawn said nah. He said basically because he looking for a payday. He already knew his situation over there with Top Rank. They both Top Rank anyway. And I don't even think Tio was even doing it. Tio was trying not to make no fights with Top Rank. So that shit
Mm-hmm.
ain't that fight not even gonna happen regardless. No matter what Keyshawn say, even if Keyshawn want to fight him, it's not gonna happen. I don't think Tio want to do business with Top Rank and all types of other shit.
Well, Tio is still with Top Rank, and the only way out of his contract is to fulfill it. So he's an idiot.
And guess who he fighting? He fighting somebody, Barbosa, who he think he probably gonna win against. He know it's gonna be difficult with Keyshawn. Keyshawn been calling that man out.
He
Yeah,
said
but
he
I
been
got a
calling
question.
T.O. out.
He been
But here,
calling T out, and Tio told him some stuff about getting
He
rid of Bill
did.
When
or
did he call
some
Tio
shit like
out?
that.
No, he did on stage. You're right. Yeah, that press conference when Tio was acting like he was reading a
I
book.
remember all this shit.
Oh, yeah,
I
hold
remember all
on.
this
I
shit.
remember.
Keyshawn been
Hold
calling him out.
on. We got somebody new on the
I
panel.
remember
Shout
now.
out
I remember. You
Aaron
right,
Dub.
Rich. You right.
What up, Band Up? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Done band up.
Salute Nickel Slick. Salute everybody on the platform. Salute everybody. You know, I'm just listening in here to get my 2 cents when it matters. My phone kind of moving slow today, so don't be trying to get on your boy.
All right, y'all. Let's check out this video. Y'all know I don't really fool with Paulie like that, but I just wanted to get everybody's 2 cents about this
Why he got
video.
that stupid look on his face?
And what's
I
that
don't
red
know.
stuff on his shirt? What the hell is that?
All right. Now y'all already roasted.
Polly tweaking too, man. 420. Polly out here tweaking, y'all.
All right, here we go.
We can't hear it.
I
I can't
can't
hear
hear
it though.
this.
Y'all can't hear it?
No.
Damn, I don't know why y'all can't hear it. I got the volume up. I don't know how
Yeah,
you
2 cents. You
can't hear
made
it.
me think it was my phone going out.
All right, let me play it from the YouTube then. I tried to be fancy and download the video. But y'all could go ahead till I pull it up.
So I want to circle back to that because I want to get Band Up's opinion. So Band Up, it's been said on this panel that Ryan beats the brakes off of Bud. What do you got to say to that?
I have 2 cents daughter.
Come on. I don't know what band up gonna
Hi,
say.
pretty girl. Band Up, what's your response to that? This nigga got dial up again. Never mind.
He don't got no response. That's the
Nah,
dumbest
ain't no
thing to
ain't
say.
no response because ain't no logic behind it.
Yeah, that's
Band
no.
Up.
Hold on, what'd you
That's the
say?
most.
What'd you say?
That's the
Hold on,
most
what'd you say? I'm
Say
crazy.
sorry,
ain't
what'd you
no
say? I was
response.
in the
Ain't no.
conversation.
I said ain't no. I said ain't
That
no
shit
response because there ain't gonna be
crazy.
no logic behind it.
Yeah,
Some
okay.
people
What'd
on
you
this
say?
panel think that Ryan could beat. Some people on this panel said that Ryan could beat Bud.
It's a
Who said
laughable.
that?
Bro, oh my God. I think they need to be drug tested.
Hey, look,
tell
Ryan
him
can't be no
band up.
goddamn blood, man.
Tell him band
Hey,
up.
Ryan don't even stack up good against Bud's competition, let alone Bud himself.
Oh, okay.
All right, well let me
Y'all
ask
keep
this.
thinking, y'all keep thinking Bud Crawford can walk
Come
on
on,
the water.
Iron. What
Let
would be
me
your
let
Hey,
me
stance
no,
on
ask
that,
2
this.
Iron?
cents. 2 cents. Hey, 2 cents. I got a question. 2 cents. Are you choosing Sean Porter or are you choosing Ryan?
What you mean am I choosing Sean
In a
Porter? Am I
fight,
choosing...
If they
you
were
know
to
what he
fight, are you
mean.
going to choose Sean Porter or are you going to choose
You
Ryan
know what he
Where
Garcia?
did Sean
mean.
Porter come
Sean
from? Y'all
Porter is
just be
bigger
throwing
than
anybody's
Ryan
name out there.
Garcia.
What was
You
Sean,
that?
said what?
Sean Porter is
I
bigger than
told you it
Ryan
wasn't gonna be no
Garcia.
logic.
Oh, here we go. He
But
bigger
if
than him
we're
now.
talking
He
about
at
no, listen,
147 now.
listen, if we're talking about a
What are you
style
talking about?
matchup, I don't know. That'll be a good fight.
A style matchup. Earl Spencer beat the shit out of Ryan Garcia.
Thank
Oh
you.
yeah.
Bro,
Right
And he
now.
can't.
like
He
this is
can't
The
beat
And he
Sean
ain't
dog,
Porter
fought
the
in
either.
dog
20
walk
years.
his ass.
And he ain't
Listen, y'all
fought in 20
Ryan
years.
that left hook,
You
y'all.
doing too
That shit
much,
is
Terrence.
hard to
You
guard
doing too much.
against. That shit is hard to
man.
guard against.
Porter ain't gonna worry about none of that. He's going in there to apply pressure. He don't give a damn about no damn left hook, and Ryan would get
Yeah.
smoked in that one.
It
Just
was
the way
another guy
Ryan
who
gets
had a
smoked
great
by
left
Bud.
hook
That's not
by the
like
name of
that's
Tito
so
Trinidad
far.
had a great left
That's
hook
so
too.
far of a mismatch. It's not even funny.
Man, you gotta understand that them niggas
But
was
Tito
weight
was
bullying
stacking
at
his
140,
raps, though.
135, man. Them niggas was
Porter
weight.
Tito,
Now
retired
they
with no
fighting.
major
Now they
loss for a
fighting each other
reason.
Tito stacked
fast.
his. But nah, come on, man. Ryan
Yeah,
can't beat no blood.
that's
That's crazy.
suspect. That's suspect. You
Ryan
guys can't
Garcia
say something
fight.
like that.
Ryan Garcia at 147 about
I
to
know it's the
start
last
fighting
question,
people
but
his
can I
size.
get your thoughts, Chris, as well? There's a Keshan Davis De Los Santos fight being rumored and announced, but it's going down. What do you think about that, you guys? You think that's a good fight for Keshan?
That's a great fight. I love the fight. I love the fact that Keyshawn's a dog and he's going after the dangerous guys in the division.
Can y'all hear it?
De Los Santos is a guy that gives everybody trouble. He's a very, very
we hear this
dangerous
bullshit.
counterpuncher. And Keyshawn
Damn, why
wants
I
all
don't
the
hear
smoke,
it?
and he's doing exactly what a champion should do. He's
Hold
going
on.
for the guys that people don't want to fight. I respect the guys who do that. Even Teofimo Lopez is that kind of guy too. He fights those guys that are high risk, low reward. It's not a big reward in De Los Santos.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta pause it because for some reason I can't hear it in my headphones. Sometimes my headphones be doing this thing where it take out all background noise. So when I play a YouTube video, I can't hear it. Let me figure it out. But I wanted to play this. I'm basically trying to play it because in the video they're talking about Keshan and him fighting De Los Santos, and I'm like, when did De Los Santos become this dangerous opponent, y'all? When did De Los Santos become so dangerous? Was it after he had that fight with Shakur? I mean, we felt
Yeah,
like,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, because after the fight with Shakur, now people want to see him fight Tank and all this stuff. And oh, De Los Santos, his name keep coming up. And I'm like, to me, he fought terrible in that fight with Shakur
Hey,
Stevenson.
did you?
He wasn't that good to me before. He was decent, but I didn't think he was finna go in
Wait,
there
did
and just
He beat El Rayo, right? He
wait?
beat
Hey,
Rayo.
wait, hold on. Hey, did you just see
and El
Keyshawn?
Rayo just got smashed 12-0. Rayo wasn't that
But
great.
Rayo also beat. But Rayo
Did you
beat
just?
Pitbull really easily though. So
Hey,
I
two
don't know.
cents.
I thought we wasn't doing triangle theories, bro.
2
We're
cents.
not. But I mean,
Yeah.
You
that's
just
what
seen
how it
Keyshawn
went.
interview on Fight Hype?
Yeah, I got that too to pull up, but go ahead.
Yeah, all he said he want to do is fight people with big names now. People with names, people with something they got going on that people want to see, that people think that's going to be an
Yeah,
interesting fight.
it's a
So
good
they gonna
fight.
He said
crucify him?
when they called out Navarrete, he said, nah, man, because he too small. He said, ain't no name. I want somebody just people. He said, Rainy Muratali gonna fight him. He want to fight him next. So that's all we gonna see from Keyshawn from going on. I don't think he fighting no one less competition. He ain't like them other people
Well,
you know.
he can say
He ain't
that,
What do
nowhere
you
but it's
near like
really
mean?
them
at the
other
top
people that
rank.
you know.
He ain't no
He
Tank,
he
basically.
ain't I ain't say no names. He ain't just like them other people you know.
He's doing
He
what are y'all
he
Well,
talking
let's
The
about?
hold on.
motherfucker.
he
Let's
This
wanted
is
hold
to
He
on,
said
look
that.
guys.
this is what I'm
Because
all
let's see
talking
what
about.
top rank does.
Hold on,
all I'm
Let's see
y'all.
what
all I'm
top
I
rank
saying.
gotta
does.
fix my
He can say
headphones.
whatever
I
he
gotta
wants.
fix my headphones.
But
Hold on,
that's
He
what he
can
y'all.
say
said.
whatever
He
he
said
wants, but let's see
but
what
that's
top
what
rank
Because
does.
this that same dumb shit Paulie saying.
Y'all
Let me fix my
ridiculous, yo.
headphones because it's crazy how y'all just hear stuff and y'all completely don't pay attention to the reality of what the hell is going on, y'all.
This
Are
is
we
the
mm-hmm.
reality.
I
serious?
told you.
Y'all
Say
are
he
gonna sit
say.
here and say Keyshawn just want to fight names and that's okay. He's not trying to be unified. He's not trying to get the belts. He's not
Well,
trying
he
to
want
fight
to
the
fight
other
Tank.
champions. He's not trying to be
He
undisputed.
want to fight Tank.
Who can he fight right now that's available?
You notice I'm the only person not saying that.
No, let me
Wait,
tell you
wait,
something,
wait. I'm
Rich.
asking a
He can
question.
Let
Who
me
fight
tell
this
can
you
he
guy
fight
by the
something.
right
name
now
of
that's
Andy
available?
Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz, the Cuban guy that beat him several
Andy
times.
Cruz not gonna be no name for
4
him right
times.
now.
No, it
It's
would be a
not.
good
It's
He's
name.
not
not
gonna be
But
a
no
Andy
name
name
Cruz,
for him
right
right now.
He's
now.
his daddy. He's a
He's
daddy.
not
He's
no
but
his
Andy
name
Cruz
right
ain't
now.
trying to fight him though. Y'all act
Yeah,
like
so
Andy
that don't
Cruz.
even make sense
Yeah,
right
they
now.
ain't trying to
Andy
make the
Cruz,
fight.
let that fight.
But Rich, we're
Y'all
not
niggas
talking
is
about who he can fight right now. We're talking
Jesus
about what
Christ.
he said, which is he only want to fight big names, and
That's
that's okay. Now all of a sudden it's he ain't like these other fighters. He ain't like that. What are y'all talking about?
he not like the mother fighters. He want to fight people.
What you mean?
He's turning down. He's turning down fights that somebody else would take.
Is
Yeah.
Teofimo a
He
bigger
want
name
to
than
take
What the
Keyshawn?
hell
Lamar
does
He
that
did
Hotel.
not
mean,
turn
Rich?
down
Is
Teofimo, man. What the fuck is he talking
Teofimo
about, man? They ain't never had no negotiations. They've been over at
Teofimo?
top rank for so long. They ain't never.
He
They
said he
not
won't
fighting,
fight him.
man. He said
Hold up.
I don't want to
For
put no
all of these
money in his
dudes,
pockets.
hold on
Come
real
on, man.
quick. Let me say this point because I can
Beat
sum
up
up
his
a lot of
dad,
these.
man.
I can sum up a lot of these people in one good statement. But why? Just like you just said, 2 cent about De Los Santos all of a sudden becoming a name. This is that typical top rank propaganda when these dudes try to create this little circle and try to create some air of mystique while not fighting the competition that's really available for them to fight. There's plenty of people that for Keyshawn to fight, Shakur to fight, where they can get their names up and have a little bit more respectable repertoire, but they're really playing it safe. And it's not, people can't say that it's just the promoters, or I think it's more at fault of the fighters. I think at this point they could choose who they want to fight, and they're specifically picking very safe fights from Crawford to Shakur to Keyshawn. And that's just
Shakur,
how Top
Let
Rank
me say
operates.
something.
Shakur is fighting the number one
Say
person
something.
Hold
in
on,
Hey,
the
wait,
and
hold on.
there's
Let me say
other
something.
fighters
Let me
too.
talk.
I
Wait,
think
let me
you're
talk.
banging. That's
that
hating
fights
right
Let me
there.
say something about
the
Keyshawn
number
real quick. Let
one
me say something
guy
about
in
T.O.
the
and Keyshawn.
division. He's a
This guy
champion.
keep
He's fighting
guy
his
keep
mandatory. What are we talking about?
running off with T.O. and Keyshawn. T.O. first said that he wouldn't fight Keyshawn. He the one that first
He
said. If
did
you
say
go
that,
back and
yes.
look,
He did
you will
say
see
that
that he
too.
said that.
Yeah, he did
That,
say that.
See
yeah,
that
he
he
did
said
say
that.
that. I'm
So
not
all
saying he
that
did.
shit that you talking is unnecessary because T.O. in a whole different weight class. He in a whole different weight class. He fighting Barbosa.
But he's looking for a
He ain't
money fight
fighting
though,
two. He
right?
ain't fight damn near in 2 years, in a year and a half because of Top Rank. So you trying to build something like Keyshawn ducking him. Come on, man. We can see through that shit.
Man,
He
listen to
not
the names
ducking.
he mentioned. Listen to
He
the
All
not
right,
names he
y'all, hold
ducking.
mentioned.
on. Let's get
I'm not
let's
He
saying
get
he
not
did.
Harold
ducking. He not
turn.
turning down nothing, man. He not ducking
My
nothing.
Yes,
TV
he is.
is.
Yes, he is. He turned down his fake
Yeah, all
brother.
them boys is ducks. All them Top Rank boys is ducks.
To Davis, people are going to write him off even more.
Huh? You had to call. All right, I cannot figure out how we can both hear the sound, but I really want y'all to hear it. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. I'm about to play it.
And only underestimate how dangerous he is of an opponent even more. I remember all the Tank Ballhards criticizing Shakur Stevenson for the way he looked against Los Santos. I said, okay, have Tanks fight him and see how he looks. You didn't go near him. You know what I mean? It goes to show you the character that Keyshawn Davis has as well to take on Dos Santos, but also the character that Dos Santos has because he can't get a fight. So he's like, all right, whatever. I'll just fight anybody, even if it's a constantly.
This is what I'm talking about. It also shows you the character. Like, what are we talking about? Keyshawn, and this is no hate. I'm not hating on Keyshawn, and I'm not saying this because I'm a Tank fan, so y'all don't start that. I'm just trying to point out when they be saying shit that don't make sense. Keyshawn Davis said he chose to fight De Los Santos, right?
And he
It's
said
not like it's not like
went
De Los
against it.
Santos. No, he said Top Rank wanted him to fight certain people, but he didn't want to, which is a lot of those fighters, Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson, all of them, I've heard Bob complain about them turning down fights. So he said he turned down everybody Top Rank wanted him to fight, and he picked De Los Santos to fight. So let's run that down. De Los Santos just lost to Shakur Stevenson in one of the worst performing boxing matches of the year, most likely. He's coming off of blood clots and a shoulder injury, and he hasn't fought in 2 years. And we're sitting here saying, oh, Keyshawn, his character, he's such a dog. But this is who he chose to fight. Like, I'm not trying to hate. I'm just saying, like, what are we talking about? And
Who will be the better choice then?
it's not about, I'm not
His
saying
daddy,
anything about
Andy
a better
Cruz.
choice. See, y'all keep
Andy
moving the
Cruz don't want some
goalpost.
contract.
That's not the
He keeps
question.
saying Andy Cruz.
I'm bringing attention to what's going on now. Don't move the goalpost. Well, who be better to fight? That's not the conversation. The conversation is De Los Santos lost, injury, long 2-year layoff. What are we talking about? If that's who he gonna fight, that's cool. It's the narrative behind it that I'm trying to get to,
Okay, I
because
see what you're
as
saying.
you're gonna see when he keeps talking, how he tries to spin this and shit on Tank. Watch.
I mean, Tank's fighting at 130 pounder.
Watch.
Toughest fights possible. Again, another situation where you're so good that it becomes not fair.
You think fight fans are gonna be fickle because
So he's so good that it's not fair? Come on, y'all.
Keyshawn Shakur can't actually have the barometer fight where, all right, you fought this guy, now you won't fight each
Let me
other.
ask you something. Keyshawn and Shakur can't get the barometer fight because sometimes it's not attainable because people don't want to fight them. Gervonta Davis doesn't get the barometer fight because he always avoids it. So what I don't understand.
What are we
Where
talking
did
about?
I
Gervonta
don't even
Davis
know
come
why he
in?
even throwing that nigga. That nigga sound like some
Facts.
people
Why
in
did he
hell,
name
man.
Tank?
What are we talking about?
Polly spit facts, guys, and it's hard for you guys.
Nah,
to
he be
How
hating though, man.
is
That's some hating
no,
ass shit.
No, he do be
how,
hating, and that's not because
bruh,
Adrian Bona boned his girl.
bro? How is no? And this is what I'm talking about, boxing hacker. Hold on, let me say this. How is De Los Santos a barometer fight? How is De Los Santos a barometer fight? How is Keyshawn so good that it's just not fair versus Keyshawn ain't fighting nobody? How is
De
that
Los
the
Santos is
rhetoric?
known to be one
No,
of the
ain't
most
no
dangerous.
soul. I'm still talking, boxing hacker. Come on,
Okay, I
bro.
thought
You
you
gotta
asked me a
learn.
question.
I
Noodle
am, but
and
let me
boodle.
finish.
Damn it.
So how y'all? I'm not tripping and I'm not hating. This man just sat up here and said that Keshan and Shakur can't get a barometer fight because Tank don't want to fight him, as if Tank is the only fight that they can get that could be competitive. Not true. Then he goes on to say he's doing what Tank not doing. He's taking the barometer fight. De Los Santos ain't no damn barometer fight. That's the whole point I'm trying to make. It's not. So stop.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
No,
It is. Yes, it is.
That's what I'm talking about. Top rank propaganda.
No, it is because remember
Let's finish.
Oh no! Don't De Los Santos fight for what you call it?
Lamont Roach said he was 16-1 favorite, and then he struggled. That's a barometer. What kind of barometer is that? You know what I mean? Obviously, Lamont puts himself in position and makes himself look good. Well, credit to him.
But probably got to stop being on that shit though.
Fighting 118 pounds.
He saw him
He comes straight in, walks straight through the front door. I don't know, bro. Like I said, I don't understand his business.
That's true though.
But one thing about
that's a good deflection of the question, though. It's a good deflection of the question he was asked, though. It's a good deflection.
Keshan and Shakur are not looking for the toughest fights. That's what I'm saying.
But Shakur fighting his mandatory. What are you talking about?
Shakur fight anybody. Shakur fight anybody.
Shakur fight.
It's got to make sense, though. It's got to make sense. It's got to make sense, though.
He ain't had no big pop out fights that he can exact all his money.
Roach is a 130 pounder.
What are we talking about? What are we really?
Hey, you know what? You know what I think?
Across seas, bro.
Hold on, we got about 30 seconds left.
Was that
for a homecoming as well?
Yeah, it's another thing. You're bringing a very dangerous guy to fight at home, but again,
I guess just in case Los Santos wins, they could always rob him.
This is
Let me say this.
But this just speaks to the character of Keshan Davis and where his team has him at, where they think where the confidence lies. That guy's dangerous. Cool, we'll take that guy, and I love that. That's what you want your champions to do.
They capping so hard. Let me ask y'all a question. If Gervonta Tank Davis was fighting, somebody got to mute, man. Somebody sound like they rapping gifts. If Gervonta Tank Davis was fighting De Los Santos, would that be a good fight? Would it be a barometer fight? Would he be a better fight? It'll be a better fight than man, no, it wouldn't.
Yes, 2 cents. I was calling for that. 2 cents. I was calling for that fight. I was calling for that fight.
What are we talking about?
I was calling for that fight. 2
People
cents.
call for that fight.
I was calling for that fight.
People was calling for that fight. 2 cents.
Right after De Los Santos fought Shakur, I was calling for it, and they wouldn't. And I was heard all sorts of excuses as why Tank couldn't fight him. And he signed with PBC. So why can't they make it happen?
Because that's a dumbass fight.
Why? 2 cents, right? No. 2 cents, right? After that fight with Shakur, you still saying that's a dumb fight when you could compare.
Listen,
why?
Yeah, they're about to be lined up anyway. Why not fight common
We're going to be able to compare, guys. Now we're going to be able to compare how Keshan does against how Shakur did. So we're still
Shakur and Keshan aren't going to fight.
They're not going to fight. They're not fighting.
How much I want to bet? Because this
they're
is
not fighting, Ty.
This is intentionally if y'all are not paying attention.
Time out. Let me say this. Listen. Bruh, somebody got to. Terrence, that's you with all this noise. Listen, y'all. But it's boxing, right? Rich, I know you know boxing. The guy is coming off of a 2-year layoff. The guy is coming off of a shoulder injury. The guy is coming off having issues with blood clots. And I don't know if y'all noticed, that's life-threatening, right? Yeah. So if I'm Gervonta Tank Davis, right? Yeah. I'm not going to fight you. I want to fight you coming off your best win. I want to fight you when you've been active. So for me, I want to give my fans a good competitive fight. So to me, that doesn't make sense. But to say that Keshan is doing the barometer test, he's fighting all the top competition, but he handpicked a nigga that been out the ring for 2 years coming off of life-threatening issues with blood clots and injuries, and y'all want to sit up here and tell me that if Tank was doing that, he would get no criticism.
It's a better fight than Lamont Roach.
Hey, wait, hold on,
It is. No, it's not. It is. What are we talking about?
Yes, it is.
How you finish? It's still better than Lamont Roach was a 25-1 underdog.
Yeah. Come on, you guys.
What are we talking about?
He pulled dude up. Come on, man.
Lamont Roach wasn't even in that division.
Hey,
Go
two
ahead, Rich.
cents. Hey,
Yeah.
quick question, right? Lamont Roach said when Tank for what's that guy name? Garcia. What's that Spanish guy
Hector
name? Garcia.
Garcia.
He said that Tank called out, reached out to him. He said they accepted a fight. They ain't hear nothing back from Tank, right? Shakur said the same thing, right? De Los Santos team said the same thing last year, that Tank
Yep.
reached out to them and they ain't hear nothing back. They say we accepted, but they never heard nothing back.
That's a lie.
So,
They said
so
that De Los Santos was injured, which he was. I
No,
read an
they
article.
came out.
I read
His
an
team came
article
out
that
and said something
they
different.
reached
Two
out.
cents.
I got a
His
video
team came out and said
of
something
I
different.
got a video of De Los Santos uncle whatever / trainer whoever he is saying that they accepted the fight and Tank ain't wanted it. So
That's a lie,
not
though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
all
He
right,
was
man.
injured. He had the issue with the blood clots and the shoulder
All
injury.
right.
We talking about it right
At the
now.
end at the
Wait,
end of
how
the
did you
day,
find
at
out
the
he
end
was
of the
injured
day,
from his
Tank
coach,
at the
right?
end of the day, what I'm saying to you is Tank reached out to them trying to get the fight.
What does that have to do with what I'm saying, though? Nothing.
You just said
It
if
Yeah,
has
Tank
nothing
wouldn't
to
do
do
no
with
shit
what
Not
I'm
like
a
that.
saying.
Tank
damn
wanted to
thing.
You
fight
just said
Lamont
Tank
Roach.
wouldn't do no shit like that. Tank would.
No, he wouldn't. He
Tank
didn't
would.
fight him because he was injured and he had the layoff. He
That's
didn't
not
fight
what
him.
that's not what his
Listen,
coach
time
said.
out.
Okay, so
Y'all
let's
can't.
bring
We
it
not.
back to
Listen,
the
his coach
We
question.
not.
said that's
We
not
not
what
Let's bring it
finna.
happened.
back to the
We not finna
question. Let's bring
argue
it back to the
about.
question.
Let me say this. We not finna argue about what Tank would do. We're gonna argue about what Tank does and what he did. Because we're not gonna argue about what he would do. He's not fighting him. He didn't fight him.
Yeah,
Keyshawn is fighting him. Keyshawn
yeah.
reached out to him, and that's cool. All of that is cool. But what I'm saying is, let's stop acting like he is picking the greatest competition and he's challenging himself. And that's exactly what Tank not doing. Who the
He's
is De
not
Los
though.
Santos?
If
It's
that's the
better
case,
than
Tank is
Lamont
doing the
Roach. I
same
don't
thing.
understand. It's
Yeah,
Man,
if
this
that's the
it's
guy
case,
better
then
Just
than
Tank is
padding
doing
their
Lamont Roach.
exactly the
records,
Why is
same
it
man.
thing.
always gonna come back to Tank,
they
yo?
gonna
Why
come
does
to
it always gotta
No,
reality
come
because
back
you
one
to
day,
guys,
Tank?
man.
because
They gonna come
Hey,
to
you
because
know
you said it
what?
reality
was a
one
That's
day.
what I
barometer.
wanted to say.
Why is
They
it
gonna
Can I
come
always
to
say
gonna
this
come
real
back
quick?
to
reality one
Tank?
day, man.
I wanted to say this point real quick because if it wasn't for Tank, it's crazy. It's funny how one man could give life to so many other careers who can't draw relevance off their own talent. If it wasn't for Tank, we would not, and we had to talk about these fighters in their own merits. We would not be talking about Shakur. We would not be talking about goddamn Keyshawn, and probably wouldn't be talking about Bud neither. Like, and it's like that for a reason. Like these dudes have
What
had
these guys
control of their
talking about,
careers
man?
for a number of years, and they're choosing the worst competition, and then they're using Tank to try to stay in some type of limelight or some type of relevance that their own talent can't warrant. That's just the way I see it. And I
That,
mean, I don't know how anybody else can see it
Same
another
thing
way.
last
that's
night.
super cap.
That,
No,
that's
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 super
that's
Now,
the
cap.
way that's
now,
the
That's
way
what's
listen,
going
that's
Yeah,
on.
That's
like
that's.
cap.
how did
Wait, wait,
Tank
wait,
how
hold
did
That's
Tank
what's
no,
on.
not
going
it
on.
ain't.
do
No,
well?
it ain't.
before you even lined Shakur up with Tank, man. People was talking about Shakur, man. I don't even know what you talking about.
Wait till
Yeah,
people
Yeah,
talk about
that's
Shakur
cap.
he
because he
was
got
That's
talking about
cap.
coming
hold
from
on, hold on.
amateurs.
People,
Before
you
That's
you
know,
even
cap.
people
lined
talk
them up
about
together,
Shakur.
they was talking about Shakur.
People
Let me
talk
read
about
this
Shakur
comment by
because he
Big
got Tupac's.
Supreme. Big
My
Supreme
fault.
said Shakur threatened to retire if he didn't get the Navarrete fight, 130 pounder.
That's when he was
Come on.
130 pounds.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
He
Yeah.
was
yes it
at
was.
135. That's
No,
false.
135, but
He was
Narate
at
135,
moved.
135.
135.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Narate moved
The,
up. He was
Yeah,
moving
they
up.
both
Yes,
moved
he
up. They
was.
both came from
He's moving
130.
up.
the only
Hold
people
up. You
why
said
people
move him up. So that's the same thing Tank did, right?
No, but
That's what you
What?
said.
No, they
Shakur
fought.
just moved up as
No.
well.
No, that's
Shakur just
Narate
moved up
different.
is
as well.
35 now.
Oh, look
And
at it now.
people
Look
knew
the
at
His
it.
about
last
Shakur
fight was all
since the
35.
Where y'all
Olympics.
come from, huh?
It wasn't even in the pros. I
Yeah,
found out
man.
about Shakur in the
Just making up
Olympics.
shit.
Yeah,
the
this whole
only
thing about
reason why
it
people
wouldn't be relevant. That's
the
not
only
true.
reason why people talk about Shakur is because he got Tupac's last name as his first name.
That is
He ain't
cap.
did
That's
nothing.
cap.
He ain't
That's
did
okay. You talk
nothing
about him.
in the
That's very
sport,
true.
and he ain't
That
did
ain't
nothing
true.
in the sport
Listen.
that bring
That's
no
not
type of
true.
mystique.
What are you
So
talking
I'm
about?
saying,
He's
just
an
then what else?
Olympian.
Why
He's an
we always
Olympian.
talking
What are
about
you
somebody
talking
that he's
about?
not
Yeah,
gonna
he
Man,
fight?
I
is.
don't know
We
what
know
this
about him
guy's
from
talking
the
about.
Olympics.
Hey, don't even
Finish.
waste your energy
Let the
on this
man
guy right here,
finish.
man.
Let the man finish.
I wouldn't even
Let
waste
the
your
Man, he
man
energy
keep
on
finish.
going
that.
on and on. How long he gonna go? Go ahead.
What do you mean? I said what I said, and y'all start reacting
Okay,
because y'all got
hold
all
on.
these
Can I
feelings
talk for?
going
All
on.
right,
No,
see,
let's
No,
say
let
no.
your
you.
Oh,
thing.
feelings. Can I talk to for a minute? I haven't
Hold
said
on,
anything.
let's see and finish up, and I'm gonna let you go, Big Dog Willie. Listen, y'all, time out. Let me say this for real. Please stop talking over each other. Y'all are messing up the playback value of my video, bro. Just one at a time. Just wait, pause like 2 seconds, and then go. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Big
somebody.
Dog.
Whenever you're done, just say you're done, so somebody else can take your turn. Because it's hard to know when somebody is.
All right, go ahead, Sin Ironheart, finish up.
I don't even remember because everybody started talking over. All I was saying, I just know the main point that I was making was that if we had to talk about these dudes in their own merit, we would not be talking about them, and it would be much harder for them to have any room for relevance if they didn't talk about Tank Davis, somebody who they're never going to fight next, but they always keep talking about, so that you could watch them for some reason. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Can I go next?
Hold on.
That's a very
Go
well
ahead.
articulated brother right there. That brother is smart right there. That brother is very smart.
Huh?
That's oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Go ahead,
Hey,
Big Dog Willie.
okay, I was waiting for that. So what I want to say is about this. Tank is the so-called what's it, money maker of boxing or whatever you guys want to call him. Shakur and Keshan are Olympians. There's no way you guys can just say nobody knows them. He just it's just you guys are ridiculous with this shit. And also is pulling up. He didn't pull up Navarrete. Navarrete is fighting at 135 for one thing.
Cap.
He's not pulling at 135. He didn't fight for. He didn't fight.
Cap.
He fought
Hold
Bird
on.
at 135.
He was at
He did not fight at
135. He wanted to fight Navarrete because they were saying Navarrete was
No.
supposed
Who
to
did
be
Navarrete?
moving up or
Who did
whatever.
who? Oh, can I finish? Can I finish?
Hold on, hold on real quick, and then because I want to clarify this because it's a bunch of misunderstanding. When he didn't get the fight because Bob didn't make the fight with him and Navarrete for the belt, he said he was going to retire.
Navarrete
because he
moved
could not
up.
fight 130 pounder. Now, whether Navarrete is moving up from 130 to 135, I don't understand what the difference would be because that would be his first fight in the division.
No, it's not.
So what's the difference? Oh, okay,
No, it's not.
It wasn't Lamont Roach's first fight in the division either. So
Navarrete first. No, Navarrete moved up to fight 135 and he lost and he came back down.
Lamont Roach did that too.
Who did he?
See,
he has more fights at Tank at 30.
Hey, Big Dog Willie. The thing that they don't understand is Shakur was catching up on old business when he was supposed to fight him at 130.
That's irrelevant.
When Oscar Valdez and all that, they was all in
No,
the same weight class.
they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen.
They don't understand that. He was catching up on old smoke. That's what real niggas do.
What does that matter about the weight? What does that matter about
what real niggas do?
I didn't even get to finish what I had to say. I didn't even get to finish what I had to say. So whatever. It is what it is. I get cut off.
Go ahead, Big Dog Willie. Finish up. Go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
What I was trying to say is Navarrete came after he said all that. Navarrete came up to 135 and fought and lost, and he went back to 130. That's why Shakur got upset because he knew Navarrete was going up to 135, and he wanted to fight for. It was for what the what title was it for? No, it was for the mandatory. It was for mandatory.
Keshan.
So that's why he wanted to fight him. Number two is on that side of the Top Rank. Top Rank had nobody for Shakur to fight at that time at 135. So that's why he wanted Navarrete. Now you guys are always talking about how Shakur and Davis and Keshan and Bud pick and choose how they fight. That's so wrong. That's because if that's being very hypocritical. I seen Tank pick who he wants to fight all the time. Just like
it's
Canelo.
A different dynamic for Tank.
No, it's not.
It's different for Tank.
No, it's not.
It's a very. Let me explain. All right, so let me explain.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let him finish.
Let Big Dog Willie finish, y'all. Go ahead, Big Dog.
Go ahead for sure.
It's not the anyway. What I'm trying to say is this: you guys is the face of boxing get to pick and choose who they want to fight. If you call that a different dynamic, that's what you guys want to say. But it's the same thing. That's hypocritical shit. And that's it.
All right, can I go?
I think Ty was next. Go ahead, Ty.
No. I'm enjoying the back and forth. Go ahead, Stan.
All right, so you telling me it's not a difference between somebody being a cash cow and giving everybody else an opportunity to fight them. Tank is a measuring stick for anybody that he pulls into the ring. Those other dudes ain't giving no opportunities to nobody. They're looking for an opportunity. And that's the reason why they keep on lining themselves up with Tank while not being ready to fight Tank. For some reason, even when Tank was a lesser name or less known, when he first got with Floyd Mayweather, people watched him at his infancy and they watched him grow all the way to this point. And we seen one string of consistency in terms of his performance and the result that he produces, no matter who he's went up against, even when people were counting him out in some of those fights. We have not seen that in Shakur or say some of these other fighters that we're talking about who have had the same opportunity to fight, to find relevant names, and they don't have no status that they could say, I won't take this fight, I won't take that fight. Like there's a lot more competitive options for Shakur and Keshan to put them in a better position than it is for Tank. Nobody's giving Tank an opportunity. He has to cut that check with whoever else.
So can I
So how's that
respond to
not a
this?
different business dynamic?
Well, no, that's cap, and that's
Hey man,
you
don't
just
even waste
that's
your
such
energy
How is
on
a
that
that,
cap?
hypocritical thing to say.
Don't waste your
Because
energy, man.
No, hold
come on, man.
Let me add
If you
one
get to
thing.
pick,
Let me add one thing, because I'm not saying that that's a reason why you should say why you shouldn't fight this person or that person, but I am saying that that is a different business dynamic
That
in
wasted energy,
negotiations
man.
when
if
you
you want to
choose
say,
who you want to fight.
All right, hold
like
up,
I
y'all.
said,
Hold up, y'all. We got somebody new on the panel. Shout out NHA Crew. Let Big Dog Willie finish land his plane, and then I'm gonna let NHA
Hey,
get his 2
NHA,
cents
where
off
you
so y'all can go
been?
back to the convo.
I ain't seen you in a long time.
So what I'm trying to come on, man. Like you said, he's the face of boxing. He get to pick and choose whoever he wants to fight, and a lot of times he don't get to pick the best person to fight, and he doesn't. He fight how many Mexicans did he fight coming up? He could fight anybody he
But
want. He pulled up.
I watched that live.
Hold
Hold on.
My fault. Go
Let him
ahead, bro.
finish. Let him finish. Go ahead, Big Dog Willie. Go ahead.
He didn't fight the best competition either. Not at all. It doesn't matter if he's a cash cow and he get to bring up anybody. It's the same thing. So you call him the light-skinned little black light-skinned Canelo. That's what you're doing. Not fighting
I'm not
not
saying
fighting
that.
exactly. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Canelo fought better competition though.
No, we're talking
Hilarious.
about
Keep going.
Y'all can't be listen. If Javante Tank Davis ain't fighting nobody, then who the hell is his contemporaries fighting? Y'all not being
Really?
serious.
Hold on, you just got on Shakur's case.
Because hold on. I'll let you talk, Big Dog Willie, because it's weird to me. Like we sitting here talking about people. Tank Davis is fighting people off their best win or after they getting the belts and all this other stuff. And then you got other fighters who fighting people off layoffs, injuries, bullet wounds, all kind of stuff. But all of that is acceptable and nothing matters unless all they got to do is win. Oh, it don't matter. It's like it's all these crazy low standards for everybody else. Like we're literally sitting here arguing about Javante Tank Davis fighting an active fighter off of a championship win who's moving up from 30 to 35, which is something common that happens in boxing all the time. It's not just extra. It's not like Bud Crawford going from 54 to 68, like that big of a jump. We're talking about 5 pounds fighters do it all of the time. They do it all the time. It's not an issue. But when Tank does it, all of a sudden he at this great advantage because he moving somebody up. No, it doesn't make any sense. So
But he's
y'all
not
don't
moving up.
Y'all
Lamont
don't
Roach is not moving up. He's just taking a one-off fight.
Lamont Roach has fought at 35. He has several fights at the 35 division, and y'all know that. So I don't know why y'all keep
not moving up.
And he fought Lamont Roach.
Real quick.
To add to your point, 2 cents.
How we even got to Tank?
Hey, 2 cents, real quick, right? You know why hey, 2 cents. You know why Bevo and Better Beef, man, they in the top 5, top 10 pound for pound? Because they don't beat off the 3s, the 4s, the 5s. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the 1s and the 2s now. You know what I'm saying? Tank ain't did that yet.
Neither
He
has
ain't fight the
Shakur.
1s and the 2s, the 3s, and or the 4s. He fought the people that was all the way in the back at the rate, you know what I'm saying, at the rank that he in right now. So that's why
Ain't
we
that the
look at
same
him like
thing
that.
Keyshawn finna do? He just finna fight names.
You not
No,
hearing what I'm
Shakur
saying?
just- I mean,
You not
Keyshawn
hearing what I'm
just
saying?
But we can't put Keyshawn and Tank in the same category.
So
beat a
you're
champion.
telling me
You not hearing what I'm
you're
saying?
telling me so Rich, you're telling me the people that Tank fought was ranked low? Is that what you're saying?
They wasn't the 2s or the 3s.
Yeah,
All the time
of
they
course.
been at
They wasn't
135.
ranked at
It
all.
wasn't 2s, 3s, or the 4s. While he was at While he was at number
2,
one,
3s, and 4s has his contemporaries
what?
fault?
Keyshawn fought a champion. What do you mean? He just won the title.
Hold on. Let me talk real quick.
This is
While Tank
absolutely
been at number one, he haven't fought no number 2, no number 3, number 4, nor number 5. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why we look at him like that.
Rich.
That's why we look at
Do
him.
the rankings get bought and paid for?
I can respect
Can you
that.
pass the rankings?
That's why we look at him like that. That's all I'm trying to say. Because he at number 1. We want to see him fight the number 2. You see Shakur right now, he's fighting at number 3 or whatever. Williams Zepeda.
They just
number 4.
threw Williams Zepeda at number 1. They just threw him.
I'm just saying he's fighting the next person.
And this is what I'm saying. When you can pay for your rankings, what are you doing?
Can I talk? Tank not fighting those people though. That's what we trying to say. We ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing wrong with Tank. I'm just saying he's number 1, not fighting them people.
The person wasn't there until they were about to fight Shakur. Like you act like you ain't peeping that. You act like you ain't peeping that.
Okay, we could take it back 2. We could take it back 2 or 3 years. We could take it back 2
Hold
or 3
on.
years
What's
ago.
that bit at?
We could take it back to Devin, Haney, Teofimos, and the Lomachinkos when they was at 135. He didn't want to fight them. He didn't even try to fight them.
They were all at top rank, bro. Stop it.
It don't even matter. He didn't even try to.
Lomachenko's still at top rank. Lomachenko is at top rank right now. Why is he trying to fight him?
He was trying.
He did not.
The only reason why he fought Lamont Roach. The only reason why he fought Lamont Roach is
the only reason. Because he wanted to fight.
The only reason why he fought Lamont Roach, y'all want to hear because he's his facts. Because I watched the live where Shakur said Tank was next, and then all of a sudden he went and fought somebody else, and then they went into the Lomachenko negotiations. Shakur came in on Fanon's live and was talking with Kenny Ellis, and I watched him. They were talking trash back and forth with Kenny Ellis, and Shakur was talking like he was eyeing Tank next. Right there.
Who the fuck is Shakur?
That's not true. See,
he said out of his own mouth.
I watched the Fanon thing too. No,
y'all said he an Olympian.
The Lomachenko fight was the next.
He said it out of his own mouth. Went and fought somebody else.
So Kerr could send Tank a
when he came on,
that's what we talking about now.
Tank versus Lomachenko.
No, what I'm saying, I'm bringing this up because y'all complaining about the Lamont Roach fight.
You're saying that.
You gotta
say Shakur said Tank was next.
Let me talk, bro. Y'all complaining about Tank fighting Lamont Roach, but Shakur and Lomachenko fell through on Tank. He was trying to make those fights before he fought Lamont Roach.
Lomachenko did. I don't know about Shakur.
What y'all
I watched Shakur say it out of his mouth.
He's just saying the wrong
man
thing.
saying some garbage.
He's not saying the right thing.
You don't know what he's talking about.
I watched Shakur say it out of his mouth. Anybody challenge me?
Tank was supposed to fight Lomachenko at that time.
Hold on, y'all.
Where you been?
Caller, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Busy.
Hold on, Paige. Let me share the screen real quick. We got paid in full. No, we got paid in full on the line. Paige, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Man, I hear Rich, bro. He's saying a lot of bullshit. We not gonna act like Tank didn't send an offer to fight the number 2 person that's quote unquote in the division, which was Loma. He ducked out of the situation. He tried to fight Ryo. He also tried to fight Shakur as well, but Shakur went in a whole different other direction. So you can't just sit here and say that he ain't try to fight these people when they were available, but now that they're not available, you want him to go and pull him out of a whole nother situation that he got going on with Top Rank to try to make a fight. Like, we gotta stop doing that shit, bro. Like, you gonna take the facts of the situation and stop being so biased, bro.
But let me say this too, because the whole purpose of this. No, Rich, hold on, Rich. I know, Rich. Hold on. Let me say this. I'm gonna let you get your 2 cents off, but I'm just saying that the whole point of this conversation, right? And all roads lead back to Tank. And I think it's weird, but my whole point I simply just want to make is that let's stop overlooking the facts and the reality of situations just because you want to criticize another fighter. The man is coming off a 2-year layoff, blood clots, and an injury. And y'all are going to tell me that that's a better fight than an active fighter coming off of a championship win because he moving up 5 pounds? Like, y'all not being real. And if the situations were reversed, if Keshan Davis was fighting Lamar Roach and Tank Davis was fighting De Los Santos, I can bet you $1,000 y'all would not be on here saying this BS that y'all saying now. Shout out D Free on the panel. Go ahead. Let me give him his round of applause. Hold on, D Free. And I'm gonna let Rich go, and then I'm gonna let Pay go.
I can't hear him.
So
let me slide up in there too, because I never got my 2 cents.
Hold on. Let me.
Yeah, I was about to say NHA need to go because he ain't say nothing.
Could you hear me?
Hold
Hey, you
on.
hear me?
Hold on, Rick. I'm gonna let Pay and Four finish on the line. When somebody call in, let them say what they got to say because they can't hear y'all on the panel. Go ahead, Rich.
Oh.
All right, so I was about to say, man.
I mean, not Rich. Go ahead, Pay. Finish up, Pay.
And another thing, you could obviously tell that it's a clear biasness when it comes with anything that Paulie said, because as I recall, the interview never asked him shit about Tank. He just happened to bring Tank name up in the interview for whatever reason. But that's all I had to say. I'm about to jump back in the chat.
All right, Pay the Four. Thank you for calling in. Go ahead.
Thank you, Pay.
Go ahead, Rich.
No, I just wanted to say, man, as far as Ryo, if you follow ES News, Ryo said he never going back down to 135. He said that when he fought at 140 with Pitbull, man. And that's what Tank and them was trying to do, bring him back down to 135. So you could cancel that. Other shit.
No, because he just got his ass whooped now when he said he might go back to 135.
No, he didn't.
That's what he said. He said he might go back to 135.
I remember saying
I don't remember him ever
I
saying
that.
He said he can't make
I did not hear
135
that.
on ES.
Yeah, I never heard that
He
at
said
all.
that multiple times. I don't know where I heard that from. I don't know. But another thing, Shakur ain't never ducked no Tank, man. And if you believe he did, then that's what you believe. And who else he said? Lomachenko. That shit was all last year. We talking about all the years that nigga been at 135. I respect it. I respect that he tried to fight Lomachenko last year, but come on, man. That whole time been at 135. That's your first time trying to fight the number 2?
That's true.
He had Floyd Mayweather with him the whole time.
Y'all gotta stop being
That was
real with
facts by
yourself,
you,
bro.
bro.
Y'all
Y'all
act
gotta
like
stop
Shakur
being
and
real with
Keyshawn been at
yourself, man.
135 this whole time, and they have not.
But
said
Keyshawn
what?
already fought champion though. Tank has never fought champion. He's never fought champion at 135.
I don't even
But
care
Keyshawn
about
already
what
fought
champion.
champion.
I don't know why
Tank
y'all
never
keep
fought the
going
number
back.
one in his division.
Watch the hacker. You about to get off of here with that Tank ain't never fought a champion. You got to get off of here.
He's a liar.
Stop saying that dumb shit. Tank has never fought a champion. Stop it, bro.
I think what he meant is that Tank never fought number one in his own division.
No, we not gonna jump through hoops. He either fought a champion or he didn't.
I just
D Free, what's your 2
corrected
cents?
him.
What you got for the show? D Free, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, what's
I know
going
he
on?
never fought
Appreciate you letting me
135
up.
current champion, not a random champion.
You still up here talking stupid. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? I appreciate you having me up here. I just wanted to catch Big Dog Willie before he jumped off, because Big Dog Willie always talking about people capping, and he was up here capping. He said the only reason why Shakur was going to fight Navarrete because he was coming up to 135. Well, that would have been Navarrete's first fight at 135. But we're talking about Lamar Roach. But if anybody paid attention to Lamar Roach when they was doing the whole build-up to the Tank Davis fight, Lamar Roach literally said in the interview before he got the call for Tank Davis, he was actually going to the WBA to move up to 140 to fight one of those guys. So he was going to skip over 135. He was going to 140. That's what came out of Lamar Roach's mouth. So it's no different from what Shakur was trying to do with Navarrete, what Tank was trying to do with Lamar Roach. There's no difference. And I understand that Shakur wanted a multi-fight deal, regardless of the fact. If he wanted a multi-fight deal, that was best for his career, so be it. But you can't knock a man for trying to reach out, because all I heard from people for years was why Tank ain't sending an offer. Tank is the ace out. All he got to do is send an offer. If they don't take the offer, they're the duck. Now that Tank sent the offer, now the offer got to be respectable. It got to be an offer that's good for them. It got to be this, and that. But it wasn't never that before. It was always Tank just needs to send an offer. So y'all switching up when the offer is being set up. I mean, when the offer is being sent out from what y'all originally said. So y'all got to keep it 100. If the man sent the offer and Shakur wanted a multi-fight deal, that's what it was. He wanted a multi-fight deal. There's nothing wrong with Shakur wanting a multi-fight deal, and there was nothing wrong with Tank reaching out to try to make the fight. You just call it what it is. He reached out to try to make the fight. Shakur wanted a multi-fight deal. There's nothing wrong with that. Y'all trying to switch up. Oh, well, Tank ain't trying to make the fight. He got to be. No, he did. He tried to reach. He reached out to Loma. They tried to make the fight. Loma pulled out. He reached out to Ryo. Ryo said, I got a rematch. I'm trying to get back with Pitbull. He didn't make that fight. Then he reached out to Shakur. Shakur wanted a multi-fight deal. It is what it is. There's nothing wrong with telling what the facts are and not putting the other person down for trying to act like he wasn't trying to do it. He was. That's all I got on it.
Hey,
Oh, but
wait,
that's not
So hold on. Now, I gotta get in here.
that's not even fair.
That's the
I ain't
lie.
even get my
What
2
y'all
cents
talking
in.
about?
Hold up.
That's the lie with the Lamont
All
Roach
this
shit.
stuff sounds good, but they're not facts.
That's the lie
Can
with
I
the
go for a second, man? Please let
That's
me
the
go
lie
for a
with the
second.
Go ahead, NHA, get your 2 cents. Go ahead.
So hold up. So Tank was trying to reach out to somebody that he claimed. Why do I need a fight? Y'all got to put 2 and 2 together. Did Tank really reach out to Kerr? Is that what we? Is that what? Because I'm gonna go. Kerr said, you know what I'm saying, that the situation went totally different than what Lion Ass Espinosa said. And then to back it up, Tank is saying, you know, when he was asked about fighting Shakur, he's like, fight Shakur for what? What the fuck am I fighting Shakur for? What has he done? It seems like we seem to ignore that part about, you know what I'm saying, Tank coming out of Tank's own mouth. We take everybody at face value but Tank. And then let me go back to the Navarrete thing. The whole fact, as far as the Navarrete thing, Shakur was pissed off and shit, you know what I'm saying? But he was pissed off because Navarrete got to fight Baranchik for that belt. He wanted that opportunity to fight for that belt. It ain't because, you know what I'm saying, oh, I wanted to fight a 130 pounder. Nah. He was pissed off because Navarrete got to fight for that belt. Now comparing that to, you know what I'm saying, to Tank skipping everybody, you know what I'm saying, they got 135 and either trying to bring somebody down from 140 or picking somebody 130 and shit is asinine.
How? When that's the same thing Keyshawn Davis is doing, bro. Hold on. So
first of all, one person has a history of doing that.
NHA. Is that not the same thing Keyshawn Davis is doing? Please answer that. Please answer that.
She should have won a title. I don't know if it's the same thing.
Hey, 2 cents. That one guy that said
can I
that thing
respond, though?
Hey, 2 cents. Hold on. That one guy that said that shit about Lamont Roach, he lying, man. Lamont
No,
Roach
he
said
not.
no.
Hey, 2 cents, your graphic design off the
Lamont.
chart.
Wait. Let me talk.
First of all,
Lamont,
I could go to the
wait,
video.
hold on.
Ain't nobody
Lamont
lying.
Roach
I don't
and
got no
Lamont
reason to
Roach
lie.
said in the same breath that he was supposed to get a fight at 130 with the other guy. That's in it. They sharing the belt or whatever, and it was gonna be the same amount of money that Tank was paying them.
Yeah, Lamont Roach
is he lying? What is he talking about? He said he was gonna do the same
He's not
fight
going
he
to
did that on the
140.
Breakfast Club. He said that too.
When did he
So
say he
come
was
on, man.
140?
Come on, man.
Hold up. Where did I lie at? Because you said I'm lying. Where did I lie? If you heard him say it, where did I lie at?
You right, man. I apologize for saying that. Because I ain't see that interview. But he said the same thing about fighting somebody at 130. He said he got offered the same amount of money at 130 to fight somebody for the belt.
Yeah.
The problem is we don't hold Tank to the same standard we hold Canelo, the other so-called face of boxing and shit.
Yo, when did he
Canelo
say
don't fight somebody, nigga.
I
When
want
Canelo don't
to
fight
chime
somebody and
in
shit, all types of shit.
Go ahead,
in a
Coach
second.
Andy. Go
When
ahead.
did
Yeah. I
he say he
mean,
was 140?
at the end of the day, it's all about boxing. You know, Tank is a commodity. Okay, so what you're going to protect your commodity just like you do anything else. Canelo's a commodity. Anytime you're a big money maker, they're gonna put you in the right fights to make you look good. At the end of the day, Tank is a little guy. He's a small dude.
Here we go.
He is. He's a small guy. He's a dude really like 5'4". He's a little dude. So I mean, I wouldn't even reach out if I was which I'm glad all those guys did move on. I think Tank Davis is a chapter in their book that they all need to close. If you moved up to 147, don't even mention the dude's name because he's a small guy. If Tank wants to come up and visit my division, fine. But I'm not mentioning your name. As far as Keyshawn Davis, Keyshawn only had how many fights? 12, 13 fights, something like that. He's on the fast track. Yeah. I mean, Tank has double the amount of fights that he had, so there's really no comparison right there, just based off the number of fights. You know, but that's all I got to say.
Okay.
And don't forget, Shakur, Keyshawn record, none of them shit suspect. They ain't got no losing records.
All that shit suspect.
Remember that. None of the fighters that they fought was losers.
Do y'all know? Okay,
5 and 30.
let me ask a question.
30 and
Who up
2.
here?
None of that.
Who up here knows
Remember that.
Keshan's? I'm gonna ask my homie Big Supreme in the chat. Big Supreme, can you tell me? And I'm not doing this to hate on Keshan. Y'all just want to say that. I'm just trying to point out the hypocrisy. Big Supreme, if you still here, can you tell me Keshan's last 3 opponents and the weight classes they either came up or down from, and if they were coming off of a layoff?
Well, I'll wait for Big Supreme.
Go ahead, Ty. He gonna respond. Go ahead, Ty.
This one that he just fought right now, wasn't he? He might have been at his weight class, but I know the one before that just fought at 140 when he brought him back down to 135, but he didn't make the weight. The reason he didn't make the weight is because he just fought, who was that, Africa at 140?
He fought Africa at 140, yeah.
Yeah, he fought Africa at 140, and he brought him back down to 135 to fight him. The one before that, I don't know. We can wait for Big Supreme on that one.
Yeah, this is a disingenuous part.
You talking about Limos?
Y'all comparing.
That's the one that he just fought before this last
one.
one.
Barinchek. You talking about the Barinchek, the champion that he just fought? That everybody was like, "Oh, but he's a champion," and he fought somebody he didn't even put up a fight. And instead of y'all saying,
take the belt.
And no, wait, let me finish. Let me finish, y'all. And instead of y'all saying, "Oh, yeah, he got a belt," but the competition, I mean, what are we talking about? Y'all want to make it seem like, oh, he got a belt, like he just fought this hellified champion and had this hellified fight. When no, he didn't. He fought Barinchek coming off of a long layoff, and it was a terrible ass fight. Limos.
So we comparing Keshan to Tank. We really comparing Keshan to Tank.
Y'all
fought Pedraza as well.
Y'all gonna stop talking over me, bro. And are we comparing Keshan to Tank? No, we're not. I was talking about Keshan. Y'all keep bringing up Tank. There's no comparison, no comparing here. I'm just pointing out hypocrisy.
Keshan fought a champion 135 champion.
Fucking talk, bro. God damn. Limos was weight drained and put on a rehydration clause, according to Big Supreme. So all I'm pointing out is that these dudes aren't doing anything more better or more spectacular than anybody else. That's my whole point of this argument.
Because they're not on the same level as the quote unquote face of boxing.
So that's one thing that
faces of boxing are held to a different standard.
That Tank never did. Keshan fought a current 135 champion. Tank has never.
Oh my God!
Since the 5 years he's been there, fought current 135 champion. So if you want to do a comparison, you start there. That's something Tank has never done. It is what it is.
No, we're not going to start there, Boxing Hacker.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, that's
that.
You can never.
What we're gonna do, since you want to do that, let's do this, right? When he fought, who was that Tank fought? Jose Pedraza. Yeah, there he go, right there. Pedraza said Tank weight drain, and then he brings Pedraza down after 7 years. So that's one. The one I just told you about when he fought Africa, and he fought Africa at 140, he brought him back down to 135. So let's just stop it, okay? Let's stop.
Well, it doesn't change what I just said, right?
Fighting nobody.
Yo,
they're not even fighting
Keshan fought for his title. Keshan fought for his title, right?
So we really are comparing. We really are comparing Keshan to Tank.
Devin left the division. Let's tell the truth.
Let's stop comparing. Let's stop comparing the young boy Keshan to the grown
man. We're comparing to somebody that's going to come up to a motherfucker that's supposed to be the face of boxing. That's what we're doing.
No.
This is crazy.
Boxing Hacker, was you on here?
Tank been doing this shit for like over damn near a decade.
NAJ, was you on here when I just played the Pauly video? Because that's where this conversation stems from. And in the video, they were asking him about Keshan, and he decided to compare Keshan to Tank Davis, which is why the conversation got started in the first place. So if you want to criticize anybody for comparing Tank and Keshan, go get under Pauly comments with that bullshit he be talking about. I'm not comparing the two.
And if he's comparing them, he's just there.
You're not gonna yell over me, bro. What the fuck? Like, do y'all do this at work? Do y'all do this at work? Do y'all do this with y'all?
Nah, I work for myself.
Do you do this with your clients?
Sometimes they need to be put in their place. No, sir.
I'm about to get you off of here. No, but that's the whole. I'm just trying to point out the hypocrisy, bro. And then y'all saying there's no comparison, but y'all steady keep comparing what Tank is doing to everybody else as if they're doing more, and they're not. They're not, bro. Which is why, and how you know they're not is because they're not in the position like Tank. They don't have the demand like Tank. They don't have none of that. So y'all can sit here and act how y'all want to act and be in y'all bubble, but the reality of it is, y'all keep projecting the stuff these other fighters are doing onto Tank, and y'all don't even realize it. Paulie just came out here and I ain't gonna even say that, jumped off a roof trying to clown Tank, talking about how great of a fighter De Los Santos is and how big of a challenge it is, when they know damn well that that's not what's going on. The man is coming off of a 2-year layoff. I don't care who you are, off a 2-year layoff, that's gonna be a tough fight. Off of blood clots, which can damn near kill you, and a shoulder injury, and he has to make the weight. So y'all got to stop acting like this just finna be, oh, his toughest competition. That's the barometer. He really challenging himself, because y'all only setting it up when he whooped De Los Santos' ass because he coming off the layoff and trying to make the weight and all this other shit. Y'all gonna be like, oh, he the greatest fighter ever. He beat De Los Santos better than Shakur did, and blah, 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 blah. And y'all not gonna face the reality that the shit is not what y'all making it out to be. That's the only point that I'm trying to make.
I have a comment.
Wait,
Hold
Santos been
on one
out
second,
2
brother.
years?
Hold on one second. How is this any different than when Tank Davis fought Gamboa? Everybody does it. No, I mean, this is boxing. You fight guys, you call a guy up, he's been inactive, been sitting on the couch, whatever the case may be. Just got a divorce, whatever.
But
all that plays a part. Yeah,
Coach Eddie, that's it. You making my point. I'm not saying
I
it's
know
any
it.
different. I'm saying they doing the same thing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But nobody want to acknowledge that. They want to, every time somebody do something, they want to try to use it against Tank, as if the shit that Tank is doing is not just boxing.
I don't even know why people talk about Tank that. I don't know why people talk about Tank that much. I mean, this dude, he doesn't fight enough to be talked about.
Keyshawn
Every time Kell Brook gets
Keyshawn just getting on the scene.
It's bad though. It's bad if Terrence do it.
Let's stop.
It's bad.
Hey, I'm gonna have to start muting y'all because y'all just start yelling over each other. I'm sorry, but go ahead, band up.
My bad. That was my fault. I jumped into that.
Go ahead.
But I'm just saying it's bad. It's fine when Tank do it, but it's bad when Bud bring up Kell Brook. It's all hell loose. Oh, he can't bring up Kell Brook. We can't say that. All right.
Who said that? He brought Kell Brook down, bro.
No, I'm talking about when we're talking about the same competition and the same fighters, and then look what I did to him compared to look what you did to him, and then everybody want to say it's bad when Terrence want to bring up Kell Brook, what he did to Kell Brook compared to what Errol did to him. But now that this tank topic, it is, it's okay to do it though. It's just boxing.
Coach Eddie just said they all do it. So now we're done with that conversation.
Yeah,
now that
we
we're all
done with that.
they all do it.
We gonna start comparing Keshan when he get Tank age now. That's what we gonna
For
start.
sure.
When he gets Tank age, then we can start comparing Keshan. Nah, you right. Y'all right.
What you say, Ty?
What's the next topic?
Let me see. Yeah, that's it. Because this just gonna lead us to the Tank Hey won't stop, which is why it was two things in the Poly video. I was just trying to make a point. Like, look how they're talking. Like, look at the rhetoric about their opponents. Even the way they talk about these other fighters' opponents is completely different. If Terrence fight Madrimov, Madrimov was better than y'all thought. I told y'all Madrimov was good, but Lamont Roach ain't good. Tank a hype job. Tank ain't got the power we thought. Tank ain't got, instead of just saying, Lamont Roach was better than we thought he was, he gave Tank some good competition. I'm just trying to point out the hypocrisy.
All people say about Lamont Roach is that he got robbed. And then you guys complain about that.
No, y'all weren't saying that.
Madrimov got robbed.
Hey,
yeah, of course, because he was 25 underdog.
2 cents. The day before the fight, I told you Lamont Roach. I had money on Lamont Roach. I told you that at the end of your show, the day before the Tank fight.
I'm just talking about what the sentiment be, and then it seems like
Lamont Roach is better than I thought. He's good. He's a good fighter, but I mean, all to be all fair, like I say, just never fought current champion in the division. That's weird. How can you be the best guy?
So then would you agree? So would you agree that Ryan is better than you thought he was?
That Ryan's better than yeah, Ryan's good. I never thought Ryan was bad.
Yo, I'm gonna give it a stack. Ryan is a little bit better than I thought he was, but not by much.
Hey,
Ryan
one
did it with
thing. Hey,
like a
hey,
12, 13
one
time
one thing
national
that I think
champion.
is unfair.
He was good since he was a
My
young
fault.
kid.
I ain't mean to disrespect your
Hold on,
boxing
y'all. I
hack,
got
even though.
somebody new on the panel. Hold on. We got
The hell with
is it
boxing.
Micah? Mike, how you
Yeah,
say your name? Micah. We got
like
Micah on the panel.
I just wanted to
Hey,
say something about
Micah.
Hey, let me say
that
this real quick. Hold on, Michael. Let me say this. Hey, y'all be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at 2 Cents Boxing or dropping your 2 cents below in a super chat. Be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. Be sure to drop a super thanks in the chat or hit the Cash App. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. If you haven't already, punch the like button. I need 100 likes by the time I get off this live. I have not reached that goal yet, but I'm pretty sure everybody here has already hit the like button, so I'm not talking to y'all. But if you're new here, if y'all see somebody new pop up in the chat, make sure you tell them to punch the like button. We having some hot topics up here tonight. Situation getting heated. Michael, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I know this topic got taken to somewhere else, but dude was comparing when Terrence Crawford bring up Kell Brook. The difference is Terrence Crawford says himself that Errol Spence beat Kell Brook with one bad eye, but Terrence Crawford beat Kell Brook with two bad eyes. So that's just the only. That's he said, what's the difference? That's the difference because Terrence Crawford brings him up like Errol beat a worse version of Kell Brook than he did, and that's just untrue.
Yeah.
Yeah, Terrence
Damn, you
Crawford
came in
continues
early to
to
say that.
But
discredit his
Tank
own
stuff,
competition.
Something
but
else I wanted to bring
honestly,
up that ain't really fair.
Hold
That's
on,
not
Michael. Hold on,
necessarily.
Stan. Michael not done. Go ahead, Michael.
All right, my
but
bad, Mike.
in all honesty, I don't think none of the champions at 135 is really doing nothing. And I honestly think that Keshan has done more at 135 than all the rest of them. Like
Including
as far
Tank.
as
Why
as
you
far
say
They
as
that?
went on me.
hold on,
They
as
crucified
far
me for
as
Let him
saying
finish.
that.
bruh, why are
No.
you so emotional, bro? Calm down.
Go
It's
ahead, Michael.
in terms of like on paper, not like I mean, I'm positive that Tank has fought better competition than Keyshawn, but I'm just saying, like, if you're looking at it like on paper,
What on paper you think is making him look so good?
he's
Like when
unified.
you when
Tank never been unified ever.
Keyshawn's not unified.
They keep people keep
Keyshawn, he just won his first championship.
no. He took a belt off somebody. My bad. Tank. Yeah, everybody be saying Tank beat all these champions. Tank, no, he beat a bunch of former champions, and they say he won a belt at 140. Man, that's a secondary belt. Nobody care about that belt Mario Barrios had because Josh Taylor was undisputed. If he
Facts.
wanted to impress somebody, he would have fought Josh Taylor. But
Facts.
I mean, well, one
I
thing I
mean,
think that people don't take into
Tank could
consideration
What?
fight
with
Hold
Tank
on,
whoever.
though.
Sin. Hold on, Sin. Hold on. Let him finish up. But let me ask you one question,
Tank
Michael.
could fight whoever he
Josh
wants.
Taylor was under what promotion? What promotion was Josh Taylor with? Do you know?
What does that matter?
Same promotion company Lom was with.
Okay,
The
I'm just
same
asking.
dude
Yeah,
he's trying to fight now. Yeah, yeah. See?
But y'all
yeah.
keep saying, let me clear this because NHA
That's
keep
the
throwing this
Fury
out
and
there.
Deontay Wilder
Let me
fought.
clear it. Hold on, Michael. Let me clear this up with NHA because he keeps saying Tank can fight Loma now because they no longer have the Showtime network deal and they no longer have the ESPN contract, NHA. So a lot of things that couldn't be done in the past when those contracts were in place can take place now, which is why you see Bob going over to Al and they're going to be teaming up to make more cross-promotional fights. So
Yeah.
that's the reason. So you
I
can
ain't
stop
seen one.
saying why he want to fight him now. That's the answer to your question. So please stop saying it.
But Bustos
Nah,
fought
I
Danny Ortiz.
honestly,
But
I
how many
think Loma
fights
was
we had
scared
so
to
far?
Eddie Hearn,
What
Danny
is
Ortiz
what
with
we just gonna
PBC.
jump all over the place?
No, but
Loma
Bustos fought
Loma
Danny
was
Ortiz,
still
right?
Loma was still with ES.
Go ahead, Michael. Finish up. You were still
Oh,
talking.
oh. No, I was just now the Loma deal. I think Loma was scared of Tank until he seen that Roach fight because he wouldn't. His Tank tried to make that fight with him and it fell through. And now he's saying he want to make the fight with Tank. Now after the Roach fight, knowing that he's gonna have to get that rematch. Now I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I'm not really a Tank fan, but that's pretty evident. Like Loma didn't want that smoke until after the Roach fight because he smelled blood in the water. That's all.
I think they even now because Tank didn't want that smoke back in the day.
All
Not
right, we
see
got
now
paid in
that's where people
full
not
on the
being
panel
fair.
now. We got paid in full on the panel. Hey, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What's going on? I ain't really got too much. I was just tapping in with y'all.
All right, go ahead.
Well, yeah, this is where people not being necessarily fair, not looking at all the dynamics that went into Tank's career for the earlier portion. Tank is really just getting a control of his career. He was with the most insecure man in boxing with Floyd Mayweather.
Mhm.
Floyd is going to make sure that Tank, from my perspective, I don't care what nobody say, and I'll fight Floyd and anybody else on it. Tank has always looked more dangerous than Floyd Mayweather. And where his career was, if he had actually fought and stayed active and went against all the competition to his own accord, he would probably, I mean, he already surpassed Mayweather in
He would
some
probably have a
capacity.
loss, brother.
Hold on. Why we still in the do talk? Did you actually just say Tank? You know what I'm saying?
Come on, NHA, you're not
better
gonna cut that man
trajectory?
off like
Yeah,
that. Let him
No. We
yeah,
not gonna,
like
we're not
Mute
about
him
to
and boot him,
besmirch.
2 Cent. Mute him and boot him.
NHA, you're not about to you're gonna let
Can,
people talk on here. Go ahead,
can I
Ken.
speak next after
all right.
him?
Yeah,
So
go ahead. You can go next, Boxing Hacker.
yeah, so what I'm saying is Floyd has always been known to look for relevance, you know what I'm saying, and kind of assert himself in other people's careers, especially long after his retirement. He's still always been looking for a way to, to kind of assert himself and show his jealousy or envy or whatever you want to call it towards Tank. I think that Floyd held Tank back a majority of his career, and that's the main reason why the Lomachenko fight didn't happen soon. That's to my observation. I would love to hear if anybody could counter that.
Yes, I
Yeah,
can.
I
I
would
can.
line up with
Wait,
Devin.
let me go.
Hacker
I
is
would
finished.
think
Hold up, guys. Hold
that
up. It's
more
my
so
go,
a
right?
lot of promote.
I can
I
count
feel
that
like
real
it was
quick, all
more
right?
so the
Hold on, y'all. It's
promotion than
Boxing
So,
Hacker
anybody.
turn. It's Boxing Hacker turn. Go
Oh
ahead,
yeah, my
so,
Boxing.
bad, my bad.
so when it comes to the Lomachenko fight happened early on, what actually happened, Floyd tried to make the fight. That's what Floyd said. If we remember very clearly, the first time we saw
We're not about
Floyd
to talk
and
about this, y'all. Come on,
no,
bro.
because he brought it up, so I'm just responding to what he said. If we remember early on, the first time we saw Floyd and Tank at odds was literally because Tank said that Floyd was trying to set him up with tough fights.
I'm kicking you off here, Boxing Hacker. That is not
That's
why
not
they were
why
doing
they.
that
That's
going
not
on.
why they were at odds.
That's
But
not why
continue.
they were at odds. Stop it, Boxing Hacker. You clearly don't listen. The man literally sat on the interview and told y'all what was going on with him and Floyd. I don't understand. Like, why y'all won't be honest?
Yo,
Basically,
Floyd put that
You
man in
gotta
the best
said,
understand.
position he could ever been. Do we agree with,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, that we didn't get the fights we didn't want, but Floyd put that motherfucker in a position he is now. Now we can, y'all don't come at
Nah.
me.
No,
It's
Floyd
not his
did
own
not.
talent.
Y'all,
No,
y'all
Floyd did
sound
That's
not.
not
crazy.
true. That's
Yes,
not
Floyd
he
did
had
true.
not.
that. He had the talent.
That's not
Floyd
true.
did not put him in the position that he is now. Stop it.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's a cap. Well, I think Floyd had a lot to do with Tank's career. I don't know what y'all talking about. That's just like saying Oscar De La Hoya didn't put Canelo in position.
So
We all
why
know
he
that's
didn't make
cap.
another start
I,
in, bro? That's the thing.
Y'all
Like we
act like
can't.
these
Y'all gotta
people don't
stop
have
doing
to
that, bro.
perform and do the things that they need to do
Like that's what I'm
to be
saying.
in the position.
Exactly.
He gave him an opportunity to put himself in position, but can't nobody put you in position, bro. You got to put yourself there. Floyd Mayweather can take any other fighter and do the same exact thing he did with Tank. I guarantee you they wouldn't be in the same position. Can y'all agree with that?
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Carmel Moten.
He
Floyd
had
had
plenty of other
time.
fighters aside from Carmel. He had plenty
Yeah,
of other fighters, and ain't nobody else been no star.
Hold on, guys. Hold on,
Wasn't
guys. Hold
Africa
on.
with him too?
yeah. It
Hold
was a lot of fighters that was with Floyd, but only
on.
one that popped off was Tank.
So can we
What I'm
say
saying is,
Exactly.
definitively
wait,
that,
guys,
Because
that,
Tank
that
was the
Tank
only
would
one
have
with that
been?
real ability.
wait, guys.
Can
Hold up,
we say
guys.
definitively that Tank would have
What
been what he is now without Floyd's guidance?
Floyd and Tank's
Yes.
history is
Shout
well
out,
No,
known. What are we
shout
talking
out,
about here?
Not
Yes.
at all.
shout out to
Yes.
Richie
It
L.
would have maybe taken him longer, but yes.
Hold on, time. Shout out to Richie L for the
How?
$5
Cap.
in the super chat. He
Y'all,
says
y'all,
for
yes.
the NHA. You don't know when to be quiet, bro. He says for
Gotcha.
the show. 2 cents. Thank you, Richie L.
It's Floyd that wanted to make the Lomachenko fight early on. It was
hey, hold
Floyd that
on,
made it
Boxer Hacker.
Gonzalez fight, and it was
Hold
Tank
on,
that
bro.
said,
Hold on 1 second,
no,
brother. I
hold on,
don't
I
talk that
never got to
much.
finish. Tank was the one who
Man, you been
said
talking
that.
the whole time. I done took a shower.
No,
I
I
done
never
cooked
got
my
a
hair.
chance to
why
finish
we
because
let
I
you
got
talking
I got
about
And
it?
I'm
muted.
back, brother.
Why we let you
I'm
talking about it?
dead serious, man. You been talking. You been talking the whole time. I don't talk that much. Just give me
Wait, I
15
had a
seconds,
question
big
about
dog.
the
Go
nigga.
ahead, Coach
Go
Eddie.
Go ahead,
ahead,
man.
Coach
Go
Eddie.
ahead. Go
Go
ahead. No,
ahead.
go ahead. Go
Go
ahead, man.
Go
That
go
ahead.
was
ahead,
a
Let
whole,
Bison.
me
whole
land
fight.
because you got to say anything. They're not exactly how it went. I don't know where people are getting this
Oh
from.
my
It
God.
was literally Floyd. Tank literally said that he felt that like Floyd was trying to set him up the Pedraza fight. So we talk about who was trying to make tough fights. When he was put in a tough fight, he blamed Floyd for being even in a tough fight. Also, Tank also said that he never asked Floyd for a tough fight. He
What the?
said that on an
Why do we
interview.
gotta keep talking about
Yeah,
Tank, bro?
because I
God
want y'all to
damn.
remember that. So when y'all blame Floyd
Ain't
Because
nobody
First
for
of
blame
Tank
all,
not
Floyd.
taking
God
tough
Hacker,
fights,
damn.
that's not what happened.
what's the reason? What's the reason that
Floyd
Floyd
was
want
the
him
one
to take
trying
a
to make the
driver? Do you know
Lomachenko
what that
fight.
is? Do you
Floyd
know
tried
what
to make
that
the
is? You know
Lomachenko
the
fight.
reason?
Bullshit, bro.
Tank,
Okay,
wait a
mute
minute,
him
I'm
and boot
waiting.
him. Mute him and boot him. Go
Hold on,
ahead, Coach
hold on.
Eddie. Cause let's get it.
Floyd tried to make the Lomachenko fight. Tank said no on social media. Do y'all remember that? None of
Man, I don't even
Bison
give a
Hacker. Go
fuck,
ahead,
bro.
Coach
Like,
Eddie.
god damn, bro. Nobody give a
Go
fuck
ahead,
I
Coach
about
mean,
Eddie.
Tank,
y'all
bro.
want to
This is
move the
what
needle, we
boxing is
can,
all about.
or y'all want to stay there. What's 2 cents
Thank
of your
you.
show? What you want to talk
Thank you.
about?
Go
Thank
ahead,
you.
go. It's your 2 cents. What you got, Coach
Hey,
Eddie?
I mean, I
hey,
just think
I
that
got some.
Floyd. I think if Tank was with Top Rank, he wouldn't be the star that he is right now. I think if he's with Golden Boy,
Come
he
on.
wouldn't be the star that he is right now. So I think it's
But that's due
disingenuous.
to a multitude of other factors, though. That's due to a whole multitude of other factors.
I think that
and
Tank
then that's
came.
cat.
I think Tank came along at the perfect time. That he basically Tank's a tremendous fighter. Tank ran the miles. He did jump the
I'll
rope,
give you
did the
first.
sit up, he did the spar, did all that. You know, but at the end of the day, he came along and he inherited Floyd Mayweather's fan base. And
That's crazy. That's hilarious. Floyd didn't even have a fan base. Floyd had a hate base. Most of the people that monitor that went to those Floyd Mayweather
Floyd has
fights
always
wanted to
had
This
see
black
Floyd
people.
bullshit.
lose.
Hold
Floyd
on,
had a
Floyd has
hate
always
base.
had black people who supported him, man. Always.
I mean, he's had some. You know what I'm saying, but in
So
general,
man, he
most
had a
people want to see
ton.
him
What are you
lose.
talking about,
Nah,
man?
most of his fans was most of those was haters though, Coach Eddie.
They wanted to
Most
see
of those
him
was
lose.
haters.
Yeah, they wanted to see that O turn
That's
to a
All
1.
right, so
That
y'all
was the
telling
rest
me
of Floyd's career.
Hey, but still,
They got
let's
tired of
we
him
gonna
being
see
talked
who
about
he's
how
with though.
some
they
million
wanted Floyd to
haters
lose.
tuned in to watch Floyd fight.
Say that
None of them
again,
was his fans. 2 point something million watched Floyd fight.
bro.
It
We
was all
talking about the
haters.
majority, not the exception. I'm talking about the majority.
Hold on,
51%.
What is the majority?
Big Supreme says Brad Goodman is a Hall of Fame matchmaker. Tank would be a god on Top Rank.
Oh my goodness, he ain't lying.
Incorrect.
Hey,
He
two
ain't
He
cents.
lying.
would have been. He would have been.
He
He
had some
would have been
propaganda
suing
behind him
Bob
too.
Harris for what he's been doing,
He
trying
would
to
have
get
been
out
a
of the
bum ass.
contract,
Floyd
like
talking about
like
making
everybody
the
else
Would have
with
Lomachenko
been
fight.
Top Rank.
Terrence Crawford.
In case you forgot,
Tank
I
would have been
posted
Terrence
Floyd trying
Crawford.
to make the Lomachenko fight.
wait. What?
Yeah, a
What'd you
B
say?
tier talent.
I posted in the chat.
Thank,
Floyd
hey,
trying to
hey, thank you. Hold
Don't
up.
ever put
Hey, hold up.
Tank in
Let me
Terrence
say something real
Crawford
quick. Let me
same
say something real
level.
quick.
Lomachenko
Hey, I
fight.
was telling Demon them guys that. Yo, I was telling Demon them guys that and they didn't want to hear what I was saying. I literally told them if you take Terrence Crawford, right, and put him up under Floyd Mayweather, just like how Tank Davis is, Terrence Crawford would be the #1 boxer in like the biggest name in boxing. And they was like, oh no, Tank did it.
You got to think about it like
No
this. Why
impact.
did Africa leave Floyd?
Stop it, band up.
He left Floyd for the same reason Ryan Garcia left Canelo camp, because he said he ain't have enough time. He said he ain't have enough time to promote him correctly because he always focusing on Tank.
Let me answer this question real
That's what
quick.
you're supposed to do.
Talk says 2 cents. Why don't you kick him off more often? Well, the whole premise of my show is everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not gonna mute you. I'm not gonna kick you off the panel and all of that. I'm gonna have to end my show with a caveat that if you can't control yourself and wait your turn to talk like we in elementary school, I'm gonna have to kick you off because you ruining the replay value of my show. People like to listen to my show and replay it, and they want to be able to hear what everybody's saying. We're having some good talks, we're having some good discussions, but lest it be, I want to say legible, but we're not reading. What's the word for hearing?
Just organized.
Audible. Yeah,
There you
I
go.
want it to be
Not
audible.
organized.
Thank you,
Organized
Ty.
definitely not the word.
There you go.
Sexy Kid says y'all gravitating towards Keshan and Abdullah for some reason. We love Tank knockouts.
Well, what happens when he doesn't knock
Yeah,
somebody out?
I think if
Inouye,
Floyd,
two-time undisputed. Crawford, two-time undisputed. Haney, Josh Taylor, all became undisputed on Top Rank.
Haney
and
was
none of
not.
them
Haney's
are
not
as
part of
famous
Top
as
Rank.
Tank.
none of them important.
Because
Haney's
they
not
All of
part
them
actually
of
got
Top
fought
Rank.
together
Why would you
careers.
champions.
saying that?
They actually
All of them
fought
got
champions in
together
the weight
careers.
class.
All of them
Devin
at
Haney
the
has
same
never
time.
been with Top Rank. What are we? Where's that coming from?
Tank could have been undisputed too if he actually fought champions in his own weight class.
No,
They
if he went
fought.
over
They
there and fought,
matchmake him to fight. They matchmake him
ahead,
to
my
fight.
fault. I didn't
Hold
mean
on,
to
You know,
hold
cut
what I'm
you
on,
saying
off.
hold
one
on. Y'all
division
be
up
quiet.
on
Y'all
another
be
guy.
quiet.
Undisputed.
Everybody be quiet. I want NHA to answer this question. NHA, can you explain to me how Tank would have became? Man, who is kicking blocks over? Can you
Terrence,
explain to me how Tank could have became undisputed when Bob had control of all of the belts? Go ahead.
Bob
NHA,
had
that was for
control of all the
you.
belts. You said
Yeah, can
Bob
you?
had control of all the belts.
Yeah, can you
yes.
answer?
No, he didn't.
He could have put himself
Shut
in
the hell up,
position
Bob.
to he could have put himself in position to get one of the belts and then put himself in position to what I'm saying, or put himself in a position to be a mandatory to one of Bob's fighters. And if they can't come
That's
to an
not true.
agreement, purse split, which everything is so difficult when it comes to Tank.
That's not
Like
true. They
legit,
had
like Tank is the only
Bob
face of
Arum.
boxing that I know of that
Bob
can't
Arum,
get the fights because of
Bob
other
Arum, the one that
Bob Arum.
Yo, but
Bob
Devin
Arum,
wasn't
the one
part of
that
Bob Aaron. Why
Motherfucker,
would y'all
created the
say
name
all the
how
Bob
has
belts?
Arum.
Bob Aaron
Devin had the
got so much control
WBC.
over the face of boxing?
Nigga,
Yeah,
cause
Devin had the
who run the
WBC.
face of
Devin's
boxing
not
then?
with
What are you
Bob Aaron.
talking
Why do
about?
people keep
Y'all
saying
sound
that?
so dumb.
Who run
Teofimo
the face
Lopez.
of
Devin
boxing
Haney is
then? What
part
are
of
you talking
VHP
about?
Promotions. He's not with
That
Top. He's not
motherfucker's
with
the
Top
face of
Rank.
boxing. He's the star. He's a
Unless it's the face of
cash cow, this
boxing,
and that.
then
But
it's
yet,
not the name that he is
Bob
now,
Aaron
bro.
been
What are
holding
you
back his
talking
career
about?
all his years. Nah, Floyd Mayweather positioned him to be, a super.
And they say I'm about to mute you because nobody said that Bob Arum was
Help his
holding.
ass
I
up
don't know
out of
Clearly,
what the
here.
hell this dude
That's
talking
exactly
about.
Bob
what y'all
Bullshit.
saying.
Arum,
That shit.
Yo, but wait,
clearly,
we
Out,
got
bruh.
to clarify
clearly,
one thing.
clearly, Bob Arum is not controlling his career. He's doing just fine. The point that I'm trying to make, you talking about he could be undisputed. All those people that Big Supreme just named that was undisputed were all signed to Top Rank. Devin Haney signed a 3-fight deal with Top Rank to acquire those belts. Did he leave with those belts? No, he didn't. He dropped them. He didn't leave with them. He dropped them. So the point I'm trying to make is Bob had control of the belts. I've played countless videos on here of Bob saying, why would I make a fight for Javante? I got plenty of fighters over here I could make a fight with. Javante David. Like, y'all stop acting like y'all didn't hear that. And I don't know why we keep revisiting this. If the fight could have been made, it wasn't. It wasn't. But to me, it seemed as though as soon as the fight could be made, Javante Tank Davis went over and he sent Loma a contract and Loma ducked the fuck off. Nobody talks about that. We keep talking about how Tank ain't did this and Tank ain't did that, but nobody be like he did. He tried to fight Loma. Loma ran off. Y'all completely look over that. Like, I don't get it. But then y'all want to pop Keshan Johnson in y'all mouth because he fought Barinchek, a quote-unquote champion that didn't even put up a fight. Name a fighter that Javante Tank Davis has ever fought that didn't put up a fight. I'll wait.
Maybe Baranchik just couldn't put up a fight because he was. I'm not saying that was a good win. I'm just saying he took the belt off of somebody. All the rest of them just emailed.
Man, that shit was shit. He pretty much was already
Frank
everybody wasn't
Martin
email.
tried.
Tank
That
was
wasn't
just
really fighting
elevated.
back.
Remember the
He
Mickey
already
Mouse
had a
belt?
regular belt.
Somebody
Yo,
Tank had
sound
a
like
Frank
regular
computer
belt and
love.
they elevated him.
Martin.
Man up, you sound like computer love, bro.
I said Frank Martin got his ass kicked. He really didn't put up too much of a fight.
My bad, Box.
Yeah,
I had to
That's
get
Frank
in
Martin.
bullshit
those.
because he
he
was
started
trying
Nah,
to
off
fight.
doing good.
Just because y'all
nah.
was
Then
into don't
Frank
mean he
Martin was
wasn't
doing
trying
then
because
good at
Frank was
first.
trying.
Frank Martin was doing good at first.
yeah, I
He
agree
sure
I
with
ain't
Until he
gonna
got
that.
was.
lie, he
scared.
surprised me at first, and then it looked like
Until
after
he got
Tank
Bro, did
landed
you
that
see?
first big
Did you see?
shot, he
Time
got
out.
scared.
Hey, did you see Tank laughing at him? Like, are you kidding me? You really
yeah.
thought Tank was worried
That's
about that? He had
yeah,
him where he wanted him the entire fight.
but what happened right before he laughed at him? Tank caught him with a shot, and Frank Martin looked like, oh shit! Like, I'm telling you, look at his
Nah.
face. He started backing up to the ropes
Nah,
and
Frank
everything.
Martin was scared for sure.
He
Man,
was
he
scared
got.
for
That's
sure.
like,
He was even listening to Derrick James. Derrick James like, yo, stay your dumb ass off the
After,
ropes. What do you do?
Hold
after
on.
He
he
kept
got.
powering
He
into the
he sure
ropes and
did.
shit.
it's
He
just like
wasn't
how
listening.
y'all say. Let me show y'all. Let me tell y'all some other
After
dumb
he
shit
felt
y'all be
that
saying.
power.
It's like y'all will say, Tank Davis was losing that fight until he got the knockout, but then y'all will refer to Shakur Stevenson. It don't matter long as he win. So it don't matter what Shakur do long as he win. But for some reason, y'all want to focus on the fact that Tank was quote unquote losing before he got the knockout. Like he didn't win the fight.
Tank was not losing that fight. I don't know who said that.
I'm just pointing out like the crazy stuff people be saying to try to make these stupid, ridiculous comparisons. You bring up the De La Santo fight. Did he win? Did Shakur win? All that matters is he won the fight. I heard Terrence and Boxing Hacker saying that the other day. But then when you talk about Tank, does it all that matter that Tank won the fight? No, because y'all want to say, oh, he was losing until he got the knockout. I'm just pointing out the differences in the way y'all talking about these fighters. It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, they did the same thing to Deontay Wilder.
And then let me talk about Deontay Wilder. Y'all want to wait till Deontay Wilder go through 3 tough fights with Tyson Fury, 37 years old, way past his prime, damn near about to retire. And then when he get beat, be like, I told you he was a hype job. I told you he was a hype job. Y'all don't do other fighters like that. Y'all say, oh, well, he was way past his prime. He was old. He was 37 years old. He was this and he was that. We acknowledge the reality of situations of our quote unquote favorite fighters. But when it's fighters we don't like, we don't acknowledge the reality of the situation. We want to just make up stuff and not be serious and be for real about the situation. That's all I'm saying. And that's all I'm trying to point out when I mention Keshan, when I mention Shakur, when I mention the double super high unrealistic standards y'all got for Tank. It's crazy.
It's just like last week I was
I
on
don't
Chat
like none of them. I'm a
Somebody
hater.
somebody told me that Floyd aged out Pacquiao. I'm like, Floyd older than Pacquiao. What are you talking about?
People hate.
That's what
They
I'm
hate.
talking
They hate
about, man.
Shakur like
People be
they hate
making up all
Shakur.
sorts of BS.
Yeah, the same way they were hating Shakur, the same way they're hating Floyd. So you expect that to happen. But one
And
thing I
they
want to say,
ain't
people keep
right to say
Floyd
it.
used to knock,
people were
but
saying that Devin was
you
part of
can't lie. Floyd used to knock people out though.
at the low weight class, right? But people keep
Floyd,
saying Devin part of Top Rank. Devin Haney was never part of Top Rank. He signed a 3-fight deal to
Okay,
fight
that's
with Top
part
Rank.
of Top
But
Rank.
no.
Shout out KQKC for the $5 in the super chat. She says showing support to my sister. Shout out KQKC. Thank you for coming by the chat. KQKC showing support to the channel. Boxing Hacker, I kicked you off because you bruh. If he signed a 3-fight deal with Top Rank, he's with.
There was one.
he did.
Why you keep saying that?
Okay, let me ask you a question too, Sen. Devin Haney was WBC champion for years, right? Was he signed with Top Rank?
What does that have to do with what I'm talking about?
No, he wasn't, right? So while he was WBC champion, why didn't Tank call him out then? What
does that have to do with what we talking
about? You
about?
said that Tank never had a chance to become a champion or never got a chance to fight current champion because they were all with top rank, right? Well, Devin Haney was WBC champion longer than he was undisputed, and Tank never tried to fight him. In fact, when Lomachenko became franchise and Devin got elevated, Tank had an opportunity to exercise a mandatory position. He didn't do that either. So when you say that all the belts were with Top Rank, that's not true. Devin Haney Tank was in a position to exercise a mandatory status.
Let me ask you a question, Boxing Hacker. Why would Devin Haney go fight Tank when he's trying to be undisputed?
That's not so. It doesn't have nothing to do with your argument, right?
Why would Devin Haney fight Tank?
Devin has called out Tank multiple times.
Listen to the question. Listen to the question. We can circle back to the call out. We'll circle back to that.
Okay.
Why would Devin Haney go fight Tank if he's trying to be undisputed and all the belts are with Top Rank?
Good question. So here's the thing: he's fought other people that weren't with Top Rank, right? He fought fights that didn't have belts.
Wait.
And I'm still answering the same question.
No,
it's the
you're
same
not.
thing. Devin Haney was also looking to fight the best fights. He said that throughout his whole career, not only to become undisputed, but also to fight the best fight. At the time, Tank Davis was heavily touted. So yes. So Devin still wanted to fight Tank. Devin been calling out Tank for years. Just like he was calling out Robert Eastern. Just like he called out other fighters. He's been calling
Devin
out
did not want to fight no damn Robert Eastern.
He called out Robert Eastern and he called out Teofimo.
Cut it out.
You all can say he didn't, but he called them
Man,
out.
when y'all call out somebody, that don't even mean that you really want to fight
Well,
them. You clout chasing.
the other side never answered the call, so we never know what will happen. So let's keep it at that. The other Devin was wanting the call out. The other side never answered the call. Robert Eastern, Bunny, didn't answer the call.
Oh
Let's keep that 100. He called out Lomachenko for years. Lomachenko didn't answer the call. Let's keep it 100. He called out Tank. Tank was in a position to enforce a mandatory. Tank never did that. Even twice, Tank never did that. So when you say Tank never had opportunity to fight for titles, that is not true. When you say there was only top rank,
this is hilarious.
when you say it was top rank that was blocking it, that's also not true.
Why would the A side exercise a mandatory when that would give the B side 70% according to Cash Crypto?
Come on, man.
Come on,
I mean, for real.
So here's the thing, y'all. So let's stick to the.
That's why I said it's a different business
y'all
dynamic
saying the
for
only
Tank.
reason Tank never fought the current champions because the belts were all with top rank. Bob Arum was somehow blocking it.
Boxing Hacker, I just cooked you, bro. Let me let Dondrick them go. Dondrick them, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? Because if Devin Haney goal was to be undisputed, you can't say his goal was to be undisputed and to put on the best fights. It can't be both, bro.
It can't be both. It can't. Shut up, Boxing Hacker.
He's been doing that.
No, he can't. No, he hasn't.
Go ahead,
No, he hasn't.
Go ahead, Dondrick.
You can, bro. I'm tired of Boxing Hacker. If you're signed with somebody for 3 fights, you're contractually obligated to fight 3 fights with them. That means you are signed to them. You can't fight anybody else who's on your contract. Lomachenko was at the end, so he knew he had 2 fights with Cambosis. He had to fight him, and they were on top rank. That means he could not fight Tank. And even when he called him out, he couldn't because he was contractually obligated to already have those 3 fights. So why does he keep bringing up that he could have fought Tank? Tank was not going to give you the A side. If he wanted to fight Tank, guess what he could have did? As soon as he got undisputed, hey Tank, you want undisputed? I'm gonna come to PBC. We can make the fight. But guess what he did? He moved up to 140 because he didn't want to fight. Then you keep saying, "Oh, Tank could have fought anybody." When he left, where did those belts go back to? Top rank. They were all went back to top rank. Not even one of them made the match. So I don't even want to hear none of that. Shut up. Shut up. Stop talking. Stop talking, bro. You always want to cut somebody off. Shut up.
My bad.
Jesus, bro. Be quiet. Be quiet, bro. Be quiet. Just do that for a second, bro.
Let me just respond to
you.
what you
No. I don't want you to respond. I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear you talk. I don't know, bro. I'm talking. I don't want to hear you talk.
I finished. Let me just
what you grown ass mean,
bro?
Man.
Top
rank held Tank's destiny. We get the point.
Yo, so when you
say be quiet, yo, I ain't gonna never get to finish talking because every time I talk, you got to say something, bro. Shut up. Those two never were really gonna fight because they weren't on the same side of the street, and we all knew that. We all knew it was posturing. It was never gonna happen. Then I don't like the fact that people keep saying, "Oh, Tank Mayweather made Tank." Mayweather had Badu Jack. Badu Jack wasn't that good. He done had plenty of fighters who couldn't do what Tank did. Tank made the best out of what he could. And then if Mayweather really wanted him to be great and better than what he was, he wanted to put him in the best situation. He would have put him in better fights when he was better trained and stopped trying to set him up because he think his daughter's messing with him. No, that's not what they do. That's not what you do to a fighter. Because Tank should, and everybody keeps saying Tank never fought a champion. What did he do with Pedraza? Y'all forgetting this is Tank, what, 3rd weight class? So no, it was not Tank. Clearly, it's not his 3rd. Then he started 26.
Yes. I
was like you saying it was Tank's 3rd weight class. No, he was. That was his 2nd weight class where he fought Pedraza for his 1st championship. No, so he took a belt off somebody. This is Keshan's first division. Well, you can't. We can't say because I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I don't. I said he didn't. He didn't put him in the best. I said he didn't. I never said he didn't do it, but he didn't do the best because he could have did better.
Here's a misconception.
He did way better.
He
could have did way better.
Put him
in
a fight
that he thought Tank was going to lose. He did it. He obviously thought Tank was going to lose to Lomachenko at the time.
Yo, y'all let Dondrick finish. Go ahead, Dondrick.
We'll never get his finish.
I'm never going to. If Floyd wanted to make that fight, he knew he would have to let Tank go to top rank. He was never going to let Tank go to top rank because he couldn't have got the cut that he was getting. Because Tank was fighting on Showtime and PBC. He was never going to let them go. So it was just a fake call out just to try to get at Tank. We all know that.
So I don't know why we keep using these words. Like Mayweather was never going to do that. Him and Bob don't even get along. So why do we keep bringing that up? Like I don't get it. Like it's all semantics.
All right, I'm gonna let Boxing Hacker respond. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Boxing Hacker.
Thank you, 2 Cent. So when you say that Devin left the division and all the belts went to Top Rank, that's not true because Tank was a WBA regular and he didn't want to get elevated, so his belt became the only belt and the WBA super dropped off. Then Shakur and De Los Santos fought for the other title, right? And so when you say that, all the rest of them went to Top Rank, that's absolutely not true. So we got to cut that at the pass right there, you know? And as far as I don't remember what the rest of the stuff you're saying. You threw me off with that a little bit. But as far as everything else, at the end of the day, when you look at it, we look at where Tank is. Tank has had all his opportunities. You only look at the undisputed rank. You look at, he signed a 3-fight deal. That means that he could never fight Devin, this and that. Devin was also a WBC champion for years, way longer than he was undisputed. He only became undisputed after he beat Kambosos, right? When he had a WBC super and then Kambosos had the rest of the titles. That's when he became undisputed. But before that, Devin Haney was a WBC champion. You know, he was the WBC champion. So Tank could have fought him before that for multiple years. So when you say, there was never an opportunity, of course there was opportunity to. He had opportunity to even challenge the mandatory status.
All right, let me read KMJ Network because you ain't make. All right, everyone knows Top Rank got the best matchmaking in the game. Motherfuckers forget Bob Arum and Top Rank had a whole 135-pound tournament and never wanted to include Tank in it. Motherfuckers don't know their history. Shout out KMJ Network for the comment. Big Supreme say 75% of the belts went right back to Top Rank. Explain. Somebody TV, y'all gotta mute because they will copyright me. So y'all gotta mute. Y'all got a TV in the background. Turn it down. Explain how 3 different Top Rank fighters got vacant title shots. Can you explain that, Boxing Hacker?
Well, Tank also got a title.
Can you explain? Can you explain how 3 different top ranked fighters got vacant title shots?
Because they were in position for it, right? But Tank also got a title. The person who was a regular Tank was supposed to become a WBA super. He refused it. They dropped the belt off and they made his belt the primary belt.
Because he didn't want to pay for the damn belt.
So when you say that, Tank was literally going to get a title in the mail, bro. So what are we talking about?
Because a super is not even a real title. It's a designation. That's what I hate you. I hate when y'all say that. It's not a real title. It's a designation. Go look it up. It's a designation for them.
What are you talking about?
The super it's a designation. The regular is the only title.
Oh my God!
It's the only one you win in the. It's the only one you win in the ring. It's the only one you win in the ring. Go look it up. Go look it up right now and tell me which one you have to win in the ring.
In terms of belt hierarchy, brother. In terms of belt hierarchy, the super, if it's in the division, is higher than the regular. No
because they designate you there, they elevate you to it. You don't win it in a ring.
When you get undisputed, it's not based on you having regular titles. Josh Taylor was undisputed. Barrios was a regular champion, but Josh Taylor was undisputed. Guess what that undisputed means? He is recognized as a true champion of that division, not Barrios. Like, there's no question about what the status is between a regular and a super title. I don't know why we even talk about it. There's no question at all about that.
Because it's a designation. It is not a real title. You have to fight for your title. He was given that. He was given that title, that designation. He didn't fight for it.
Oh my God. Okay, so let them all go for
WBA super title does not exist anymore. Listen, Boxing Hacker, all of this is irrelevant, right? We're going to talk about the present. We're going to talk about what's going on now. Yeah. So we're not gonna see. I don't understand.
The WBA super doesn't exist because of Tank. He didn't want to get elevated. It doesn't exist in 135 because Tank didn't want the belt. So they made his belt the only belt, the primary belt. See, as long as it's super, that's top. That's the number one, the hierarchy.
But you hold on. The regular became... All this that you're talking about, these belts, is why people don't care, bro. It's too confusing. Nobody really understand. If you got a belt, you got a belt. It's nobody that's just like, oh, he got a belt. He's the like. Obviously, that belt shit ain't as important as y'all keep trying to make it out to be to the fighters, depending on what their goals are. If Tank has said he wants to make money, I don't understand why y'all keep trying to criticize and crucify him for not fighting champions and getting belts. He never said that that's what he wanted to do. Recently, he has said that he wants to get the belts now, and that's what he tried to do, and Loma ducked off. So we're going to keep it moving.
Okay, then we have to be fair then, too. So we have to say that Tank's not fighting. He just wants money. He's not fighting the best competition as well.
Just because you don't have a belt doesn't mean you're not good.
Let's call
Hacker. So Barincek was the best competition. Just because you have a belt don't mean you the best competition, and just because you don't have a belt don't mean you can't be the best competition.
Barincek was the outlier.
It means you're the champion of that sanctioning body. That's what it does mean.
So
it
Boxing
means
Hacker,
that
you can't be good competition unless you got a belt, Boxing Hacker.
I mean, what do we have belts for then?
But you're not the best competition, right? You can't be better.
That doesn't mean just because
you're not the best competition.
Just because I don't have the belt don't mean I can't be the best
contender.
competition. I may not have had my opportunity to try to get a belt yet. Boxing Hacker. Not every good fighter in boxing gets the opportunity to get a belt. What are we talking about, y'all?
Somebody all right, fight the 1, 2, or 3 fighter.
NHA, if that's you with the TV in the background, bro, I swear, if my shit get demonetized, this will be the second time you got me demonetized. Turn your TV down.
No, hold on. You can't be blaming me for you demonetized. You said second time?
Yeah, this will be the second time.
Tucson, when Tucson, check it out. At the end of the day, you're right. The contenders might be able to beat the champion, right? But until that happens, the champion is still respected as the champion.
I understand that, but this is my point.
He may not be the best one at 140. He may not even be. Maybe there might be a contender who can actually beat Daniel. So, but when he had that title, he is recognized as a champion. And for Boost to beat the top guy, he had to beat the champion.
But listen to me, Boxing Hacker. I'm gonna put you in the back because you can't control yourself. Just because a fighter doesn't have a belt doesn't mean they're not good competition or top competition. There are fighters that are good competition or top competition that didn't have the opportunity to get the belt because just like we've mentioned and we've been talking about, they're held up by a certain promotional company who has their own plans and agenda with those belts. So if I'm where I'm at and I'm fighting people with belts, it may not be the belts that they have, but obviously the people that I'm fighting, this is the best person that's available because they have the belt. So I don't understand this whole logic that you're using, why that logic don't apply on this side. It may not be a WBA belt because they running their tournaments and doing what they doing over there. But over here, this is the belt that we had to offer and the best people been fighting for it. So I don't understand. Just because a person doesn't have a belt don't mean they not top or best competition. And just because a person does have a belt doesn't mean that they are top or best competition. And that's what y'all won't be honest about.
Yeah, I want to say something real quick about these promotion companies. Arrow PBC had a 147-pound division sold up for a very, very long time. Now, if a promoter has a good relationship with a sanctioning body, it will allow you to hold on to them belts, i.e. Jamal Charlo, who held on to a belt for goddamn over 2+ years and never fought, which is ridiculous. But then his brother got stripped almost immediately of all his belts. So there's no consistency with these belts. Who's stripping and what promotion company has the belts. Like Arrow had the 147-pound division sold up for a long time, and PBC played the same thing the Top Rank did. They all do the same thing. They all had in-house fights. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Adrian Bronner, you name it. You can go down the list. So all of them do the same thing. That's why these promotion companies do like to get their hands on the belts, and when they get them, they like to hold on to them, and they do a whole lot of in-house fights. All of them do it.
And that's all I'm saying, Coach Eddie. Like, what are we talking about? Because everybody keep trying to make it seem like the people that fighting with the belts, they so great and they fighting for vacant titles. They not taking belts off of champions. They fighting for vacant. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just because they do take a belt off a champion, you're not finna tell me that Barincek was just so great and he just solidified Keshan Davis. Like, I'm glad he a champion. I'm glad he got a belt. But let's just be honest about the reality of the situation. That's all I'm trying to say. That's it. Hold on, we got a new person on the panel. Boxing Hacker Tony reviews. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Y'all ain't gonna like me on this one. Look, man, only Tank fans try to square a circle I'm sorry. Like, this is ridiculous. And it's only Tank fans that come up with this nonsense. Like, in boxing, there is a threshold to know who the best are. The best normally become champions. If you don't ever fight other champions of your own weight class, then you're never the best at your own weight class. I'm sorry. Every single person has done more than Tank. You could cry all day long about, oh, it was top rank this, top rank that. But only with all the other champions is this the issue only with Tank. Nobody makes this excuse for any other fighter but Tank. Tank just shows you he's a B-level fighter at best.
False.
When Lamar Roach beat him, there's a reason why he's been avoiding champions in his own weight class his entire career, because he's going to lose. Lamar just showed you he's not as good as you thought he was. The dude came up from 130. Tank is a 130 champion. He might as well fight at 130 because he keeps bringing guys up from 130. As far as the super belt goes, the super belt most definitely exists today. Usyk has it. Beaver has it. Canelo has it. Anui has it. Collazo has it. So it still exists. With the WBA, when the super belt is there, that's the real champion. Not the Reggie belt, the super belt. If you don't have the super belt and you have the regular belt, you can never be undisputed. You have to have that super title. Thus, Mario Barrios was a fake champion sent there to make Tank another division champion when he couldn't have been a divisional champion at the weight class of 140. Why? Because, as Boxing Hacker said, Josh Taylor was undisputed. When there's undisputed champions, you're not a real champion. It's undisputed that Josh Taylor was the champion. So Tank Davis was never a champion at 140. I don't care what Reggie Buddy yelled. So at the end of the day, it's this. Devin did more than Tank. Loma did more than Tank. Teo did more than Tank. Now you have Shakur and Lil Kiki coming on doing more than Tank. And the
Tony, you capping. You capping, Tony.
I'm not capping.
You
it's
are,
just the fact of the matter. They're doing more than Tank.
These dudes all do more than Tank and can't sell out a family barbecue.
Because
now we're talking about selling out.
These dudes, they can.
He's got people like you to watch him knock out cans. That's why people pay to watch him knock out cans.
And who is Keshan fighting?
So how come Bud's not having the same success?
Who is Keshan fighting, Tony? Who is Keshan fighting?
Why ain't Shakur having the same success?
Who is Shakur fighting, Tony? Hey, Big Supreme say how many champions?
Hadley.
Hold on, where is Big Supreme question?
I mean, last time I checked,
how many champions has he fought?
How many champions? What championship?
This is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. Y'all's logic don't make logic. There's no logical sense here. Y'all want to cap and say that Lamar Roach was a good fight because Loma pulled out of the fight. However, whenever Shakur was supposed to fight Kid Austin, y'all now say Padley. You don't keep the same energy. You don't do apples to apples. You switch it up because you have to do mental gymnastics.
What energy?
I like that. I like that.
Talking about?
It's ridiculous. Look, man, this dude can't even beat hair grease, let alone another champion.
Okay. You don't think he could have beat Barinchek?
I don't know.
That's who knows, man.
I don't know if he could have beat Barinchek. I know
so your perspective is what you're saying is that you think Tank isn't as good as people portrayed him to be?
Lamar Roach showed
based on that last fight?
He showed you. No, he's been shown before. Isaac Cruz showed you.
Isaac Cruz showed what? Isaac Cruz lost that fight. What did he show?
He got beat with one hand.
Wait a minute.
No, one hand. Play with.
I tell you what. Teo's. I don't know why Teo brings about that. Teo's not entertaining at all.
Tank himself came out and said he didn't have a broke hand. It just was hurt.
You a damn lie, Tony. Stop it. You are capping.
It don't.
He said he didn't have a broke hand.
That motherfucker's hand was not broken.
Yeah, your hand ain't got to be broke to be effed up. Have you ever hit somebody in the back of the head before and messed up your hand?
Hold on, time out because
you earned that I've actually boxed.
Tony, where did
y'all would believe Tank, but not Kerr when he said it.
Tony, can you tell me where he said that his hand wasn't actually broke? Because I've never heard that.
Yeah, it was in the interview he did. He literally said my hand wasn't broken; it was just hurt. Which
interview?
You're gonna have to go looking like Fight Hype or somewhere.
Was it a while ago or recent?
It was right after the fight.
Because right after the fight, I remember he said it was broken, and he posted that picture, and his hand was all huge and swole. Y'all don't remember that?
Yeah, he showed his hand huge and swollen, but that doesn't mean it was broken. He literally said out his mouth it wasn't broken; it was just hurt.
But that would mean he was injured though, right? He still fought him with one hand though, whether it was broken or not, injured, hurt, swollen.
Everybody, wait, what? Just because your hand is swollen doesn't mean you're injured. It can mean you hurt.
Tony.
Dang, come on, man.
That's
Come on.
reaching for the stars, bro.
I can hit my hand with a hammer and it swell up, but that doesn't mean I'm injured.
All right, Tony.
Yeah.
What are you talking
Come
about?
on, man. What the hell's going on here?
Nah, just let him have that, please, because he's reaching so hard. You gotta let him have it. Okay, Tony. Anything else you want to get off your chest?
Your boy gonna lose the minute he steps up, and it's gonna be funny.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Tony, for your 2 cents.
No, I get this last thing off my chest. What I love is the excuse. Oh, it was Mayweather holding him back. Mayweather holding him back. He ain't done shit since he left Mayweather. So how is that still a valid excuse?
He just had a record-breaking fight, the biggest in history. What are you talking about?
Please, don't start him up again, please, y'all. I'm begging y'all, don't start him up.
He just had a
You're right.
That he needs to release.
He just had a record
in his heart that he has to release. Please, Tony,
you just said your defense was he had a record-breaking fight against who?
From somebody that y'all said y'all ain't want to see. He just did
be real
better.
quiet with somebody up here capping.
For somebody that y'all said was a nobody and that nobody wanted to see. The same. Hold on. The pound for pound king. The pound for pound king just did the same thing with a nobody that nobody wanted to see and added an Eminem concert to it, and his shit flopped. But the whole boxing community, all of y'all haters, was saying that nobody wanted to see Lamont Roach, and this becomes one of the biggest fights in boxing history. How does that make sense? How does it translate?
Hold on, let me respond to that. Hold up. We ain't gonna sit here and say my guy flopped on that fight. I was there in person. That shit was lit. I don't know what the hell you talking about. That was one of the best. Did you see them walk out? Did you see the fire?
You talking about the Eminem concert?
A hundred feet in the air? Are you kidding me? Talk about the flop. He brought bro. There was hella celebrities out. He bought the cars out. He bought the bras out, and he bought the stars out. So I don't want to hear none of that. And that's
the shit still flop. And the shit still flop. That's called smoke and mirrors. The shit look good, but when you look at the analytics, the nigga lost.
Everybody in the house.
What was the analytics? I'm curious. What's the analytics?
The analytics is that they lost money on a star-studded fight. That means that it was smoke and mirrors. It looked glamorous, but motherfuckers lost money who attended that bullshit.
How do you know that?
Dudes put on a whole concert.
His goal was not necessarily made to
reported that they lost money.
Where'd you get that from?
Logic. Let me.
Who reported that they lost money?
YouTube. Go ahead and YouTube.
Let me kill his logic. Hold on, boxing hacker. Let me kill his logic. The shit that you saying right now don't make no damn sense. Because it don't matter how many ticket sales he did. It don't matter how many people watching. Because if that be the case, then we're going to stay with your logic. Then Jake Paul is a motherfucking ATG because he beat Mike Tyson. And he did more numbers than Tank Davis just did. And he had more people watching than Tank Davis when he fought Mike Tyson. The shit that you say is so...
He had more people watching than Terrence Crawford had watching Madrimal. That's for goddamn sure. And he ain't had no Eminem concert there.
He has more casual fans. What are you talking about?
What difference what difference does all this make, Sin?
Can we please? It's like
Let me ask y'all a question. Then we about to go around the panel, let everybody get their 2 cents off. Like I said, all these fighters have individual goals and things that they're trying to accomplish. You got some fighters that's quote unquote fighting for legacy and want to be champion and want belts and all of this other crap. But at the end of it, when it all boils down to, what they all end up saying is that they want a bag. So ultimately, that is the end goal for these fighters. So Tony, for you to sit up here and say, what does the ticket sale matter? What is it? Oh, it matters. It matters. I guarantee you your favorite fighter would switch places with Tank any day. Any day. NHA, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I mean, you're right. I mean, every fighter's main goal is their fucking bottom line when it comes to funds. But at the same time, you gotta call a spade a spade. Tank been matchmade like no other as far as like the current crop of fighters. And his main goal, and you kind of admitted to it, you know what I'm saying? It's like his main goal is to just try to get the best, the biggest bag, you know what I'm saying, regardless of competition. And that's what speaking of, we as boxing fans, we want to see the best fight the best. That's why we get on Tank. That's why we get on Canelo. That's why we get on, we got on Triple G. I'm not even gonna say Pacquiao, because Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying, he fought some motherfuckers and shit. But the thing is that frustrate me personally. I don't know how anybody else feels. Like we give Tank, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking Tank gets a pass. None other. He gets a pass for fighting these fucking goddamn cherries. He gets a pass for just chasing the bag and shit. You know what I'm saying? He gets a pass for taking the goddamn easiest route possible for the bag. And it's cool. I ain't got no problem with it and shit. But I just don't like the, you know what I'm saying, the double standard. Just keep it even keel. Call it for what it is. If you're not gonna criticize Tank for doing this shit, do not criticize Canelo. Do not criticize anybody else that does it. That's all I got. Y'all have a blessed.
All right, NHA, thank you for coming up, joining me on the panel. Boxing Hacker, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yo, 2 Cent, what's up? What's up? Hey, so let's do a quick summary, right? 2 Cent, I'm with you, the Clarissa Shields stuff. I think you were right. Like I said, I think you were right the first time when you had a debate in Phenomenal Channel. And even now, whenever you talk to people, they always say Clarissa has a bad attitude, this and that. But when you ask somebody, what did she say gives her a bad attitude? They can't say anything of any substance. They don't know why she has a bad attitude, or they make up things that aren't even true. They say, oh, she was beefing with Layla Ali. No, Layla Ali started with her. She was beefing with Alicia Baumgartner. No, Alicia Baumgartner started with her. Yes, Amanda Serrano was throwing shade at Clarissa Shields. Everybody knows that. So is Jake Paul. Does her want to fight? What's his name? Touch My Manhood? No, she wants to fight a man. That's her business. She's not the first woman who wanted to fight a man. So why would then Touch My Manhood then? Why would touch it now? And women have fought men in the past. So I don't even know what the argument is. If she wants to fight, what's his name? Then let her fight him. I don't care. But at the end of the day, as far as when it comes to women's boxing, I think she's always been the one. She's been one of the people that have been the biggest role models in the sport. She spoke up for women's boxing time and time again. She had one of the biggest female cards. It wasn't because of have Jake Paul as like the main event. Her fight with Savannah Marshall and where Alicia Baumgartner got her undisputed was a very big card in the UK. But people want to ignore that. And she was the first person even to talk about having 3-minute rounds, not Amanda Serrano. But of course they want to give it to the non-dark skinned person. But as far as
shit, land your plane now, because you're doing too much. Land your plane.
Hey, it's all facts, man. It's all facts. That's all I gotta say. But when it comes to Tank Davis, like I said, it's not for me to say that Tank's a bad fighter. He's a great fighter, But at the end of the day, when it comes to like the logistics of all, like Tank's never fought a current champion in the division, and as much as we want to say he was blocked, he wasn't really that blocked. If Boots could fight Stanionis, who is part of PBC, and Boots is part of with Eddie Hearn, then Tank could have done something within the 5 or 6 years he's been in that division. He could have pushed for mandatories. He could have done something. He himself said he didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight for titles, And if he wants to fight for money, that's fine. But do know that comes with criticisms of people saying, well, you're not the best if you're not fighting the best champions. No matter how great the contenders are, they can be great contenders. They can be great ex-champions. They can be contenders who become champions in the future, no matter how great they are. If you're not fighting the champions, you'll never be considered a champion in that division or the top fighter in that division. That's just how it falls. And with that, I'm out. Salute to you guys.
Shout out Boxing Hacker for giving your 2 cents. Shout out to ASO Stan for the $4.99 in the super chat. He says Hacker chases the rainbow. Shout out ASO Stan. My rainbow, he means Skittles, y'all. He means Skittles. JB Sports, you just hopped on the panel. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, Tank Davis. I don't know what's the hold up with the announcement of the Lamont Roach fight. I was hearing that fight was going to be June 21st, but I don't think that's going to be the date. We got the announcement that Jake Paul is fighting Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. on the 28th.
and that fight's gonna be on pay-per-view. So I find it kind of hard to believe they're gonna do back-to-back pay-per-views on the 21st and the 28th. So I'm thinking that Tank might be fighting a little later than June the 21st. From what I'm hearing, they're still waiting on him to actually officially activate the rematch clause. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're looking at maybe another opponent, but it's kind of curious what's going on with Tank, man. But hopefully the fight get announced soon, but it definitely won't be the 21st. I like I said, I don't see two back-to-back pay-per-views they doing like that, back-to-back weeks with Tank and Jake Paul. They will both hurt each other pay-per-view numbers doing it like that. You know, that people have to make a decision on which one to buy. So I think his fight probably gonna get moved to maybe July, you know, somewhere in that month, maybe. But again, I think Shakur's fight is a pay to July the 12th. So you got some fights in July too. So it's interesting to see what Tank's gonna do. Who is gonna fight and what's gonna be the date. It's definitely not gonna be June 21st like I was hearing earlier.
Okay, yeah, I hear they moving the date. Of course, we finna have 1,000 rumors. He don't want the fight. He want more money. Give it to him. He want 90%. Tank need the fight. He should take 10% because he need it. We finna hear 1,000 narratives. But we'll see what happens. Maybe they just moving the date because, like you mentioned, Jake Paul is fighting whoever he fighting. I don't know.
Chavez Jr.
Chavez Jr. Is anybody going to pay for that? Put a one in the chat if you're paying for the Jake Paul fight. Tony Reviews, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I mean, since we playing pocket watching and not boxing, I mean, Tank Davis had to bow to the king. Jake Paul does the most ticket sales, does the most pay-per-views, so that's why he had to move his fight. Because the king's coming through, the best boxer in boxing.
He doesn't do the most ticket sales, and he doesn't do the most pay-per-views. You just make that up.
He out there with Tyson.
Was Tyson pay-per-view, Tony?
Yes.
Really? Tyson was pay-per-view?
I mean, did you have to pay for Netflix to watch it?
Was it pay-per-view, Tony?
Yes. By the definition of pay-per-view, it was. Because you had to pay for the stream to watch it. Did Netflix subscription rate go up by millions whenever that fight happened?
Finish. Go ahead, finish your 2 cents, Tony.
Well, last time I checked, you could go look it up. It went up by millions of subscribers. So yeah, it's pay-per-view. Because millions of people paid for a subscription they didn't have. So at the end of the day, he had to move his date because we pocket watching, not what they do in the ring. I respect Tank's moves as much as I respect Jake Paul's moves. Tank don't want to be I don't care. Like when it comes to the sport of boxing, it's about what you do in the ring. I don't care how much money you take home. That's nice. Make your money. But at the end of the day, if you're all about making money and you're not about fighting nobody, don't preach to me that you the best boxer or have fans telling me you're the best boxer when you don't fight nobody, because you're not. That's just the bottom line. Tank has nothing but a legion of casuals that follow him for knockouts. And Lamont Roach just showed you why he's always been a B-level fighter, why they never put him in there with the best of any division, why he ran from Lomachenko for years before Loma got old and already took losses. They showed you. Your last fight, you've seen it. From a dude who don't even fight at 135. From a dude who ain't even the best champion at 130. He showed you. Now, will the rematch happen? It probably will. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Tank seems like he's scared of a challenge, so maybe he'll go fight somebody else. At the end of the day, you're not going to tell me it's raining outside when I see the sunshine. Tank is smoking mirrors. He's always been smoking mirrors. The Mayweather dictating who he fights is going out the window now because he's controlling who he fights. And since he's been in control of who he fights, he's fought literally nobody. And finally, a cherry plucked back. And that's where Tank's at. And I think the whole world's waking up. Tank Davis fans don't like it. They all saw him take a knee. They had to change the rules of boxing so he didn't get the loss that he deserved. So
stop it, Tony. Stop.
They did. They changed the rules of boxing.
Please don't interrupt him.
Now you can take a timeout whenever you want to. Whenever you get a beat on, you can just go take a knee. So, again, I think Tank Davis is a great hair grease salesman, but a true boxing champion, he's not that. He ain't never been that. On that, I'm out. Thanks for letting me on.
All right,
have
Tony.
a nice time.
That is.
Good God, where's my spray? There's too much hate on this goddamn.
Bro, what is like what? I'm in the twilight.
You can hear it oozing out his pores. Do you hear the hate oozing out his pores?
That boy say.
Passion. Oh my God.
Tony,
I can't even
Tony,
imagine.
Tony, I'm gonna get on you next time you get up here about that. I ain't got enough time tonight. But did you really just say they had to get a Netflix subscription as pay-per-view? Stop it, Tony. Come on. Oh, we got Flyer Frequency in the building. You want to come up at the end of the show? Where you been, Frequent Flyer? You ain't been here since you went rogue in my chat. Seeing Ironheart, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show? This is crazy. Y'all make sure y'all help support the channel. Y'all see what hold on. Y'all make sure y'all help support the channel. Hit the Cash App at 2 cents boxing or drop a super chat with your 2 cents. Do y'all see what I have to deal with up here on this panel? Seeing Ironheart, what's your final 2 cents?
Tony a hate. We should charge Tony a hating ass nigga tax, yo. For real. That was at his all-time high. He got to send a super chat or something.
Let me get this super chat. Shout out to NHA2 with the $5 in the super chat. He says Cash Crypto, aka Food Stamp Crypto, Cam J Network, and ASO Stand are all on a steady dick eating diet. Just needed to get that off. Pause. Shout out NHA2.
NHA make me so sick. NHA make me so sick.
Hey, I'm telling y'all now, I'm about to get booed. So when y'all up here with the cap and with the comments, y'all gonna get hit with the boo. Seeing Ironheart, go ahead. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, salute to the panel and the channel. Shit was wild, but it seems like it always gets like that once you get these butterflies or these top rankers up in here. Shit always gets real flustered because you just can't criticize those guys over there. All I want to say is that as far as Keshan and that whole little circle, I just think that it's very obvious what they're doing. That's where all the smoke and mirrors is really being at play. If these dudes were really had the talent to justify ducking or anything like that, and they weren't just like basically out here looking for paydays, then I think that they would have a lot more eyes and their careers would be more monetizable. But I think that if these dudes don't fight Tank, we're going to forget about everybody that we're talking about. Their careers are very forgettable. And when I'm 38 years old, so I'm older than some of these dudes. I don't look up to much of nobody. That's not disrespecting nobody. I'm just saying I don't look at them from the fans aspect. I'm looking and I can register danger when I see it. And I ain't giving Tank no scapegoat due to his status to say that he shouldn't fight this person or shouldn't fight that person. But I can't see a reason to duck people who don't show no danger. Keshan, like he's good. I don't think he's dangerous, but he is better than Shakur and Dan Crawford. I don't see an ounce of danger in Bud. I don't see an ounce of danger in Shakur. And I think that when I get my kids to watch boxing, I would be disrespecting myself and them if I told them that this was the best boxing that they could ever see. So I'm not buying into any of that shit that Top Rank has going on over there. And that's all I got, man. Salute to the panel and the channel. Much love to y'all.
Shout out, saying Ironheart. Thank you for coming up. Terrence,
That's
best
a wise
video.
man right there.
What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Thanks for having me up. 2 cents. So I'm gonna just say this. Try to all of the topics we talked about with regards to Clarissa. As I said before, I do not believe that this is racist. I think that a lot of it is on Clarissa. And when you choose to be a bad guy or a bad gal in this situation, you turn some people off. And maybe you make more money. Maybe Carissa's making more money. But I tell you, I was more of a fan when she was coming up through the ranks as an Olympian and she was just beating people up and not talking. Now, I don't know. So some people that's a turn off. I don't know if it has to do with race or whatever. With some people, you guys could be correct, but I know with me, I'm not, and I know a lot of people that's not the case. With regards to Tank, second issue, is he I think for Tank and his fans, you at some point, is he a novelty fighter or a real fighter? I mean, we know Butterbean was beating the shit out of everybody, like knocking everybody out, but we know that he was fighting bums that couldn't fight, right? So he was entertaining. And hell, yes, this damn sure entertaining seeing people knock the hell out of people, knock them straight out. However, a real boxing fan wants to see you fight against a real opponent that's not going to let you knock them out in 1 second. Because guess what? They know how to defend themselves. He's fighting people. If you're fighting, is up to. We want to see you do that against a higher level of opponent. You guys keep saying, well, you don't care about the titles, but one of the things the titles do, if everybody's chasing them, everybody at some point they're going to meet, and we're going to see what's what. You guys keep saying you don't care about titles anymore, then guess what? We don't know. We'll never know who the best is. So I don't know what you Tank fans are crazy. You keep talking like Sin. He's so obsessed with money. How much money this guy? No. I'm back. Okay. Anytime I start talking about Tank, okay. And let me go to Shakur. So Shakur beats Padley, right? It got that man signed to a contract. That's how well known Shakur is and respected he is. Everybody now knows who Josh Padley is. If Shakur's a nobody, Josh Padley would nobody. If whoever fought Josh Padley, it wouldn't have mattered. But because Shakur is somebody, now everybody knows who Josh Padley is. And finally, and finally, the bet of the week. Last week I told you guys that it was going to be a knockout, and I was right with Boots. Here's the bet. Ryan, let me tell you, I'm gonna bet that to go to distance, and I know y'all gonna say it's crazy, but I'm gonna bet it to go to distance. Why?
Ryan and Rolly?
Yeah, I'm gonna bet it. I'm gonna bet it to go to distance because if either one of them knock the other one out, I'm gonna be happy. Shit, I don't care about the money at that point. I would love to see either one of them because I don't like either one of them. And I hope they both, it'd be great. They knock each other out, both cold in the middle of the ring. That would be great.
What Rolly do to you?
Rolly is oh my God. Do you listen to the interviews? This racist retarded. I ain't even got. Tio.
You know Rolly half black, right?
I don't care what he is.
Everybody racist. Y'all swear everybody racist. Go ahead, Terrence.
Tio, do you want to take Tio to win at 250 and Ben Whitaker at 250? Mix them all together, you get a nice return for $100. Thanks for having me. 2 cents.
All right,
panel. Good night. Thank you.
Shout out Terrence. Thank you for coming up. Y'all could take Terrence betting advice if y'all want to. Y'all, does this look like Rolly, y'all?
Right.
Y'all let me know in the chat if this look like Rolly in this little bubble.
No.
Dang, Big Supreme say Rolly look Asian. Dang, he look Asian.
Nah, he don't look like Rolly. Rolly, he need to be a little lighter and let's see. His head need to be a little bit. Rolly got a big ass head to me. I don't know, but he need to definitely be a little lighter.
I'm gonna work on it. They sometimes it be kind of hard to make them look exactly like the person because you can't quote unquote.
Yeah.
You're not. It be against politics, so you got to try to maneuver around and use certain verbiage.
Just put their names like on the top. Or you can put the name in the forehead right there.
Let me say this because I think it's so crazy. And I don't want nobody to think I'm talking shit about them when they hop off the panel. It's just I gotta let y'all off the panel, then I'm gonna respond. So that's probably
talk shit about all of them, just so they know.
It's so crazy that this dude really sat up here, Ty, and said Tank is a novelty fighter and compared him to Butterbean. Now, can somebody tell me any of Shakur opponents or anybody else at 135 opponents that have been beat up by Shakur and are now headlining a fight? Because Ryan and Rolly are both two opponents of Gervonta Tank Davis. They both lost to him. And now they're headlining a card in which some of y'all favorite fighter, undisputed, the youngest to do it, Devin Haney, is on the undercard. But yet, y'all will sit up here with the audacity to say that Tank is a novelty fighter. That is wild. Coach Eddie, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Salute to you, 2 cents. Salute to Ty, your co-host. Interesting topic tonight. For sure. I'm just glad, that I don't have any emotional attachment to any of these fighters, which makes the boxing experience a much better. I only have emotional attachments to the older fighters. I guess like a Basel Hacker says, I romanticize the past or whatever. But I think I'm okay. I think I've seen the best boxing that I ever going to see in my life, and it was back in the '90s and the 2000s. And any old fights that I can go back and look at. I used to watch black and white fights. Really really old fights. I'm a boxing junkie. I used to make my own tapes off VHS. I got a whole collection of VHS boxing tapes. But these guys, at the end of the day, I'm excited about the 147 and the 154-pound division because it seems like it's enough players there, and those guys are actually willing to mix it up with each other. And now with all the promotion companies, seem like they want to work together. With Showtime being out of business, HBO being out of business, I think we're gonna get a lot of good fights. And I think the trying to remain undefeated thing is not the zero is not as important as it used to be. So I think we're gonna get some good fights here lately. Hopefully, these guys at 47 can mix it up real good. Guys at 54 can mix it up real good and keep the sport bumping. Because the 135, it's a mess at 135. You got champions who don't want to fight each other or whatever the case may be. 35 is a mess. That 60 is a dead division. 68, you got a big roadblock there, a red-headed roadblock, which I can't wait till he retires because he's been holding the belts hostage for years. 75 is decent. Heavyweight going through a reset period. I think 47, 54. Those are the hot divisions right now. I'm excited about all those fights because those guys can actually move up and down. Those guys are actually physically big enough to move up and down throughout the weight classes. I think Tank is capped off. I think Tank is 135. That's as high as he's going to get. So that's all. You can only expect him to do the work there with the lower weight classes. I think the super fight for him is the kid from Japan. Monster Inoue, Tank Davis, fight at catch weight. Maybe Tank go down to 130, Monster move up to 130. I think that's a super fight right there. That fight is probably the biggest fight he could possibly make in that division right
That's
there.
interesting.
Maybe outside of Shakur. But I think Monster. I mean, it's basically 8 pounds away. Tank. I think Tank can make 130. I really do. He's coming in 133. I think Monster can
I
move
do
up.
too.
I think we got an interesting fight right there, and that's not a foregone conclusion who win that fight. I have a favorite Tank in that fight, of course, because he's undefeated. But Tank got roach problems right now. Tank, so it's interesting. I'm interested in a lot of things, but I'm gonna wrap it up like that. And thanks for enduring. Doing your thing late at night. I look forward to your show, and y'all have a great evening.
You too, Coach Eddie.
Shout out Coach Eddie. Thank you for coming up. Band up with all the noise.
You got an echo too.
That was Band up with that 2 cents. Band up, what's your final 2 cents?
Oh
What
my
you got
goodness.
for the show?
What's good, Nickel Slick? Man, this is a very entertaining show today. You know what I'm saying? It was very entertaining. I had something I wanted your opinion on, because you said you know what I mean, that there was no talk, you know what I mean, or nothing like that from the Canelo side on the Crawford fight. But it was being reported that Canelo said that dealing with Style and Terrence Crawford would hush all the noise about him not being able to be a fighter that can move and rectify his loss against Floyd Mayweather. I wanted to know what was your opinion on that. Another question I got for you. Well, let me say this. Clarissa's the GOAT. I don't want to hear none of that talk. Anybody wants to smoke with her, hop in the ring. I can't wait to see her fight in better competition and go up. I got a question for you, though. With all this Shakur and Tank fight, I just really got a question. What do you think you'll see first? Canelo and Benavidez or Tank and Shakur? That's it. That's all I got for you.
All right.
Bando, just when I was starting to like you, Bando. All right. See you later.
I don't think, shout out Bando for coming up. To answer your question, I don't think we'll see any of them, but if I had to pick one, damn, that's a good question. Which one would I think would happen first? I would go
definitely Shakur and Tank.
That's a good one. I'm gonna say Benavidez and Canelo because I don't think the Tank fight's happening with Shakur, but I don't know. I could be wrong. And if they said that, if Canelo said that his win against Crawford will rectify his win against Mayweather. That makes absolutely no sense. And for him to say that he should get ridiculed and criticized because, dude, you're gonna compare bringing up somebody from 2 weight classes to rectify your loss against Mayweather? Like, what kind of weak stuff is that? That is so weak, y'all. But it sounds like they just trying to sell the fight. So maybe they will make it. I don't know. We'll see. But that shit sounds like some dumb stuff to say. Oh, I'm gonna bring up a small fighter to rectify a fighter I fought when I was smaller at a smaller weight class a decade ago. What? This fight with Crawford doesn't have anything to do with his fight with Mayweather. And people gonna try to start making that comparison and do all this and do all that. Just stop it. Just stop it. Like, just not even started. So I think that was dumb for Canelo to say that. I think he should have got all kind of criticism for saying that. I think he should get all kind of criticisms for even entertaining the fight with Terrence Crawford. I think he should got more criticism for bringing up and fighting Jermell Charlo instead of everybody trying to jump down Charlo's throat. But that's just my 2 cents. Jab Queen Boxing, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Man, so first thing is first, what Band Up just said. Canelo, sir, all Black people do not represent all Black people. So beating one does not have anything to do with the other that beats you.
That's racist as hell.
There. I mean, come on now. That's a reach if I ever seen one. But to take it all the way back to the beginning, right, where we were discussing Clarissa Shields, and although Boxing Hacker makes my stomach turn, he made a very good point, right? And I'm not above self-reflection, so I can admit that. He said, people always say she has a nasty attitude, but nobody can tell me anything specifically that she said. And I thought about that, and I was like, you know what? Boxer Hacker might be right. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything specifically that she said that represents her nasty attitude. I think it's more or less the way that she presents herself. And just whenever she is, trending, it's always something negative. So maybe that's where that comes from. So, I'll look around a little bit more and see if I can dig a little deeper. She did have the interview with Andre Ward that, she did say a lot of profound things, and her family background I felt was very humbling. So I can kind of understand, why she's a little hardened, but, your attitude really determines whether your life is going to be good or bad, hard or easy. And that's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's that on that. And as far as Ryan, he do look good. Ryan looks really good. He looks sharp. He looks focused. He looks ready. And I think that he's coming in the ring after he gets past Rolly. He's going to have something to prove, because I think he really takes offense.
World Combat Sports, where you go?
What's going on?
Where you go? World Combat Sports. World Combat Sports, just click the link. I think we're supposed to have a debate. He can click it back. As soon as I let him come up, he ran off. Y'all seen it? Come back, World Combat Sports.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ty.
That's scary. But yeah, you know what I mean? So I think he's coming back with something to prove because he doesn't like the fact that people say that he cheated. So he's gonna come with a vengeance, and I just hope that Devin is ready. We will see just how ready May 2nd. We'll see if he's shell shocked. We'll see if he is back to his normal self. So a lot of things are riding on this for Devin when his comeback fight is gonna be very important. There's gonna be a lot of eyes on him. As far as Paulie Malignaggi, I mean, I don't know why everything has to be a guilt by association. I mean, Adrian Broner stole your girl, not Tank. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand what the problem is for real. As far as fighting the tougher competition, I don't want to keep rehashing this. I feel like we're having the same conversation over and over again with these Quitter fans and these Davina fans. It's just no competition. As we can see what happened when Devin tried to walk in Tank's footsteps. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really sure that these guys really want to fight him. If he's such a bum, if he's such a, this and he's such a that, then, I mean, do what y'all got to do. So y'all say, right? But then y'all say Tank has nothing but a bunch of casual fans. Well, maybe get your favorite fighter some casual fans. Maybe they won't be fighting on a double undercard across seas. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if your favorite fighter had casual fans, maybe he wouldn't be fighting on the undercard of the man who quote unquote cheated him. These are just food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if y'all paid more attention to his 2 press conferences that he just had that no one mentions, then maybe he would be the bigger star. You know, if those belts really mattered, they would be bigger stars. So just chew on that for a little bit, or in the words of Deion said, just let that sizzle in your soul. You know, I just don't know what to tell y'all. The hate for Gervonta Tank Davis is extremely at an all-time high. I think that Tony Reviews is in love with him. I'm not sure why or what he's done to Tony Reviews, but Jesus Christ, it's spewing out of his pores. At an all-time high. But it was an amazing show as usual. And whether Tank fights on the 21st or sometime later this summer, I do believe he will be getting back in the ring with Lamont Roach. And then we will make a determination on whether he is a quote unquote hype job off of one fight or if he's really like that. But what I will say is this questionable fight, he's going right back into fight his opponent again. Shakur did not rematch De Los Santos. Devin did not rematch Loma or any other opponent that they had a close or a tough fight with. So that just shows you that they're levels apart. And we all know that those rankings are bought and paid for as well. So it really doesn't matter who's ranked at number 2, number 5, number 10, because I believe myself that Herrera will beat the shit out of Kid Austin. And he's ranked what, number 10? And Kid Austin's ranked what, number 2? So, you know, we just have to pay attention to things that really matter. To your point, like you said, just because you have a belt doesn't mean you really like that. It doesn't mean you beat the best. So, just things to keep in mind when we're having these conversations. But that was all I got. Be easy. I'll see you Sunday.
Shout out Ty, my co-host, coming up cooking with the final 2 cents for the show. I was supposed to have a guest today. He clicked the link and was in the background. And as soon as I put him on stage, he jumped off the panel. World Combat Sports. I know you're listening. Click the link again. Come on, let's have this nice, friendly debate. I've been looking for you. I came to your panel. I was like, yo, I'm in the chat. You ain't dropped the link for me. You act like you ain't see me. I let you know in the comment section I'm live. I'll be live at 6:30. I know you got the message. I see you here. Just click the link. Ain't nobody finna yell and scream and cuss you out or nothing. You gotta be scared. So we're gonna let them give them a few minutes to build up the courage to click the link again. It might have took a lot to click it the first time. Cam J Network say Bud chasing greatness, putting on a fat camp to beat Canelo. Stop it. Flyer Frequency say you got the belt. It means you are the best. No, it does not, Flyer Frequency. That does not. That's a misconception. Just because you have a belt does not mean you're the best, y'all. Stealing lawn chairs for furniture is crazy work. Who doing that, Cash Crypto? Cash Crypto, this avatar you got up here is crazy. Did you make that? Well, anyway, I'm going to give Fight Sports Talk. I'm going to give World Combat Sports another 2 minutes. See if he's going to let him give him some time. Take a couple deep breaths. Click that link again. But it was an excellent conversation today. Cam J Network say he's scared. 2 cents dude ain't coming up for smoke. That's crazy work. I don't know why anybody would be scared. I don't give no reason, nobody no reason to be scared. I don't disrespect nobody. I don't cuss nobody. I don't do none of that. Everybody allowed to have their own opinion. As you can see, everybody is allowed to have their own opinions, no matter how ridiculous they are over here at 2 Cents Boxing. As y'all can see. But I will tell you if I think you capping. Shout out to Clarissa Shields. We had an excellent conversation today regarding her. Ty, thank you for keeping an open mind and seeing things from a different perspective. I do know people's automatic response is to not like her. And I understand. I'm not saying I don't understand it. But when you really sit down, we didn't even get through all of the tweets. We didn't even get through them all. I showed about 3 or 4 tweets, and off the jump, the first tweet, in my opinion, was on some passive aggressive shit. You know, if you say something like that to her, she gonna snap. She come off saying what she gotta say. She wondering why y'all even mentioning her when y'all got all those female fighters in your stable that you could be making the fights with, but y'all saying her name. And then we get to Amanda Serrano coming in trying to apologize for MVP promotion and Alicia Baumgartner when you weren't even included in the conversation. My whole point with that conversation was that let's look at the whole situation in its totality before we just want to start shitting and hating on Clarissa Shields because she has made you feel some type of way with her confidence and the way she speaks and talks and defend herself when people like to throw rocks and hide their hand. Then we went on to the narrative they're trying to spin all of a sudden that Keshan Davis is greater than Tank Davis. I heard somebody say Keshan Davis is everything that everybody likes. Keshan is everything. He does everything everybody likes. He's fighting all the tough fights. He's fighting all the champions. He's doing this, he's doing that. And I mean, if that's your opinion, that's your 2 cents, then that's cool. But let's call it for what it is. De Los Santos is coming off a 2-year layoff, blood clots, injuries. I'm not hating on the man. And if he wins, cool. De Los Santos is a good win on his record, I guess. I've been saying this before the before the fight with Keshan. I don't see what the big deal is about De Los Santos. Everybody was on Shakur Stevenson ass about that fight, but if you ask me, De Los Santos is the reason why that fight looked like that. Shakur did what he's known to do, which is be a defensive fighter, and De Los Santos was supposed to come in there and challenge Shakur, pressure him, hit him with power shots, and he's the one that did not deliver, in my opinion. We got No Cap on the panel. No Cap, thank you for coming up. I am closing down the show, but what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show? No Cap, you there? No Cap. 5, 4, 3. You on mute? We can't hear you. Go ahead, No Cap.
Hello, I'm on mute again.
No, I got you.
Okay. No, I was going to say Jake Paul did not sell more than Tank Davis. The Netflix shit was free TV. Anybody with Netflix, could watch that for free. And everybody in that stadium came to see Mike Tyson. They did not come to see no damn Jake Paul. Jake Paul, they never sold no pay-per-views close to Tank. Nobody watched Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul. Nobody about to watch Jose Chavez see whoever the nigga is. He lost to Anderson Silva, somebody that Jake Paul already beat. For one, Tank been fighting the best competition. He done beat 10 undefeated fighters. He done beat the most champions under 30 than any other fighter in his weight class. He been fighting the best. He just fought Lamont Roach. How's he getting matched up? But he just fought his toughest matchup, Lamont Roach, the person that know his style the best. You don't want to give credit to the fighters that's fighting. Dog. That's the problem with boxing fans. Y'all don't ever give credit to the fighters that's fighting. You just stick to the reality TV show and the hate. You know what I'm saying? You got people hating. You got people dedicated, making videos every day, hating on certain fighters. Motherfuckers hating on them. I don't like Bill Haney. I don't like it, but I'm not about to hate on the nigga every day. I don't even think about the nigga that much. Like you going out your way to hate on a nigga. Something's wrong with you. Now, what else I say? What was this? The cop, like Leo Santa Cruz going to the Hall of Fame. Tank beat him. He a 4-division champion. But you have to say he don't fight nobody. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? He knocked out Ryan.
Hold on, you sounding like computer love, No Cap. You breaking up, No Cap. You still breaking up. You still breaking up. You might have to go out and come back in. No Cap, say something.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
It's good. Yeah, but
oh no, you messing up again. You messing up again. Go out and come back in.
All right.
Yes, this is Clarissa Shields, y'all. Wait. No cap. Come on, come back in. No cap was sounding like computer love. All right, well, I'm gonna give No Cap about a minute or two to come back. I guess World Combat Sports ducked me. He didn't. I mean, he was here. I don't know what happened. He was on the panel. I clicked to put him on the thing, and then he clicked right off. Shit, weird. Here we go, No Cap. All right, go ahead, No Cap.
Yeah, it's like people focusing too much on the hate. It's just a hate fest. People just they just hate a certain fighter for some reason. It's just a hate fest. People they just hate a certain fighter for some reason.
You sound far away, No Cap.
Oh no, I got like a feedback loop. Yeah, you know they hating on everybody, dog. It's like it's getting ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's like
yeah, it's getting ridiculous. Somebody called Tank a novelty fighter today. I said that's wild.
Yeah, it's like somebody like that don't even watch boxing for real. If they say something like that, it's like they the novelty fan. They the novelty boxing fan. Because they don't really watch the sport.
Fact.
They just watch YouTube. You know what I'm saying? That's what they into. They don't actually watch the sport. So it's like, you know, and I mean, I guess that's cool. I guess that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. But you know, you got to keep the facts straight. You got to, if you want to take part of that, to stay in that lane. And don't talk about nobody's legacy. Don't talk about who nobody beat. Don't talk about who fought the stage. Nobody. You don't know anything about boxing.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I got to say.
All right, No Cap, you should have came up earlier, but shout out for coming up, giving your final 2 cents. I want to thank everybody for joining me today. Good time today. Look, this is what I'm talking about. People say Clarissa looks like Antonio Tarver with a wig. I didn't say that. Just hating for no reason. Just hating for no apparent reason. But hey, it is what it is. Listen, I'll be live again Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. That's my short show. So make sure you're here early. Make sure y'all supporting the channel. Make sure you're checking out my videos throughout the week. Make sure you're punching the like and subscribe button and dropping your 2 cents in the comment below. Be sure to help support the channel 2 cents boxing at the Cash App, or you can drop a super chat with your 2 cents in the comments, or just drop a super thanks if you're listening to the replay of this live. Listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, kicking you off the panel, muting you on the panel, timing you out the chat, leaving you in the background, come on over to 2 cents boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And let me add a disclaimer though, because if you don't want your host kicking you off the panel and leaving you in the background, let's have some panel etiquette when we come on. Let's talk one at a time. Let's not talk over each other. This is an amazing show. I'm your favorite YouTuber. A lot of people like to come over and listen, but they got to be able to hear. I have hundreds of people that watch the replays of this live once we get off of here. They got to be able to hear. We got to keep the quality of the show up. So we just going to work on that. But I want to thank everybody for joining me. Y'all have a good day. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your Easter. Enjoy your 420. And stay tuned for my 2 cents in the next